dinner bell. So there's one more building I want to show you guys. This is behind me, the calf birthing barn. So let's go. We're going to open it up and hopefully not get stung by a wasp. So it's a little dark in here, so hopefully you guys can see what's going on, but take a look inside there. So there's stalls on the left and right, and the calves would be born in here. And if you could see on the trusses over here, a lot of wasp nests. So I don't know if I want to go in there, but of course you got to keep your equipment clean, so I got to give the old John Deere tractor a shower.
Hey! Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Look at Tommy Bahama.
Wow. Good to be back.
Yes, chef.
Is that a doily on your head?
Huh?
You look so cool right now.
What are you talking about, man? It's just back to business.
Dude, it's 65 degrees in the studio.
So cold in here.
It's so cold in here.
You are
It's 90
so
and
tan.
near.
It's just
really?
regular old St. Louis Rafe.
Yeah, no big deal.
No
back,
big deal, huh?
back to biz. No pomp, no circumstance.
Your chest is so slick and so tan. I can't get over it.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
9 days in the Bahamas. That'll
It'll change a man.
That'll change a man.
What is on your necklace? What's that pendant? Is that a skull? A bull
that's
skull?
pentagram.
That's a bull's skull. I got that at the Masons Lodge. And I joined the Masons while I was in the Bahamas. And
Cool.
a lot happened.
Well,
But
listen.
hey, I'm ready. I'm back to
This
biz.
guy's got upside down pineapples.
No.
What's going on
Are you
there?
swinging? Is that like a message to our audience that like you guys are
No.
taking in a
Business.
third?
Because he was swinging.
Swinging. That's crazy. Wink.
Let me say this.
Looking for one more?
Rafe Williams, a.k.a. Jeremy Allen White, heated up St. Louis this weekend with a photo shoot. That
Oh,
was
boy.
Calvin Klein who is all St. Louis said when they saw this man.
Jeremy Allen White's the guy from The Bear.
Yes.
And he was in, what was the first show? He was in Shameless.
Shameless.
Yep.
He was one of the brothers in Shameless.
He was great in that.
And people do say that you guys kind of look alike.
I get it a lot.
And now that you've grown your hair a little bit, I could see it.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at this man.
Yeah.
I could totally see it.
You stopped a lot?
I don't get stopped a lot, but I did have a lady at the airport. It was funny because we were waiting on our luggage, and a lady came up to me and said it.
Are you Jeremy Allen White?
And she goes, has anyone ever told you? And then Tina showed her all the pictures I put. She goes, that's
I
funny you
get
said
that.
that. Look, he made this yesterday.
I get that a lot.
That's
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
so you did a shoot?
Oh my God, Rizz.
It's.
I didn't see
I
this.
shared it on our socials this weekend
Oh.
because it popped up in my feed, and I go, everybody needs to see this. And so let me
Yeah.
just.
Oh, I
pull it
wanna
up
see a
for-
picture.
Yeah.
I did a shot-for-shot reshoot of his GQ underwear spread.
Yeah, because that guy's like, what? He's the new Calvin Klein guy?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And he did a hot, sexy black and white photo shoot?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're probably going to be happy this didn't come up in your timeline. I'm going to
Yeah,
be
but
honest.
sure. Just go ahead and click
I
through
was,
all these photos.
It was a tournament hockey all weekend. Oh, my God.
Just go photo by photo. Liv goes, Rafe, why are you posting two photos, the same photo, back to back?
That's
Oh,
awesome.
the one where you're leaning forward.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
That's who's who. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't tell the difference.
I don't know. I can't tell the difference. Oh, hilarious.
And somebody goes, oh, Rafe's already paying up for the NFL Pick'em Challenge loss. So
Thank you.
The great value, Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, this is
somebody
the
wrote.
Wish.
Yeah.
TheWish.com.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White. Oh, this is what I paid for. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
I guess this will do. It's fine. Free shipping. So you were in the Bahamas for 9 days.
Yeah, look, that threw him off
I
Yeah,
know.
it did.
a little. I like that.
Turned on just a little bit,
Yeah.
honestly.
Thanks.
Okay, so you're in the Bahamas for 9 days. I think everybody wants to know about the beginning of your trip because we were trying to follow along.
What do you mean?
Because Tina, I guess Tina was posting like crazy
Oh,
the
yeah.
day you guys left.
Yeah.
So here's what we know.
We started off with a little snafu, but go ahead. Tell me what
Here's
you
what
know.
we know. Well, I'm going to ask you a series of questions
Okay.
and answer as truthful as you can.
Okay.
What time was your flight the day you guys left for the Bahamas?
5:25, I think. let's say somewhere between 5:15 and 5:30. I don't remember.
Okay, let's say 5:30.
Okay.
5:30.
Say 5:30. Boarding usually half hour to 45 minutes before you before you're supposed to depart. So you should be at the airport. You should be at the gate. The latest 5 a.m. The latest. Now you're flying international.
Correct.
So they tell you to show up at least, 2 hours before your flight? At least.
Especially for international.
International. Now, if you're flying, regular, if I'm flying from St. Louis to New York, an hour's fine.
Sure. You hope.
I hope. Even that's cutting it very close because you never know. I'm more of a, we need to get there an hour and a half regardless of where we're flying to. International, definitely 2 hours.
Yeah.
Definitely. What time did Rafe and Tina arrive at Lambert International Airport?
Right around 4. I would say a little before 4.
Okay. So
probably, let's just say 3:45.
Okay.
Give or take 5 minutes.
3:45. That's
okay. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
3:45 for a 5:30 flight.
That's great.
I stayed up all night.
I think that's okay.
I slept after work for like 4 hours. And then I stayed up and packed and wrapped up some projects I was working on. And I'm like, I'm just going to stay up and sleep on the plane because I don't like getting up. I was like, I'll have to get up at 2:30 in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I would rather just stay up and be ready to rock and roll. So that's
you guys
what
were
I did.
leaving on a Thursday. So the Thursday of the first week of January, which I would not think would be busy. Right,
Yeah, 'cause
first
it's like
week
a
back.
day.
And it isn't.
Yeah.
First week. So would you fly the second? The second was Tuesday. Third, fourth. So January 4th, you flew.
Yeah, the 4th.
I would think everybody's back from where they had to be for
on
the
that
holidays,
Wednesday. Right.
Or that Monday or Tuesday.
Sure.
Especially
We
at that
came
time.
back to work Tuesday.
Maybe that's when TSA takes Christmas vacation.
After all that hard work, good point. Good point.
That is a good point,
It's time
actually.
for them to rest.
Yeah.
They worked their asses off.
Yeah.
Over
All
the
right,
holiday
take a break.
Yeah.
Nobody's flying.
Nobody's
on the 4th.
flying. Yeah, guys,
Honey, I've been elbow deep in body cavities the whole holiday season. Let's go to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. Okay, so you get to the airport, 3:45. How many pieces of luggage?
2 carry-ons, 2 backpacks, and 1 checked bag.
Okay.
I'm not a checked bag person. It's always a pain in the butt. She likes to check a bag.
All right, so Tina's
Let's
going to go
start
check
there.
a bag. So you guys walk into the airport at the same time.
We do, and I would like to preface this by saying I was like, I'll drive. We'll park in the garage. If something happens with the check bag or we get any issues, we can always throw it in the car.
Parking
Won't
in
have
the garage.
to worry about it.
You got a cool G for parking? 9 days in a garage? Hoo, hoo, hoo. Tell you what, that was the
If
plan?
you go into that C lot,
It's $20 a day if you go to the Southwest lot that's like right off the airport.
Oh, I thought you were talking about at the airport.
Yeah, but it's right there. You can walk. You can like walk to the.
Gotcha.
if you go to that C lot, which is the old Cypress lot, like the one where you got to take.
Yeah, the super park.
It's one of the airport lots.
Yeah, on the north side of it. Okay, I thought you meant like at the airport because I do that
Right.
a lot of times too, and it's like $70 for the weekend.
If you're coming east on 70, it's the first lot on the right side before you get off at the airport exit.
Okay.
And that's $10.
Oh,
that's
really?
$10 a day.
Oh, wow, that's great. Okay, never mind.
Which for us, it's cheaper to park in the lot than actually take an Uber.
Dang.
Both
okay.
ways. But you took a
Agreed.
car.
I mean, an Uber both ways is $70 to $80.
Right.
So you got the parking.
So you're looking
taken
at
care of.
you're gonna it's $200 either way.
No, they went up taking a car.
No, we took an Uber.
Oh.
She's like, let's just Uber. I don't want to pay for parking. So she made the argument you just made. She's like, what's just more money for us to spend? I said, all right, you sure?
That doesn't math up.
What?
The parking would be cheaper.
Yeah. And if I park like at the $20 a day lot, so I can walk to it and I don't have to take a shuttle.
I think there's okay. Well,
But that's still $20 a day times 10. That's $200. That's
Sure.
approximately the same.
more money for drugs. Am I
As
right,
an
guys?
Uber.
Hey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
More money for
Oh man.
party favors.
No problem.
I hate to fast forward, but think about that. Think if you had landed in this -6 and had to walk to the
yeah.
lot. Oh,
Yeah.
So glad. That part, rad. Now, I want to preface this with, I normally I'm airport dad like you are. I take care of all of our travel plans. This is something she wanted to do. She's like, I paid for both of our parts of this beach house that we rented with 8 other people. And she's like, I'll buy the plane tickets. That'll be my contribution. So she bought the tickets. She put in our information. She booked the flights. So all the flight information went to her email. I am not getting emails from American Airlines. Tina's getting emails from American Airlines. When I looked at the email from American Airlines, there was in all caps, this is an international flight. We recommend you arrive 3 hours early if you intend to check a bag.
3 hours, that's a lot.
I would go.
But I guess if they're
That's
having
a
delays
lot.
or something, maybe.
I agree.
I would laugh that one off as well.
Okay.
Even I would say 2 hours is good.
She did. I'd like to say she laughed it off, but she's just like, I didn't read it.
Delete.
I go, did you get an email from them? She's like, I don't know, probably. I'm like, okay. So
You know when you have when you got a trip on the horizon and they get you get an email from the airline. Sometimes they change the flights.
Yeah. Well,
times.
Do you use the app?
I have the app.
Does
Did she use
the
the
app?
app?
She has the app, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then it gave you a notification too. Like it could probably send whatever email is on her app. If it sent her an email,
Sure.
it sent her a notification too.
Yeah, there were probably multiple
ways of
finding out.
Yeah, them trying to get in touch with her. But okay, so you get to the airport, you got your bags.
Get to the airport. So if it was a 5:30 flight, I think it was like 5:20 was the flight. It was like a weird time, somewhere in between. So we're there and it's like 10 to 4. You have to check a bag 1 hour before your flight departure time or they won't check it.
Yeah.
Also in the email, I don't know any of this. Our standard operating procedure when we go to the airport, I have TSA pre-check. She refuses to get it. I go through line. I go to Starbucks. I meet her on the other side with 2 coffees.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have the hassle. Shoes on, computer and backpack, living my best life. It's the closest thing to being wealthy.
While you go through the regular line with
Dude,
the common folk.
Yes.
me. Yeah.
I will be at Starbucks, get you away, whatever. And once you come out of security, there's Rafe.
What a gentleman, by the way. That's a move. Having the beverages.
Thank you.
Like, that is appreciated.
Yeah, I didn't make it into the stories on her Instagram, that part. But I was waiting with 2. I was in the mood too. I got some like cold brew, cinnamon.
Wow.
And I'm like, hey, we're going to the islands, baby.
Cinnamon
You're going to the
dolce?
Bahamas.
I think it was
Love
cinnamon
it.
dolce, and then I got her vanilla because she likes vanilla. But I'm waiting. I go through the gate. I don't hear anything from her. This is a standard procedure. She goes and checks the bag. But we get there, and the line's kind of long. And I was like, man, that's a long line to check a bag. I was like, you want to go outside and try to check it with the dude out front?
Yeah, curbside.
Curbside? She goes, no, I like going through here. And I said, all right. She goes, that way, if it's heavy, I can take stuff out, put it in my bag. I said, all right, whatever. Meet you on the other side. Well, I'm through in like 5 minutes. Now it's like 10 to 5. Probably,
Yeah, now.
Or what did I say? It was like a quarter to 4. So now it's probably like 4, it's like 4:15. Haven't heard from her. It's 4:20. Haven't heard from her. 4:30. Oh. I'm like, I'm done with my coffee. Text her. She doesn't text me back. It's like 4:40.
Now we're getting close to
I
boarding.
go, hey, where are you? Are you through security yet? And she goes, there's a problem. And I said, what's the problem? 4:45. I get a text back. Now they're boarding group 1. She's like, they're not going to let me on the flight. And I said, why? What's going on? Did you forget your passport? And she's like, wouldn't take the check bag. I waited in line. And a guy named Richard's being a real Richard. He is being a dick.
Now, they wouldn't take the bag because it was too late at that point?
It was more than an hour before takeoff. So now they won't take her.
Oh, less than an hour, yeah.
Less than an hour because she stood in line, which that part aggravated me because she was right about this. They did not do anything to try to rectify the situation. Like they were being jerks, kind of.
Did she yell like, hey, my flight is soon. Can I get ahead of people? Whatever.
Yeah.
Can you take this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at the...
Because you probably got people in that line that have like an 8 o'clock flight that get there very, very, very early.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I've seen plenty of panicked faces and bodies scoot right past me and say, I'm sorry, I got to go.
And you know what? Hey, go ahead.
And you just go, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So then we go... So I'm like, all right, why don't you just come through and I'll sweet talk the lady at the counter.
Maybe gate check it.
And we'll gate check it. And she's like, I don't think Richard's going to allow that. I kind of got into an argument with him.
No.
I'm like,
Tina.
I'm kind of in handcuffs right now.
yeah, that's what I said. I go, are you like in TSA and zip ties? Like, what's going on? And I was like, all
I'm
right.
detained.
I go, well, what do we do? Like, should I just, I'm like, the plane's boarding. I'm like, see if they'll just keep, I go, let's ditch the check, see if they'll keep it in their baggage claim, and we'll pick it up when we come back through. Who cares?
Oh, like leave the bag?
Just leave the bag. Who cares? Let's go on
What was
vacation.
in the bag? I mean, was it?
Probably extra clothes, some snorkel gear, stuff we wanted, but we could live without. There's always enough stuff in my carry-on that I could survive on vacation. You guys know I was in jeans and boots. I was ready for the plane to go down, as always. I had snacks. I had weapons. I had everything I needed.
How'd you get through with that?
That's my business. Pre-check. I'm telling you, it's the best $80 I've ever spent.
Right. Oh my God. Jesus.
So then she's like, well, I asked, and Richard said no. They're not going to do that. So now she's got a bad relationship with this guy. Now, he was probably being a jerk because Tina's pretty sweet. I can't imagine her, but I know she was frustrated. So I'm like, well, all right, I'm coming out. And she's like, don't come out.
Yeah, you got to go in with butter. You got to go in.
And you probably still ain't getting it, but that's the only chance you have. Because if they're getting yelled at constantly.
Charm and butter.
Yeah.
Be the difference. Be the difference.
You get more flies with honey than vinegar. But so we went. So then she's like, I go, all right, well, she goes, they're offering me a flight for tomorrow morning. So I guess I'll just fly tomorrow. And I was like, that's stupid. We're not doing that. I'm coming out there and I'm
for free. Like, so we'll
for free, a courtesy flight for the next day. They're like, I'm sorry, the only flight we have that's going to the Bahamas is tomorrow. Besides this one, and you can't get on this one. And they wouldn't let her leave the check bag. You can't leave an unattended bag at the airport. So it's either go throw our check bag in a dumpster because we don't have anywhere to put it, or she can't get on the flight. And I'm like, all right, I'll come out. We'll just fly tomorrow. And she goes, they won't let you fly. I go, what do you mean? She's like, they said that as a courtesy, they'll only move one ticket to tomorrow. So if you want to fly with me tomorrow, we got to buy a second ticket. And I'm like,
okay.
Boo.
What?
Wow.
Get Richard on the phone.
Get me Richard.
Get me Richard. So I went, but at this point, it's like group 5 is getting on the plane. So this is like coming down to like, I'm like, bro, I'm going.
You need to make a decision
right
at this point.
Yeah. Brian Bahama's getting on the plane.
What would you have done?
Me?
Yeah.
I would have gotten on the plane.
Moon?
She's done it.
Yeah, in that scenario, I guess I'd have got on.
I guess I would have gotten on too.
Yeah. I mean, if we were okay with it.
Which, I mean, so this was because I was watching Tina's stories and giving like live updates to the crew. And so it still costs to get on. Well, you haven't gotten to that part of the story yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because remember, she didn't fly. She flew that day.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let you swap.
So they wouldn't let me swap. They would let her, because this is what it boiled down to. She didn't read the fine print. I love her. Not hating on her. I'm on her side. But she's not detail-oriented. She didn't read the fine print. She bought the cheapest economy fare. She's used to Southwest, where they're like, yeah, sure, switch your flight 5 seconds before you get on.
Right.
Yeah,
American Airlines don't play that, dude.
Shout out to Southwest.
Shout out to Southwest for being your chill aunt. Southwest is like your Aunt Linda, who's like, yeah, you know what? You can't roll the windows down.
If you want to go on this flight,
just do
we'll
it.
get another one for you.
Who cares? You can watch an R-rated movie. So American Airlines don't play that. So you buy the economy. You got to pay for everything. You pay for your seat. You pay for your upgrade. You pay for your bag. If you want refunds or exchanges, you got to pay more. She bought She bought the cheapest flight she could get, and it says in large letters. I got on the app and looked at my ticket. No exchanges, no refunds. Basic economy fare. So it was like, you either show up and you take the flight, or you don't get it. So they gave her a courtesy.
So they were nice enough to at least go, hey, we'll put you on another flight tomorrow.
Not Richard, but his supervisor.
Okay.
Very cool.
Did say, I'll put you on a flight tomorrow. It's the best we can do as a courtesy.
One ticket.
Right.
She was in the throes of being upset, probably wasn't listening, and didn't realize that it was a courtesy and not a right. Turned it down. Said no.
So she was heated.
She was heated, and I get it. And before I got on the plane,
have her listening ears on.
I already sent her. I go, hey, there's a Delta flight going out in 2 hours. You're going to get into the airport 30 minutes after me in the Bahamas. Buy this ticket.
There you go.
Tell them to suck it. Buy this ticket. It was $700 and $800 round trip.
Wow.
Damn.
Wowie, wowie.
But
All she needed, though, was the one way.
Hey, you saved money on parking.
well, when in the throes of anger, when she canceled her flight, she canceled both ways.
No. No.
So then I disappear. My return flight disappears because she booked it.
Oh, man, cooler heads prevail. Oh, no.
So now I'm on a
Why'd you do
plane.
that?
So many things
understand her,
learned.
though. I understand
Well, here's the thing.
it.
I'm on a plane to the Bahamas, and I got a buffer seat between
Yeah,
me.
that's a good
So
news.
like I'm having a pretty good ride.
Good news for you is you got an empty seat next to you.
Empty seat.
If there is a silver lining, guys, to this.
Silver lining was I had.
Fly
Thank you.
That's
dribble
the
up to the
elbow.
bottom.
Yeah, see, we're looking at it the wrong way.
I'm happy
Two
for you,
pockets
man.
for your weapons and your books.
That's right. I had my backpack next to me. It was nice. I leaned on it the whole flight.
Aw.
Took a nice nap.
fact that you
Sat next to a
slept,
Rizz
by
Show
the way.
fan on the way. By the
Oh,
way,
really?
yeah, he's like, "Are you on a show in St. Louis?" And I go, "Do I lie or do I tell you?" He ended up being a really cool guy. He was very sweet.
No, I'm Jeremy Allen White. You may know me from The Bear.
Yes.
Like, yes.
Just won a Golden Globe.
Yeah, I showed him my underwear. Long story short,
streaks.
she gets there. I wait at the airport for her. We pick her up. She gets there
Oh,
like
she did take the Delta flight.
Honestly, she took the Delta flight. Yeah, I already had her booked on another flight before I ever left the ground. But she didn't. I go, hey, you didn't put any of that in your story, and I kind of took some heat. I got some messages from people like, I would leave my significant other if they left, and I go out.
I know,
Well,
because
that's
we'll
good.
be
That's good
honest with you.
engagement.
Yeah.
It's
Because
all right.
I don't care.
You were en route.
We also have an agreement about this in our
There
relationship,
you
by the
go.
way.
We were en route. You were en route, and all we were seeing was Tina's messages.
Yes. And I felt terrible. She was upset.
She was upset,
She was.
Yeah.
and it made it. And no offense to Tina,
Right.
love her dearly,
Yes.
but it made it seem like you got through. You went on the plane and went, "Where's Tina?" and then left.
Yeah.
We only got one side of the story.
Which is
Yeah.
great entertainment.
I
It
said
is.
it was the ultimate G move.
Come on, man.
You're
It's
late,
awesome.
We had a lot to do.
and you've said it before. Hey, if you're going to be late, I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that is an agreement in our relationship.
Yeah, we were talking about it while it was kind of happening, or I guess a few hours later, and our listeners were like, you know what, Rafe stuck to his word. He says that
G-move.
if she's not ready, he leaves the house.
Yeah.
If she's not ready, he left the
he
country.
leaves the
I
country.
said, hey, I'm at the gate. I got 2 coffees and a Hawaiian shirt on, and Daddy's ready for a tan. And I got on the plane.
Well,
But I
everybody,
still,
everybody
like,
wants to know. Everyone wants to know what you did with the other coffee.
Yeah, you took it with you.
Did you drink it?
I drank it.
He gave it to the guy on the plane.
I was
through the roof.
zazzed out on the way. By the time we got to Charlotte, which was the connecting flight, I was flying high. She got there. It all ended up working out. It just cost a ton of extra money. Then while we're in the Bahamas,
So
I took
you had to eat. So you had to eat the American Airlines ticket.
Well, I called them in the Bahamas. I took about a half a day of my vacation. Thank you,
What a hero!
Wow.
This guy.
hero. Carry me out here on your
Scott.
shoulders. No, I called them and I go, hey, you guys canceled the flight. You guys didn't give this courtesy to my partner. We got to make this right. This is not the way I want to start my vacation. We spent a lot of money on these tickets. I know that's not your fault. You're just answering the phone. Let's get this worked out. And the girl that helped me was super nice, but she goes, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much for you. I actually have a recording of your partner being told by a supervisor that it was a one-time opportunity.
They
for the
recorded it.
recorded phone
Wow.
call, played the message for me of
Wow.
Tina,
What?
completely ignoring this lady, turning her down, telling her, no, that's unacceptable. No, that's unacceptable. She's like, ma'am, I'm telling you, this is a one-time courtesy that we don't have to offer you. I'm trying to make this right for you. But you have to work with me. And she's like, no, that's unacceptable. Oh. And she's like, I can't. She called that lady, the supervisor, and said, can we do anything? That lady was like, no.
I'm gonna have to say, by the way, good on American Airlines.
They had her,
For
dude.
recording?
for having
Bro,
receipts. by the
they
way.
had receipts.
They had
dude.
receipts.
It's
Can't argue
smart.
that.
But I got her back on my return flight. And then we took a Delta credit so she's got a Delta credit for the return flight. So
Okay.
it ended up being like an extra $400 or $500.
All
but
right. Well, and she got there a half hour.
yeah,
after
she got
you.
there on the same day. She had her booked on a Delta flight, and then she flew back with me, and we got home at the same
Okay,
time.
well-
It ended up working out all right.
It did.
Because she was on. We saw a video of her on a flight out of Atlanta, I think it was, and she looked like she was crying and
Yeah.
all sorts of.
I
pissed off.
appreciate the transparency of emotion though, because like I was with her the whole time. Like I was like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
like she was pissed, and then she was stressed, and then she was upset and like crying, and then it was all
100%.
good, you know. And so it was like once she got there, I like that she posted, "We made it, honeys," and all that good stuff. I was so
Yes.
happy for her.
And American Airlines was not super helpful.
Yeah.
Like they could have worked with her on that. We were there technically an hour before the line. They saw the line was long. They could have thrown that bag on the plane. They could have done it, and they didn't. Then they could have also just kept it for her, and they didn't. There were a lot of steps of them being kind of jerks.
Right.
But I brought this up to her. I'm glad you brought it up because I did bring it up on vacation. I go, hey, not upset, but I've gotten some messages from people pretty much telling me I'm a POS for leaving you, that if their significant other left them in the airport. And I go, a lot of emotional transparency, not a lot of accountability transparency. Like, there are a lot of steps where I love her, but I'm like, there were emails that could have been read and steps that could have been taken where we could have avoided this. And you didn't post any of that on your stories. You only posted you crying in the Atlanta airport.
That she was by herself as Rafe is on his way.
Yeah.
She's going to get to the Bahamas
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point, and Rafe is going to be poolside.
She's crying in
Exactly.
Atlanta, and
Yeah.
you're standing on a dolphin.
And
You know.
and
You're
then
swimming with dolphins.
Although I mean, I feel like I'd be the same. I'd be like, this is my perspective only. Like I'd want to just
Yeah.
show
I let her
my
have it.
emotions. Yeah.
she goes, "You want me? I'll put up a post saying." I go, "No, don't do that."
She's an
Because
entertainer.
they're going to know I said something to you. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh, he made her put
You're going to
that
make
up."
it worse.
Yeah, you're like, "You're going to make it worse."
Are you not entertained?
And she's
I'm
like, "I don't know
really
why you
entertained.
care what people say online."
Well,
and
no,
I'm like,
it was.
It's not online. They're messaging by inbox.
Right. They're
not
texting
only,
me.
not only, was it a question that I asked everybody in this room, but even outside the show, like, hey, all right, so what's the situation? You get through security. There's the plane. Would you go without your wife?
Yeah.
And I tell you what,
You're going to eat an $800 ticket. You going?
I tell you, for the most part,
With an open seat.
most of the guys I talked to said, my wife would be pissed if I did that. But if my wife were in the situation reverse and I got stuck in security and she had to go, they'd be fine with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that you guys had the agreement though. That makes it easier to understand for your relationship. Like Tim and I mean, I have left. We've had issues before where I've had to leave on a plane and he didn't go, and it was fine. And so it's very it's to your relationship. It's
Where
autonomous.
you left him at the airport?
Yeah, I left.
Because he didn't want to get on the plane.
Well, yeah, he did not want to get on the plane, and that's okay.
That's on him.
That's on him. But I left. I was
Mama
like, no,
gotta go.
we got to go. We had 9 Inch Nails tickets and Airbnb, and
Say no
my
more.
sister was picking me. It was all good. It worked out for us. That was our dynamic, and if there might be a day in the future where I'm like, I can't get on the plane, and go. If you want to go, go.
Yeah. And there was communication.
See, in your situation, you were going to meet your sister. You had tickets for something. I wonder if it was just hey, it's both of us, just two of us on vacation. Let's say you were going to a resort in the Bahamas, just
Right.
you and Tim.
Yeah, and if
And Tim's like, I ain't getting on the plane.
that might be a little different.
That's different.
Yeah, because what am I going to do? Go to the Bahamas by myself? Like, no. Now if I could, I don't know. If there were other couples meeting us there, like similarly, then yeah, I would same thing. But if it was just us, like we have a bunch of trips coming up where it's just us. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have left him in that situation.
Well, listen.
Non-refundable.
Yeah, eat the
All
money.
inclusive sandals vacation
Oh,
in the
man.
Caribbean
You love
turquoise
sandals.
waters
I
of
do
the
love
Bahamas in the middle of January during an Arctic
Oh!
blast.
I don't know. I've never done a solo female trip internationally.
My
or anything
wife's
like
cousin
that.
is going to Alaska by herself.
Yeah, I love women that do that.
I guess I travel alone so much because of my comedy job that it's not a weird
It's
thing
not
to me.
unusual.
Right.
No, I was talking to my wife's aunt and uncle down in Florida, and they said, oh, Liza's going to Alaska on an Alaskan cruise.
That's awesome.
I said, oh, who's she going with? Oh, she's going by herself.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
And look, plenty of women do the
Sure.
solo trip, and I hope to do one day. Because it has to be so empowering just to know you can take on the world literally by yourself. It's different. Like men don't have that perspective, I don't think, or at least I'm stereotyping men right now. Like where I mean, I'm a 5'3" crazy little lady. Like, I can get around and be resourceful, and I don't mind asking questions and being vulnerable in that way. But at the same time, I am afraid like somebody's going to swoop me up, throw me in a van, and put me in a crypt. That's also in my brain.
Yeah.
One day I'll go.
I've never even gone to the movies by myself.
What? Okay, I've done that.
Wow.
You know, since the mics are on, I would definitely only go with my wife. I would not do any of that. But if the mics were off, I would tell the truth. You know.
Good for you, Scott.
Thank you.
Well, and, we communicated. It wasn't like
You weren't in that situation.
I kind of wanted to keep that going though. That I just G'd out on her and was like, I'm out.
Because I called it the
Bahamas.
ultimate G move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the street cred.
High fives,
Savage.
man.
I guess that's the flip side. Is I got some street cred for being a gangster and just leaving and going to the Bahamas. But we talked.
Well, you're wearing-
She was like, I offered to come back out, and she was like, dude, it's just going to cost $1,200
Right.
or $1,600.
And I'm going to get there
And I was like,
a
hey,
half
let's
hour after you. It
Right.
doesn't-
I
So
was like,
we
this-
flew alone.
Basically, we flew alone. Yeah.
Basically, you flew alone. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And the trip was good. I saw some pictures.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
Did you swim with the turtles or what it was? You went to
Pigs.
Turtle Island? Pigs.
Oh
pigs.
yeah, dude. I swam with them
Pigs.
pigs, dude.
You carried a baby pig.
I did. I fathered a baby pig while I was there.
Adorable.
He followed me on the beach. Probably thought I was a dad. Rubbed his little belly. But the big pigs, man, those things are big. I'll be honest. I swam with sharks and I swam with pigs, and I was more nervous in the water with the pigs.
With the pigs?
And I'm scared of sharks. It's a fear. I did it to face my fear of sharks, and found out I'm scared of pigs.
So I guess the Bahamas, that's a famous place that you swim with pigs over there. I saw when they did that Fire Fest the documentary. They had all the supermodels
Yeah.
Doing the pig thing.
doing the pig,
Yeah, dude.
doing the pig thing.
Back to traveling alone for a second. I've never like vacationed alone, but I mean, depending on the tour, half of touring, when you're a guy like me and your band is not a guy like me, you're kind of vacationing on your own.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
get that.
I walk through cities for probably 8 hours every single day by myself, and I'll tell you what. It is lonely here and there as far as like, it's a bittersweet thing because you don't get to share. You see so many amazing things and you're not sharing it. And it's hard to come home and like talk about it because, it's kind of a weird thing. But I will say it's one of the coolest feelings and one of the most like, I don't know, rewarding things on earth to just walk cities by yourself.
It's
and
amazing.
just
Yeah.
be
And take the
thank-
buses and
Yeah,
go to
you-
spots. And
You just become so thankful for life, and like it totally transforms your perspective. So if you're like on the fence, if you're listening, you're on the fence, like, oh man, should I go? I'm going to be alone. Do it, 100%.
Yeah.
Do it. It'll change you.
Well, think of how many people are sent away on business trips and they got time to kill. And
Yeah.
they're just walking around the city by themselves.
Yeah.
'Cause I'll say one of my favorite memories from travel is when we were in Japan. And just one day I was walking all by myself around Tokyo, and it was incredible.
I bet
Yeah,
so.
just
all on your own.
cruise.
It was so
I'm
wonderful.
sure it was great. Well, Rafe, I'm glad you're back.
I'm
You
back,
look
baby.
tan.
I feel tan.
Got your
The skin is so, I mean, I'm so jealous.
Tommy Bahama shirt on.
Can you put lotion on that skin? That looks really
I don't
nice.
even want to. I put leather polish on
Oh,
this skin.
nice.
It's so tan. I put.
Well, we're going to have to take a
Hide
sexy
protector.
photo. We're going to have to take the sexy photo
Yep.
soon.
I heard we. I did hear
conceded.
We conceded while I
We
was gone.
conceded the Pick'em challenge, which, listen, there was, as I said, somebody had to be the adult.
Well, the day before you said stop the steal. So let's talk about
Okay,
changing
well,
our
listen,
minds.
That was a
24
quick
hours. Talk about the
turnaround.
We're not here to talk about the past.
Was it just too complex to figure out a tiebreaker?
Listen, we're not here to talk
Okay.
about the past.
Dude, can I? Before we move on from the Bahamas, there was one thing that I do want to talk about because I want to hear you guys' opinion because I was blown away by this. During the boat tour of the pigs and we swam with the pigs. It was great. We went in a cave from James Bond
That's sweet.
movie, which was dope. We snorkeled in there. I didn't even know that was part of it. That was actually the coolest part of the thing. I held onto a shark's fin and swam underwater with a shark, which was it was a nurse shark, but
You
still a
held
shark.
onto a shark fin?
I'm counting it. It was a nurse shark, which is like they're pretty
Okay.
docile,
Okay.
but at the same time,
They actually help you if you get a boo-boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
they do.
Band-Aids. They have all that.
sharks.
ready.
Yeah.
they had little hats with a red cross on them. It was
They
really
run
cute.
over and say, you all right?
Vitals.
They take you around the islands, and so many celebrities. I went and saw like the abandoned fire festival.
Oh, yeah.
Area?
The location?
Disaster, dude.
Were there
Disaster
cheese sandwiches
beach.
everywhere still? Or?
It's like the little huts are all in disrepair.
Were they still there, the huts?
There was like the remnants of them.
Wow.
So
Clean
you
up.
park- parking
where
lot.
The Fire Fest was
I
supposed to
saw where it was supposed
Whoa.
to. So the guy was giving us like the 411 and all these
I bet you that's a tourist spot now.
Yeah.
Well, Exuma, the island we went to, is not a very populated island. It was really weird, dude. I was telling you, like, there wasn't much. All the stores were closed at like 7 o'clock. There was one grocery store on the island. They're so expensive because they only get 2 boat shipments a week for the whole island.
But with how, like,
we were there for their Christmas parade.
How infamous the Fire Fest was.
Yeah.
I would think if somebody said to you, hey, you want to go see what the Fire Fest was? Or was supposed to be? I would go, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
if it's in walking distance.
Hell yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
I'll ride a half hour.
Half hour?
I'll go a half hour.
Half hour, wow.
I don't know.
I'll go a half hour.
It's he was telling us all. So there's little islands all over, and a lot of them are owned by celebrities. So I saw Tim McGraw on Faith Hill's island.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Their private island they just sold to some computer tech wizard for like $35 million. He put it up as a lark during COVID because he bought it for like $10 million.
Oh, yeah. I think I
And
seen
he's
that
like,
house.
yeah, $35 million bucks. I'll sell it. And the guy from
Okay.
Intel or something bought it
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, you can look up the house. I remember he did some like post about
It's
it.
awesome. He built it.
Is it cool?
If I remember
I'm looking
right,
at it
it's
right
pretty
now.
incredible.
They
looking.
brought in, they had like a beach full, no other palm trees in, there weren't really palm trees in the Bahamas, but this had a beach full of like perfectly manicured palm trees. And like, oh, they flew those in
Wow.
Oh, man.
and planted them.
Beautiful.
And those are, if it depends on the
And
palm
I'm
tree,
like-
but they're about 30 grand each.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like the ones in
Really?
LA when you
Mm,
plant
must be
one,
nice.
it costs
It's
30
wild.
grand.
But one of the things that blew my mind, so Tim McGraw's island, David, he goes, see this island over here, it's owned by David Copperfield.
Yeah, we've talked about this island before. I think when it
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw's
when they put it
$35
up on
million
sale.
private
Look
island.
at that thing, man. It's crazy.
Whoa.
That'd be tough. I know you make a fortune.
See all the
but
palm trees on that little beach?
Yeah, we talked.
They're not native.
I remember we talked about this because we were talking about the staff, like the cost of
Yeah.
the staff.
It's like
'Cause
10. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, you got to boat them out there every
Yeah,
day.
you can't. You can only get
They live there.
boated out there.
Yeah, there's 10 properties on the island where staff lives. There's other houses. So they live on the island and they have their own boats. And they like just take care of the
Is that-
property.
scroll back up. Is that Tim McGraw?
Yeah, man.
Look at that tan
Look at
boy.
his abs.
Look at how damn gorgeous he is. My goodness.
Hey, look at the lobster.
Can't believe-
Just kidding. Look at my abs. What am I
Damn,
doing in this
dude.
picture?
So,
I didn't realize.
This is the goal for our picture, by the way. Are we
Yeah.
there?
heck yeah, I am.
'Cause I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
He is
Except for the
sexy.
flab, I'm there. So,
I'm going to do wall squats on
did
the
you
break.
think he sold this because it's just a headache, or because that's paradise?
They've
So
owned
why
it for
would you get
20
rid of
years.
The coolest property on the planet.
We were talking about that. He's owned it for 20 years, and I was like, you know what? I bet during COVID he wasn't touring. Faith wasn't touring. They probably weren't making a ton of money, and they were probably like, at this point, they're probably like, we go there once every 2 years. We're not, because I bet when you own it and you've been to it a bunch, they don't go all the time, but they'd come in by seaplane.
Oh, man, they got a
See the
seat
plane
plane.
right
Dude,
there?
you can't
That
even
freaked
get
me
to
out.
this. You can't drive to this. So he would come in either by seaplane or the guy that drove our boat was like, sometimes I'd pick him up at the air. He was a really nice guy. I'd pick him and his wife and his kids up, and I would boat him out here. But the thing that blew my mind, before we move on, is that David Copperfield has a private island. He goes, this is David Copperfield's island. And we're like, oh, you know, David Copperfield had private island money. That's what, I know magic
The
was.
man walked through the Great Wall of China.
He dated
no, he's
Claudia
got-
Schiffer.
Here's the thing that bothers me. He bought 6 islands around his island for privacy. So David Copperfield owns 7 islands
Wow.
in the Bahamas. 2 things bother me about that. Where the hell did David Copperfield get 7 island money?
Magic.
Okay, because that guy had a residence
He's
in,
worth
in
$1 billion,
Vegas.
isn't
You know
For
what's-
how long?
I don't know.
30
But
years?
7 islands, dude? That's a lot of islands.
It's
That's a
because he
lot
didn't
of
share it with
islands.
tigers, you know? The
It's
other guys
'cause-
had it wrong.
It's because he wasn't wasting his money on a coffee every day.
Yes.
And he
He ate a
He
fish
bought
sandwich.
used cars. He only buys
Saved
used
his money.
cars.
He eats your fish fillet plant. That's what it was.
Okay, well, David Copperfield, a Vegas residency for forever. He had all those TV specials however long ago.
He was cute.
okay.
Out of magicians, he was the cutest one.
He's still going, by the way. And they say his net worth as of last year was just over $1 billion, and he earns about 40 to
$1 billion.
60 million per year, primarily from the 515 shows he does at MGM Grand.
That's nuts, dude.
That's incredible.
That's insane. And
Well, I
the
guess
other
it's-
here's the second part that bugs me, and I'll let it go. One, David Copperfield has 7 island money.
Yeah.
2, who the hell does David Copperfield think he is that he has to buy 6 islands for privacy?
The guy
Ain't nobody trying to get up in Copperfield's business like that, dude. If you told me David
Well, if you have
Copperfield,
the means.
Yeah, but this is
buy
this guy
surrounding
made
islands.
the Statue of Liberty disappear, right?
I know.
I mean,
he
he
did.
can make your island
put it
disappear.
on one
Why
of
would
those
he need
islands.
to?
Dude, if you told me he was at Family Arena, I'd be like, that's all the way out. It's in St. Charles.
Yeah, ain't anybody gonna buy a ticket for that. Who's going to David Copperfield at the Family Arena?
I'm just saying, like, if he was like signing autographs at a bookstore in town, I'd be like, that's okay. I'm certainly not going to hop 6 islands to get to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's a little.
So you think it's
a little
nefarious?
pretentious. I don't know.
That's like Mark Zuckerberg. Remember, it's a famous story of him buying, I think, a $14 million house and then spending $35 million buying every surrounding house.
Yeah, I think that's kind of common. Because I know Ed Sheeran did the same thing. He bought the whole neighborhood. But I think he also did it so his friends could live
Here we go.
near him.
Back in 2013, Mark Zuckerberg paid $14 million for his house and then spent $30 million to buy 4 houses around him so he could use their backyards and keep them empty for privacy.
Whoa.
I dig it.
I get it.
That's a G move.
Hey, wouldn't you?
Of course, if I had the means.
I mean, we're crashing on it, but I mean, wouldn't you? If you had 7 island money, wouldn't you buy at least 4
You're
or 5?
just surprised that David Copperfield is a billionaire.
I'm just blown away by that.
I am
dude.
too.
Of all the people, they're like, guess who owns this island? I'm like, oh, Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. And they're like, nah,
Copperfield.
David Copperfield. I'm
Copperfield.
like, get the hell out of here.
They said his
Copperfield.
15 years plus residency, it grossed over $4 billion. So
Hey,
that
it's
made a good
nuts.
chunk.
It's
I bet
the
he's
build.
sold out every night.
It's the build that'll cost you money down there. Because Scott and I know a guy who owns a bus company who has an island down there.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy islands. There's nothing on the island. He goes there every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, and you had to boat everything in?
It said
Yeah.
it said just the initial construction for that one thing with Tim McGraw was $10 million. Who knows how many? He's got 8 towers.
Yeah.
For water, just to keep the clean water there.
We went to-
I don't know. That's $1 million
You
right
were
there.
talking about how groceries are expensive over there.
It's nuts, yeah. It was like a bag, just a regular sized bag of the nachos at the stadium, like the generic Tostitos. They're
Yeah.
not even Tostitos, they're the generic ones. Was $25.
Whoa.
Island.
Well, I
prices.
mean, it makes sense. They got to boat everything
It's nuts.
over.
Did you save money doing it the way you did it with the Airbnb for 11 people? Or because I looked at the listing and it was like 11 beds. Like there was huge, gorgeous listing, but you had to bring in your own food and drinks and everything. You think you evened out?
Yeah, I mean, we did go out to eat a couple times at the resorts and we went to like a little shanty restaurant that was awesome. Had like island food buffet, and that lady was super sweet, and it was awesome. It was expensive, but yeah, I'm sure if you pay for sandals or like a resort that's all inclusive, you get all that. But I don't like doing stuff like that, so I was happy to do it the way we did. The other thing, we stopped at an iguana island that Nicolas Cage owned.
What?
That Nicolas Cage money.
But the guy goes,
Island.
there's nothing on this island except like 3,000 iguanas, dude. And they all come down to the beach. It freaked me out. Honestly, it was the creepiest part. We went on the beach and all these iguanas come up and they're like hissing and whipping each other with their tails trying to feed them bread. And they're like,
And it was a Nicolas Cage owned iguana island.
and he never paid his taxes. And the government took it from him.
Wow.
And I go,
Well, remember, it was Nicolas Cage got in all that trouble with,
Yeah.
he would buy like, Tyrannosaurus Rex skull
Yeah.
and all these castles out in Scotland.
He's got
Yeah.
the New Orleans gravesite all ready for him when he dies. He's
Yeah.
going to be buried down there.
Yeah, it
When
sounded
him-
like his business manager was a yes man.
yes, very much so, dude. Because I read an article.
This Tyrannosaurus, T-Rex skull. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, you can do it.
I just was on this beach thinking, Nicolas Cage stood on this beach there's nothing on this island but vegetation and about 3,000 iguanas. And he had to be on and be like, I am the king of iguanas. Like, he had to be out there, like, just talking to the iguanas by himself because he's so crazy.
probably
You're
naming
all
them
my
all.
babies.
You
are
are
mine.
Kal-El. You are Jor-El.
I am Castor Troy. It's like...
Yeah, he probably stood out on the beach with his arms open.
That's all I could
With the
think about
guy.
on this
Come to me,
beach.
my iguanas.
That mean one over there is Zod.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. I just like it just blew me. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'm like, Nicolas Cage stood on this beach and talked to these iguanas at some point in history, and that's hilarious to me. And then lost it for not paying. I mean, I read articles about him, like him and Lisa Marie Presley when they were married, like throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of like art and statues into the ocean, drunk off of a boat. Like he was not good with his money.
No. And so he bought Iguana Island, and then the
Lost
Bahamas.
it, and now it belongs to the government. It's like a national park, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Rafe.
Hey, thanks.
You're back. It's freezing. mean, that goes without saying. What's it right now? It's -1?
Whatever.
In my heart, it's 85.
It's -2.
-2. All right.
Hey, so they're saying that he lost around 150 million. Let's see, the IRS. He owed the IRS 6.3 million. He's now worth around 25 million. But yes, that island, along with the skull and a few other things, are some of the things that he may have lost. He once owned 15 residences, including a $25 million waterfront home in Newport Beach, a $16 million countryside estate in Newport, Rhode Island. He had a $9 million place in Vegas. Oh, my gosh, that looks amazing. He had that La Laurie mansion down in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal.
That's iconic.
In Europe, he purchased not one but two castles for $10 million and $2.3 million.
Yeah.
And then here is the island that Rafe is talking about.
There it is, Iguana Island.
$3 million got him a deserted island in the Bahamas.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And also a 9-foot-tall burial tomb.
In New Orleans.
Whoa, shrunken heads? He bought a bunch of shrunken heads?
They're not going to. Those aren't going to.
Well, if you put those in a bucket of water, they grow back to normal size.
$150,000 pet octopus.
Well, sometimes you just need it, you know?
Well,
I understand.
I got
necessary.
it too. I got it
Imagine
too.
being his accountant.
Well, guys, you know what today is? Today is Blue Monday.
Ooh.
Happy Blue Monday, everybody.
Thank you.
We're going to play the song?
Or not so happy, I guess. It's supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. That's today. That is today. A travel company in the UK came up with this thing in 2005 as a PR stunt. So if you're having a great day, don't let me ruin it for you. So it's based on a formula that's supposed to calculate how depressing any given day is by looking at things like weather, post-holiday stress, New Year's resolutions we've given up on, and the fact that Mondays suck in general.
Yeah.
So that's today. The nexus of all those things.
Maybe I'm not depressed. I mean, I feel pretty good today. So if this is the saddest day that I'm supposed to be
This is supposed to be the saddest day. Now, most experts say it's not very scientific, but the formula claims that in the northern hemisphere, the saddest day of the year is always the third Monday in January, and the happiest day is in mid to late June. Even if Blue Monday isn't backed by science, most would agree winter is a little more depressing than other seasons. So you want to cheer up today? All right, here's some things you could do. Maybe get some exercise, get some sun if possible.
Well,
doing something fun with people you like, eating some chocolate, specifically 85% dark chocolate.
Okay.
That should put you in a better mood.
Okay.
So have at it, folks.
You brought us chocolate?
No.
Oh, dang it.
No, isn't that depressing?
By the way, Leaf Key, the one that he owns, it's up for sale.
Still on it.
This is the Bahamas.
It's up for sale. That's the picture of it.
10 million. All right.
And,
10 mil.
Yeah, well, it's 10 million in Australian dollars. It's $7.5 million
Oh, great.
USD. Yeah.
And he paid $3 million
That's
for
a
it?
steal. Apparently, he paid
Wow,
3 and
yeah.
he's selling it for 7.5.
Yeah.
40-acre island, Leaf Key. Get on it, somebody get on it. We want to go. Rafe wants to go back.
10 mil, yeah. He wants
Everybody
to
call
feel
in.
like he's king of the iguanas.
they told me that the government had it now. No one could buy it. I don't know if that's true.
Maybe they held it up. And
When's this from?
this is from
2022.
2022. Yeah.
We'll
So
see.
yeah, maybe it didn't sell and he lost it in the last 2 years.
Hey, Rafe, were you guys worried when you came home about, well, I mean, you rent your place, so you weren't worried about like burst pipes or anything like that? Because that's, reading up on the news, burst pipes with this kind of weather.
Right. I was
man.
running my
Plumbers
pipes
are-
all weekend.
I had a house.
Plumbers are busy.
I had a house once, and I didn't realize it until the winter, of course, that anytime it got anywhere near, I would say even in the 20s, my shower would not get warm.
That was ridiculous.
It would not happen. So you had to wait, and it was freezing. Sometimes it would just totally freeze, and the shower, you would get no shower.
Oh, man.
So it was like,
In a house,
oh, okay,
regular
cool.
house?
It was a nice home,
regular
too.
house is a really nice home.
Where was this at?
This is in St. Charles.
Yeah.
Huh.
But the wall, I guess the pipes were just close enough to the wall where it would get cold, and you were just screwed. If it was too cold, I would have to plan out my showers and think,
Yeah,
oh, God, is tonight going to be really crazy cold? Because I'll have to shower now because in the morning I'll have no water.
Do you know what you're supposed to do to kind of prevent burst pipes? Like, do you know the tips?
Is it like keep
No.
one running?
Drip. It's
drip.
drip it.
You're kidding.
I just did laundry. I did, I kind of
Trickle.
stockpiled my laundry, and then I was like doing a lot of cleaning over the weekend, and I was taking baths, and there was a nice constant flow of hot water coming in this weekend to the
when
Elwell
temperatures are
household.
expected to fall below freezing for a sustained period of time, people should let their faucets trickle.
I had no idea. Maybe I should have. See, I would have tried that.
And you go, but I'm going to get a high water bill or a burst pipe. What's going to cost you more? You big dopes.
Your cats will love it too because they'll drink out of the fountain.
Are you supposed to leave your cabinet, keep the cabinet doors open?
Oh
The
my
pipes
gosh.
are exposed to warmer air.
That's the other thing too. Is our kitchen is right. It has a big window over the sink, and so anytime you're over by the sink right now, it is freezing, and all the glasses are just ice cubes.
Frigid.
Everything has a penis
Frigid.
drawn on it, right?
Ice cubes.
Frigid.
Is that what you guys draw when you see like frozen glass? No?
No,
Alone in this?
just you.
Our house is cool in there.
Just you. Just you. No, STL today had some tips, 5 things to do as the freeze hits the area. I mean, it is freaking cold. I mean, it is
Terrible.
miserable.
Right.
So avoid the burst pipes. No space heater safety. Space heaters are the leading cause of house fires this time of year. Keep your pets inside when you could.
Yes, and I shared this on the socials, probably annoyingly this weekend. If you should have put like a heated little house out. Like my stray cats came into their little heated house all weekend. It was great
Nice.
Why would I buy a heated little house for my outside?
because there's little pets
That's their
outside.
problems.
No, it's not. They don't have anywhere to go.
They go somewhere else.
They
I
can
got
all
a
come to my
fenced-in
house.
yard.
What?
No, poor Cat the dog. I walked both dogs outside yesterday, and it was so cold, and she was like lifting up her feet.
You don't have little booties for
No,
them?
I think we're gonna buy them.
It's good.
Radio loves it outside.
Yeah, new dog loves it. She's fine.
We have a little sweater on it, and I'm not 100% sure if she loves it or not. I think she does, but we don't really know. And when she's outside, we will watch her and notice that like she starts to kind of walk.
like lift a foot up.
No, she doesn't do that. She just walks as if her feet hurt. We're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You got to come in, dude.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Our dogs just sit there as soon as it gets to this kind of temperature and a little bit of snow. I mean, every time they go out, it's just they just play and play and play, run, and they're so excited.
Nah,
Even
I'm
with
like,
this
please
cold
just go
temps.
take a dump.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on,
I'm like,
girls,
just go to
get
the
in.
bathroom.
Radio likes the cold, or she doesn't like the cold. I mean, when it gets in like the 50s, she's a bird dog, so she like gets out there and she's just like built for it. Like, oh, this is what my breed is built for. But then when it's like super cold, she doesn't like it so much. She's pretty wise. She just goes out and comes in. But when there's snow and everything is white, she can see every squirrel. She can see
yeah.
every bird. She can see every
and
deer.
listen,
And
the
it's
snow-
like hunting heaven for her.
The snow's fine. It's this kind of stuff. It's
dusty.
Like, it's slushy, dusty, gross,
Yeah.
icy. Cat the dog hates it. I'm yelling at it. Just take a dump. Just do something.
Do
Just
it.
go.
Because we had to leave the house yesterday. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get home. She's gonna crap in the house.
Yeah.
Do you have a word that helps? Like a command?
Poop.
Go, you idiot.
Excrete waste.
If we say potty, she knows that means go to the bathroom.
The other dog does.
Okay,
Cat's
yeah.
like,
So
she's on her own schedule.
If she's out there and she's messing around, and we need her back, we'll scream out like, "Hey, go potty!" And then she's like, "Oh, okay," and then she'll go to the bathroom, come in.
By the
she
way,
knows the rule.
45 degrees is like the coldest it can be for your cats. Like, so we take our cats outside just to give them some fresh air. And like Willow, he just ran through. He didn't realize there was snow on the ground, and he got out there, and then he didn't know what to do. He was like on a tree trunk root. Tim had to go out and get him because he was like freaked out. But 45 degrees is like the chillest that it can be before your cat gets hypothermia. So just be careful.
What about your dogs, Rafe?
Bo hates it. The Puggle was like, he'll go outside and get to the edge of the concrete pad and hang his butt right over onto the grass, drop one, and right back in the house. Like, he's clockwork, baby. That dude knows what's up. Because as soon as his paws hit the cold, he's like, He's doing that thing where he's like doing dressage like a horse, and then he just wants out. The other one's, he'll go out, but I told Lern this morning, I opened the door to let them both out at 4 a.m., and the Puggle didn't even come out of the chair. He's like, I'm good, bruh. And the big one that usually likes going outside came to the door. I opened it. This big burst of cold air came in, and he just looked at me and just went right back up the stairs. And he never does that. And I'm like, that's how I know it's cold. He'll go out almost any time, and he was just like, nah.
That's dog for I'll hold it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Humane Society of Missouri, they say, hey, bring pets inside whenever temperatures fall below 35 degrees to prevent frostbite on ears, tails, and feet. Pet owners should also dry off wet paws and clean them off. After walking in the snow, chemicals and salt used to melt the ice can get embedded into those paws and pads. Pet owners should also be aware there's antifreeze around their animals. Pets may try to eat it, and it can be lethal.
Yeah, I had to put a dog down. My dog Sophie got into some antifreeze. Dude, it's awful. Like, they have seizures. The most brutal thing I ever had to go through was putting her down. So, yeah, be careful about that.
It tastes sweet to them.
Yeah. And it looks like Gatorade.
Yeah.
I don't think the dog's aware of that.
Yeah, they're aware. They know more than you think they know. They say stock up your car. Missouri Department of Transportation cautions drivers to check their vehicle for supplies and safety. Fill up gas tanks to be at least half full. Check vehicle antifreeze, battery, and oil levels. Make sure your car's got the ice scraper, the blankets, warm clothes, bottled water just in case, non-perishable food, booster cables. And they say watch out for frostbite and hypothermia. Anybody with signs of frostbite or hypothermia should seek immediate medical attention. Signs of frostbite: numbness, flushed gray, white, blue, or yellow skin discoloration, numbness or waxy feeling skin. Early signs of hypothermia: confusion, dizziness, exhaustion, severe shivering. Just be careful.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go outside today.
Hey, speaking of skin discoloration, somebody in the chat's asking about Rafe's broken toe, which...
Oh, you broke your toe.
Oh, yeah, I broke my toe about mid-vacay.
Doing what?
I wish it was a cooler story. I wish I could say it was like a piece of coral or having sex standing up or something cool like that. But I honestly just was in the bathroom of our Airbnb and like turned from the sink to go pee in the toilet. And there was like, it was one of those where the toilet's in like a little cubby hole and just wrecked my foot. Like slipped on some sand and like thought I stubbed my toe, but then I heard a crack and it just turned purple.
And that's one of those injuries. You can't do anything about it.
Right.
Nah, I mean, if you're going to have a broken bone in a foreign country, I'll take a broken toe all day.
Yeah, and you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Or you
man,
just tape it up.
that's why I always have shoes. I'm so afraid of a stub toe.
Even on the beach, you're wearing sandy-ass shoes at the beach.
He wears boots on the beach.
No. On the beach, I'll wear my shoes to the beach and then take them off.
Okay.
But they're always, just in case, handy.
Just in case.
Yeah. I mean, inside. Like, there's never, like, anytime my family sees my feet, they like, it happened the other day. I forget what I was doing. I was downstairs and I walked to my daughter's room and she goes, "Oh my gosh, your feet are out." Like, it's just a known thing that I have my shoes because, dude, there's nothing more misproportioned than the pain a human being feels when you stub a toe. It doesn't make any sense. Like that. Like,
Yeah.
Did you see stars?
It makes no sense.
No, but I did that Family Guy Peter Griffin thing where
Yeah.
that is the universrsal sound of a stub toe.
Yeah.
And I was in there by myself, just like
I will never stub a toe again. Never.
If there is a reason to go outside today, it's free to visit national parks. Today's one of only 6 days where it's free to get into national parks. What, the Arch Grounds? That's a national park?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
So that's free
Nice.
today. MLK Day.
don't lick the arch today.
No, your tongue stick to it. My son was talking about going up to Hidden Valley today.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah, man.
I think that's officially open.
It's all over TV. They've
"You're
been blowing
friggin'
snow, and it
nuts."
does look
Woo.
beautiful.
No, thank you.
Man, you got to really want to go.
Well, I said, do you really want to go? Oh, my buddies are going.
Tim was out in the yard yesterday doing yard work, and his chainsaw wouldn't even work because the batteries were so frozen. And I'm like, what
Why
are
was he
you
doing yard work?
Because
And
this
why
big
was he
branch
using
fell
batteries?
down.
I'm just kidding.
It's electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Yeah. Yeah, we had this big branch fall because this tree in our backyard had a big old dead branch. And so he's like, I can't take it anymore. And he was like, geared up. He looked like a serial murderer going out there.
Yeah, the boy's like,
Oh,
yeah, my buddies are going to go to Hidden Valley. They're going to go, first thing in the morning.
Oh, that's pretty
Are
awesome.
you nuts?
That snow, I bet you that snow is incredible, though.
Yeah.
These conditions,
It
like,
better be.
you know, they're blowing that. They've been blowing that snow. I've been watching it on the news here, and they've been blowing it for a few days.
It's so
bet you it's-
cold, though, man.
Oh,
Perfect.
it's
so cold.
Then
But if you got the gear,
It's -2 right now.
it's -2 and add on.
as if it doesn't get that anywhere else on the
Right.
planet any other time. There is proper gear for it. If you got the proper gear, skiing rips. Go.
All right.
Right?
Mike, you have to put on a jacket.
I don't want chapped lips.
I don't
and
wear
dry
If I know teenage boys and the cold, if there's one thing they won't have, it's the proper gear.
Yeah,
that's
of
true.
course.
There's always one kid there was one kid that just wore a tank top year round. Everybody went to school with that. It was always a boy. Like, never had a coat. He had a coat. He just wouldn't wear a coat. Like, I never dressed properly.
Do you know anybody that went down to the Chiefs game?
No, but Rafe and Tina were very sweet. They offered Tim tickets to go, and Tim was like, I can't go.
I can't.
He's got a
He said
tree
he
to
couldn't
cut
because
down.
of the cold, and then he puts on all his weather gear to cut a branch up. And
Tree
I'm
to
like,
cut down.
Spend longer out
It
there.
looked, I didn't watch the game because I didn't have Peacock.
people were real mad about that.
I
But
loved
the
it. Thank
pictures
you,
I
Peacock.
saw, I mean, it looked brutal.
It was brutal. I knew some people down there.
But it was
Speaking of-
just,
Go ahead.
it was wild to see Mahomes and a lot of those players. I mean, they're in short sleeves and they're out there. They look like there's no issue whatsoever. Just having a good
Yeah,
time.
but once they're
and-
getting to the sidelines, I mean, they're getting
big coats.
the big coats on.
Would you see
and
they'd
there's-
have the guys in the big coats and then someone would just sit without it and just talking to them?
those are
and-
real men.
Yeah, I guess so.
My
Those are the real men.
You know my boys, Rizz, because yours is similar. They're never prepared. Like you guys were saying, like these kids are never prepared with
Yeah.
with stuff. Well, we went to service yesterday, and then we were going to go to lunch, and both of them no jackets. I was like, what?
Right.
First of all, I'm proud of you. You guys finally have pants on. That's lovely. But you gotta wear something. And my daughter's starting to pull the same move.
Nah,
I was like,
my
no,
son
listen.
yesterday-
I handed her my coat, and she still has my coat right now because she wore it all day yesterday. And you know what their thing was? I'm only going to be outside for a few minutes. And Dad over here, I go, what if an emergency happens?
Yeah.
You dress for an emergency.
Damn it, that's exactly what I said.
That was
I said,
it.
boy, we had to go to Wentzville for the hockey tournament, and he comes out of a sweatshirt.
Exactly.
And I go, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's negative. We left yesterday morning. It was -6.
Yeah. Well, so
He goes, I'm going to be in the car, and then I'm going to go right to the ice rink. I go, what if something happens when we're in the car?
that's exactly what I
What
said.
if we get stuck?
That's exactly what
You're
I
gonna
said.
be no help.
And then we go to we go to church and we leave, and one of the boys, it was his pick, and he says Red Lobster.
Yeah.
So we had our
Good
first
idea.
we had our first Red Lobster experience. First of all, it was great. We had the whole place to ourselves because
Cheddar
no one
biscuits?
was out. Oh my gosh, you guys were totally right about those things.
Right?
I've made them. I've made the box version
And
a
you're
few
not a
times.
biscuit guy.
I'm not a biscuit guy. I ate 3 or 4.
Those
of
are
them.
special.
They really are something different,
Cheddar
man.
Bays, they're special.
And they got like a flatbread pizza or something that tastes like pizza on top of the Cheddar Bay biscuit. There's like something they're using the same something.
What?
I haven't been to
That
Red
sounds
Lobster
incredible.
in 15 years.
But I can't go back for a while because the bill was wild.
Oh, well, it's seafood. They fly it in.
Dude, the 10-year-old,
Ate the sea.
he did. He got the feast.
Captain's Feast?
So yeah, whatever it's called. He got the
Way to
feast.
go, kid.
He's crushing crabs and stripping lobsters
Good
out.
on
I
him.
mean, it was crazy.
The bib was on.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
bib.
okay.
Like we didn't know how to do the bib, and he's like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna need this. Oh, he was a mess. But I'll tell you what, man. Even inside the restaurant,
Signature feast. Here we go.
yeah, it was like
Rattle it off.
The Admiral's Feast.
Yeah.
Admiral's
Go.
Feast.
no. He got the one with the lobster and the crabs. And the shrimp. The one on the left.
This one here?
Yeah.
That's Create Your Own Ultimate Feast.
The ultimate feast. Yeah, that's what he got.
What you can put all that in it? What is it?
Choose 2 premium and 2 classic selections.
Yeah,
So I guess you could pick.
He went shrimp, lobster, crab, broccoli.
What a kid.
Then he got
impressed.
fries.
Broccoli.
We also had flatbread. We also had the lobster dip. Dudes, it hurt.
Did he house it all?
I think he did. Yeah, I think we had a few shrimp to take
Just
home.
you salute him. Move on.
Admiral,
pay
it
the
was
bill.
impressive.
Admiral.
But,
You earned your stripes today.
but we were the first ones in the restaurant, and it was cold in there, you know,
Yeah.
and sat us by a window, so it was cold. So the kids were complaining, and I was like, "Oh, you're complaining? You're complaining in your hoodie? You should probably have a coat." They're like, "Dad, we don't need a coat." And I said, "You dress for an emergency. What if we went outside and the car didn't start?"
Right. That's exactly what I said to the boy.
They got an answer for everything, though, dude.
It's going to be fine, Dad. Like I said, if this car breaks down on the way, you're going to be no help.
Yeah.
Well, that was me on Saturday. I hosted I was the MC for the Song Society's Rockin' at the Right. And I had on, like a nice outfit, this coat, which is good. But as I was driving, and by the way, driving on Saturday was a freaking nightmare because that's when the weather started to get really bad. And so I slow rolled it the whole way there. I was like maybe going to run out of gas on the way home. And I didn't have any blankets. I had just
boy.
water. I had no food. And I was thinking to myself, you look like a moron. You have this like nice business casual outfit on that if you have to walk somewhere, you're going to die.
Yeah.
I was not prepared.
That's the question: is how far do you go with that conversation? Because I said, one of these days, son, you're going to learn this lesson, and I just hope you don't die learning it.
There you go.
Yeah.
He goes, God damn, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, the boy saw the look on my face like, hey, it's crappy weather. You never know.
You never know.
He didn't care.
I was not prepared.
You're going to learn
He
your
didn't care.
lesson
He's going to
someday.
learn his lesson one day. That's right. No, we spent the weekend in Wentzville.
Oh.
The boy in a hockey tournament. Shout out to the Chesterfield Falcons 14U A3 team for winning the Arctic Blast tournament.
Champions.
Good job.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
They did very well. They played a couple teams from Michigan and Atlanta, and then the Merrimack Sharks, who gave them a good run. Shout out to the Merrimack Sharks goalie, who was standing on his head that first game. Anyway, so went to try to hit up a couple local establishments in Wentzville, to get coffee, and had a nice dinner. There was a place called the Thai Kitchen out there in Wentzville. Shout out to their
What kind of food they have?
Thai
Kitchen food.
Thai.
The Thai kitchen.
It was Thai Kitchen.
Oh, I thought
Delicious.
it was bow
Love Thai
ties
food.
or
Had a
long
big
ties.
bowl of soup.
Curry?
No, I'm not a curry guy.
What? Surprising.
But it was like Saturday night, freezing,
Yeah.
big ass bowl of soup. Hit the spot.
Best.
Hit the spot.
Yeah.
Went to get some coffee at a place called LB's. It was very nice.
What kind of coffee, George? Just black?
Regular coffee. Yeah, and they had the board with all this fancy stuff.
Yeah, just give me a coffee.
I might
please.
just give me coffee.
Hey,
I'm cool with the coffee.
You're not a curry guy, like you're not a Thai curry or an Indian curry? 'Cause it's kind of different.
I'll do Thai curry every once in a while. Indian curry I really don't like.
Okay, I knew that, but I didn't know you were just curry.
I'm not. It's not my go-to.
Averse.
Like
Love
if there's
red
other
curry.
things to get, I'm not going to ever go. I'll
I
take
get
that.
I get that. You're off the curry. You're not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. If it's the only thing, okay,
We'll do it.
I'll try it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
It was a good. Tina made veggie soup yesterday, and man, it was a good hot soup day.
Yeah,
Yep.
Perfect.
I was
My wife
watching the
made the same
football
thing.
games, just eating some
eating soup.
and just trying to warm my bones up, and it was
Boys,
great.
Good soup
Yeah.
and good chili. Mallory made chili on Friday, and we ended up eating it for 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leftover chili's the best.
Made
What are we gonna
chili
do tonight?
on Saturday, and she made vegetable soup yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
incredible,
soup day.
incredible
Doing
weekend.
soup today. That's it.
food.
Doing it. All right, we got to take a break. All right, that's brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. HotShotsNet.com/Team Rizz. Also, your St. Louis home for Blues hockey. From Edwardsville, Illinois, Sarah Riles is our team. Sarah is a longtime listener about the Rizz Show and The Point. Thinks the show is better than ever. Enjoys Lern's female perspective, King Scott's dad jokes, Moon's take on topics that stir the pot, and my leadership. Thank you. I guess she likes you too, Rafe, but she didn't write anything about you.
Thanks.
I think it just goes unsaid.
Well-
Sarah loves a matchup with the Moon because of how competitive the gang is, and she's grateful for the show always being there to provide comic relief for her mornings. Well, Sarah Riles from Edwardsville is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up on 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We got crap on celebrities coming up. Also, sex time fun facts later on in the show. What is, and this is a question to ponder before we get to that, America's sexiest accent?
Oh,
Did you see this list?
I did.
Okay, don't give anything away.
I won't. I forget who was number one, but
Because there's some controversy,
There is
especially
some
where St.
controversy.
Louis falls
Yep.
on the list. The specific St. Louis accent
Number one.
did pretty well. Well, we'll talk about it later. 7:15 Monday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a crash 44 westbound at Lafayette Avenue. Your point forecast, bitter cold temperatures and wind chills continue. We're also watching for light snow this afternoon and evening, high of 12. But right now it's minus 2.5 at the point studio.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Chad Gray of Mudvayne has some words about new metal. Travis Barker, parenting advice, checking in on William Hung, award show talk, yay, and the best front woman of all time for 2024.
Billy Hung, huh?
Billy Hung.
William Hung back in the news.
Got a gambling problem. We're going to hear all about it.
Our buddy?
Friend of the show, Billy Hung, has a gambling problem.
Did you guys ever hear the cameo I got for King Scott?
I don't think so.
For when King Scott lost his virginity, I paid for William Hung.
Can't wait to know. Can we play it?
100%.
All right, good.
Dude, I've never heard it.
It's hilarious. All right, got that. Your crappy birthdays, porno birthday, all that and more next week. Grab on Celebrity. Stay there.
All right, so here we are, way back Point Fest, the first interview of the day. It's Real Big Fish, everybody. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you. Great to see you.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey.
Thank you. You know what? No, don't stop. No, more, please, more.
It's really great to have you guys back. We have, over the years, done so many different things, so many shows.
Here, and it's time to take advantage of Zero Rez's best deal of the year. Yes, already. Carpet style rugs, upholstery, basically every surface in your home can be Zero Rezified. So it's time to call the cleaning pros at Zero Rez. And don't forget about your air ducts. Help alleviate allergies or asthma. You can also enjoy less dust and lower energy bills. Your home's going to stay cleaner longer. And don't DIY it. You don't know what you're doing. Call Zero Rez because, they know what they're doing. It's safe. It's effective. They stand behind every cleaning they do. You got the Zero Rez Gotta Love It guarantee. Go ahead. Get clean. Don't miss this deal. Get 3 rooms, Zero Rezified, starting at $119. And don't forget Dirt and Dander's favorite hiding place, your air ducts. This month, take $50 off when you get your air ducts Zero Rez clean. Give them a call, 314-474-2020, or go online, ZeroRezSTL.com. Say you want the Rizz Show special. Spell forward or backwards, spells the same at Zero Rez.
Oh, let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay, so wait, and Columbus, I don't think you have a clue how bad this gun hurts. Would you like an example? Would you like to try? Would you put your butt on the line and?
You guys can shoot me.
Yeah. Have Scott. How about you shoot Clonvis first?
Can I take one
shot in the
Can I
tush.
take one of his shots and give him 4? Was that
What?
fine?
No.
Oh, that's happened.
I'd like to. I mean, just as a gesture.
I mean,
of
that's a pretty.
goodwill.
That's a pretty amazing friend right there.
In tribute?
Or I'll take one and I'll still shoot him 5 times.
I had 4 last week, and I'll tell you, it was excruciating.
I'm interested to see if it's as bad as you guys say, or if you're hamming it up. So I'm willing to take a shot.
Yeah, okay. I would love for you to take a shot to see if we're hamming it up.
Fine.
Shoot
you know
me.
what? He'll take one of your shots.
You're amazing.
Shoot me.
All right, good.
Holy smokes.
He's going to take one of your shots. Wow, I'm such a pushover today.
Thank you. All right, let's do it.
It's because I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
So do you get to, who's going to shoot me?
Scott will shoot you first.
Okay.
Okay.
It's only fair. Respect.
Scott,
I gotta take my butt out?
Yeah, no, put it up against the, go up against the wall there. Just your undies.
See if
He's
his
got a
cheeks
lot of
have
gear.
rosy red marks on them.
Clive's got a lot of gear. He's got take off.
Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go. Let me see what kind of undies
this
Clive
line
is
right
wearing.
All right, what kind of undies?
The
There's
good
probably
kind?
a belt buckle on his undies.
They're Halloween underwear.
Oh, happy Halloween.
Halloween underwear,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, those are great.
right.
They got skeletons on them.
Okay, been down there. Tree service. I bet you're thinking about those trees now, especially because, there's more snow. There's more ice that's coming in the next couple weeks, I'm sure, and you don't want to be caught off guard. River City Tree Service does all things trees, tree removal, tree trimming, storm damage, and right now their winter special is 10% off. 10% off all tree service. So now's the time maybe to call and get the free quote and talk to them about the branch or the whole, tree that's hanging over your house that may cause some damage later. You don't want that. You don't want to wait till it's too late. Also, write down the name and the website just in case one of these storms does take some trees down maybe in your yard and you need some removal, some storm damage removal or tree removal. River City Tree Service, the phone number is 314-270-8071. And again, they are offering 10% off all tree services right now for the winter special. RiverCityTreeService.com.
I'm so excited to be back here at Point Fest 2021, and for the very first time in person after multiple FaceTimes. Josh from Bad Flower, dude, you're really
Hello.
here.
You're a real person.
You are a real
I
person.
thought maybe you were like a computer-generated deepfake.
You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I do feel like an avatar most days of the week, so I think that's the case.
And you look like an avatar in person. Like you look like an avatar version
Thank
of somebody somebody's real self, but that's your actual self.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going for. First and most important conversation or question of the conversation: how are you? Just vibe check. How are you feeling today? How are the emotions? It's Point Fest.
Good. I've been so stressed out. We're preparing for our headlining tour. Our album comes out in 5 days. There's just like so much that has to happen around that. And I stupidly take on so many things on my own, and I don't ask for help. I'm like, no, I want to do this. I want to do the lighting for the tour. I want to design the stage. I want to do all this stuff. And then go time is happening. I'm like, I only have 2 hands. I have to sleep a little bit. I don't know what to do. And so I'm in that phase right now. So I'm like thinking about a million different things. I'm trying to stay focused on our interview and what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But, like, what else do I have
Right
to
now, you're
program? What
already-
did I miss? What's going to mess up on stage? What do I have to do?
Well, I heard
Is
you
my
guys
dog
sound checked
fed?
already. Yeah, so the sound check went great, it sounded like.
It did.
So you feel prepared there. That's good.
Yeah.
Is somebody taking care of Maggie? Speaking of your dog, is your
Yes.
dog taken care of?
Yes, my dog is taken care of.
Okay, absolutely.
But I still think about it.
Right, like before COVID, you were able to take Maggie out on the road a little bit, right?
A little. I took her out for a little bit when we toured with Shinedown, actually, because the type of show made sense for it. It was a little bit more relaxed for us. We were like quick 30-minute set, big. It wasn't like indoor stages. It was all outdoor amphitheaters, so she could just like run around and.
Yeah, so you have been on tour with Shinedown.
Yes.
You guys are buddies. I really feel this energy coming from them. Just professionals, been doing this forever. And then seeing you guys on that tour together, did it feel like a kind of like, hey, welcome to the show, welcome to the party, come on in and join us? Did they have that kind of attitude?
Yeah, they're the most like warm, welcoming, polite people. I mean, truly, like of any band that we've ever toured with, I've never experienced that level of like hospitality from everybody and like respect from everybody. And that's like the band members, their crew, everyone. It was our first like really big tour that we ever did, like supporting, and it taught us how we should behave. Not that we've necessarily implemented that. Like we're still a little sassy and figuring it out, but yeah, they did set the bar.
We'll let that sass separate the Bad Flower from the Shinedown, but I absolutely love hearing that there's like kind of a brothership vibes, and also to a new band to get to be on a big tour, and now you're about to turn around and do the same thing because it's your headlining tour, and you're having Teenage Wrist, I believe, is going to be on tour with you. I love those dudes.
A new year. If your resolution is for more self-care and building your confidence in 2024, well, Parkrest Plastic Surgery is here to help you out. It is their mission at Parkrest to provide the highest level of care to help you achieve your cosmetic goals with natural-looking results. Everyone in the practice, from the surgeons to the nurse injectors, everybody, they're focused on giving you the best care possible with the least invasive techniques. If what you want done, if your desired result can be achieved by less invasive means, that's what they're going to recommend. They're not going to put everybody into surgery. And they offer a wide range of expertise to patients seeking aesthetic improvement. If you're looking to minimize fat in hard-to-target areas, they offer everything from injectable lipodissolve or Kybello for small pockets of fat, Cool Sculpting Elite for pinchable areas of fat, Smart Lipo, in-office procedure under local anesthesia, to your traditional liposuction. They'll do permanent eye makeup, they'll do the Botox, they do it all. The mommy makeovers, it's Parkrest Plastic Surgery, right here in Creve Coeur, right down the road on New Ballas. ParkrestPlasticSurgery.com, ParkrestPlasticSurgery.com.
All right, backstage at Point Fest, and for the first time playing our fantastic festival, a rock and roll band that we have come to like quite a bit in the last 6 to 9 months. Gentlemen, it's great to see you from Bad Flower. Welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Point Fest. It's great to have you.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
So I want
Talking into the fart mics.
talking into the fart mics, absolutely. The first thing that I just want to like kind of cut straight to it. The song Promise Me, we're playing right now, and I love it.
Thank you.
Like
4-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow@1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Grab on celebrities here in a second. We'll do 6-time fun facts, sex toy of the week. We'll play 3 and 5. Give away some fabulous prizes, including tickets for Point Fest 2024. We got Third Eye Blind tickets, and we got tickets for Can You Feel the Punk tonight? The early show, Saturday, May 11th, over at the Pageant. Whole team's back together. Mm-hmm. We are live on this Monday. And here's what happened back in the day. 81 years ago, 1943, construction is completed on the Pentagon. 57 years ago, 1967, the Green Bay Packers win the first Super Bowl, beating who?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. 35-10. Green Bay's quarterback Bart Starr was the game's MVP. Tickets cost $10.
That might happen this year. Right?
Tickets cost $10.
No, that the Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers might play each other, right?
Hey, you're right.
Vengeance will be ours.
Yeah, finally. Payback. 50 years ago, 1974, Happy Days premieres. 41 years ago, 1983, Men at Work single Down Under hit number 1. I'm sorry, Dan Ende. 38 years ago, 1986, Jimmy Dean was ordered to pay his brother, Don Dean, $500,000 for causing him mental anguish in a feud over the family sausage business.
Happens to the best of us.
Well, I had a sausage feud in college, but it was different.
Yeah, different.
Yeah.
30 years ago, 1994, Snoop Dogg's single Gin and Juice was released. 23 years ago, 2001, Wikipedia was launched. 15 years ago, 2009, U.S. Airways pilot Chelsea Sully Sullenberger safely landed a jet disabled by a bird strike in the Hudson River.
I've interviewed that guy.
Sully?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Because he came out with a book like 5-10 years ago, and got to interview him on the phone. And I mean, he is pumping that for all it's worth.
I
man.
would too. Isn't it the first successful water landing of that big of an aircraft or something like that?
Is that the case?
I think so.
Guy
They were
saved
like
all
on
those
the
lives.
wing.
Didn't Tom Hanks play him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Tom Hanks played you, you won life. Unless it's like you're a serial killer or something. But usually Tom Hanks is not playing the mean guys.
It was just cute because he's like the sweetest little guy, like little old man.
Yeah,
and
sweet
And
mustache.
he leans completely into the heroism of what he did, and he should. But
Well, if he's selling a book, of course.
it was just a cute interview.
Hey, did he get any? Since that was a news story and whatever, with the Tom Hanks thing and the success of that movie, does he have anything to do with that?
Like the royalties
sure.
of it, or
It's a story about him.
Did they base the movie off his book?
wasn't it just called Sully?
If they based the movie off his book, I'm sure he got
The
paid.
movie was his name.
That doesn't mean anything necessarily.
No. Still cool, though.
Yeah. Hey, Tom Hanks played you.
I bet it sold some books, whether he got a piece of it or not.
Yeah, I'm sure he's all right.
But I bet they paid him to be on set and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, an advisor.
Yeah.
An advisor. I'm sure he does all he does the
Speaking
circuit.
engagements, yeah.
He's fine. 6 years ago, 2018, Cranberry singer Dolores O'Riordan dies of an accidental drowning. She was only 46, and
a bummer.
Yeah, 3 years ago today in 2021, WandaVision debuts on Disney Plus.
Nice.
And that's what happened back in the day. All right, it's time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Mudvayne's Chad Gray is slamming the current crop of new metal-inspired bands, saying that they all sound the same. Here's a little bit of audio of Chad Gray talking smack.
Okay,
Here's part one.
Chad Gray from Mudvayne.
Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I don't give a because I'm me and I got something to say. I'm going to say it. Like, music now to me, God bless them, like new bands, but they sound the same. All new music reminds me of the same thing. There's nothing separating it, one band from another. It's like one band kind of does something, 100 band follows that band.
Yeah, when somebody... I don't know. I'm always torn when I hear somebody say something like that.
Right.
And I'll say it too.
Because-
I'll say it too.
Say it.
Especially
This
from a
makes him
band that
sound-
sounded like every
Old
other
guy
band at
alert.
the time.
Yeah.
Because he's somewhat right, but at the same time, every time someone says that about every era, there's some in a lot of ways
Yeah,
right.
and
It's
listen-
exactly the same for our favorite era and all that. I was listening to a song the other day. It was way back weekend on the Point, and we were listening and we're jamming and Fly. I just want to fly. Was that Sugar Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole time I'm listening to it, all of a sudden a new perspective hits me, and I go, "Oh my gosh," because they were like a thrash punk band.
At first.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
first. If you listen to that song again, tell me it doesn't sound exactly like that Sublime record that hit the year before.
Because that came out around the same time.
It was this. It was like literally
Well-
they said, "Hey, we could do that. Let's do our version of that," and they did that, and then it changed the trajectory. Of course,
Even though
everybody's.
even though he's right, I feel the same way. but it comes off as like old guy.
Old guy.
Kind of bitter. Listen, when Mudvayne came out, everybody's like, oh, was it Slipknot?
Right. Or El Nino. Sounds just like Drowning Pool.
Yeah,
it's all the
guys,
same.
It was the guys dressed up and stuff.
Every era.
POD.
I mean,
it all sounded the same.
If you take REO Speedwagon and Foreigner,
Styx.
you know what I mean? Like, to somebody that isn't in that zone, that's not looking at it with every little detail, it's going to sound the same.
Well,
That's
and he
the
was laughing
case
about
every
it, too.
time.
I think even maybe, I hope he's self-aware enough to realize
Well,
that.
no. Go to part 2, self-aware. This is how self-aware Chad Gray is.
Okay.
So you had Slipknot, Manson, Papa Roach, Disturbed, Mudvayne, Drowning Pool, Korn. You know, there's like every band I just named, none of them sound the same. None of them. And I think that's why it's such a special time in music, because everybody was bringing what they were bringing to the table.
He's tooting his own horn. At the end of that, he talks about how bands of actual like late 90s, early 2000s new metal were pushing boundaries, which some were. But a lot of them did. Art imitates art. So a lot of them were feeding in their, no pun intended, pool of each other.
Yeah. They're throwing
and
their
that's
own
okay.
stuff on there.
Because, like, I loved it. Like, Ozfest lineups in '99.
To
Like,
him-
I would love 20 of the bands.
Yeah.
You know,
to
'cause
him,
all
they
sound
sound
the
very
same.
different because he's in that
He's in
zone.
that,
Like that, to us, we all could tell the difference in 2 notes. You could tell the difference between Korn and Disturbed.
Right.
But if you show it to my dad, he's gonna go, "This is the same crap."
It's the same stuff.
Yeah. And so I just shared a TikTok or a reel the other day that made me laugh, and it was like bands in the 90s, lead singers of bands in the 90s having a meeting. It was like Dave Matthews, Scott Stapp, Hootie and the Blowfish, and God, why am I blanking on the lead singer of Pearl Jam?
Eddie
Vedder. And there's like, I wrote a new song. I was like, hey, he's like, ooh, I like that. Check this out. They all like,
But then somebody objects and says, "That sounds too much like the Bare Naked Ladies."
yeah, exactly. Like
It's a freaking mess.
Yeah, well, play that grunge stuff for somebody who was a fan of, early 80s, music.
Right.
And they were like, well, Eddie Vedder sounds the same as Chris Cornell, sounds the same as
Right.
Lane
Yeah.
Staley, sounds the same as Scott
It's an
Weiland.
era. It's an era of music
They're all
that are all
doing the
going to
same
feed
thing.
off of it. And that's what's so beautiful about it. Because, like, if you go back to the 90s grunge scene, like, all those bands, thank God that they all kind of sounded similar and could, like, because that's all that you heard in the 90s.
Yeah, that's what
you know?
makes it a genre.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to relax.
But
Anyway.
it's the old guy alert thing where it's like you get to a point where you stop ingesting new things and you only like what you liked.
I know.
And that's what he. I'm gonna say that's what he is, but that's what he sounds like.
That's what he sounds
I like Mudvayne, too. I was an enthusiast of, LD50
Oh,
was
yeah.
their first record. Man,
It's a great
listen
band.
to Death Blooms. That's the jam. Anyway.
In other band news, Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker revealed some dating rules that his 18-year-old daughter, Alabama, has to follow. She interviewed her dad on TikTok, so here's a little bit of their conversation.
Alabama.
Would you consider yourself strict?
No.
Okay, what are you going to do if I sneak out and you find out the next day?
I'm going to tell you how dangerous it is and maybe try to put you on restrictions.
So that was his. Actually, Travis is really cute being interviewed by his daughter here, and I think that his rules are pretty good. Like, play this next little bit, too. I thought this was great.
What would you do if I went out with a boy and I just completely stopped answering you?
I would come to your location and I would find you.
Okay. What would you do if me or my friends came home high or drunk?
I would tell you not to ever do it again.
He's just very sweet.
He's a normal dad.
Yeah, he's a normal dad, real sensitive. But I thought those were really great
Nothing
restrictions.
real groundbreaking there.
No, but I thought it was cute. And,
Stars. They're just like
they're
us.
just like us.
Holy cow.
I talked last week
Does he
about.
ingest food through his mouth? Because that's what I do, too.
Smokes.
Anyway, we can relate.
Is he dependent upon oxygen?
Maybe.
Me too.
Does Travis Barker poop?
As am I.
Of course
Probably
he
not.
does. They're
He
just
doesn't
like
even have an
us.
anus.
Speaking of people with anuses, somebody who's a friend of the show, as I understand, William Hung, American Idol sensation. He has broken his silence. I had no idea this was going on. He has a gambling addiction.
William Hung, Billy Hung.
Let me take you through the timeline. Okay,
We've contributed.
After American Idol fame, guy had a #1 album somehow. Then he earned his MBA in mathematics. He was smart. He started working for the LA Sheriff's Department as a stat analyst. Then he left that job to become a professional poker player. Now, from there, things turned dark.
Oh, no.
His addiction to gambling began. Dude got divorced, then went on LinkedIn to write a letter.
William Hung got divorced?
He did, dude. He's on wife number 3.
William Hung's on wife number 3?
Wow.
Then, guys,
William
on
Bangs.
LinkedIn, says, I came home from work one day. She, his ex-wife, started asking him all these questions about why I was so nervous about every sports game and why I was always so tired and how do you think it went and all that money I could have used to improve our life and it's gone. I'll give you a hint. It ended with her asking for a divorce, he said on LinkedIn.
Oh.
So he's since got remarried. He's on his 3rd wife. Her name is Hannah. And he's returned to his old profession as a stat analyst for the LA Sheriff's Department. But yeah, he had a gambling addiction, had to
Dang.
lost a ton of money, obviously lost a marriage, and
Well,
had to turn his life back around.
Keno Bangs.
Back when King Scott got married and lost his virginity,
Oh, yes.
I know King Scott loves William Hung, so I
Yeah,
paid
I mean,
$50
great
to
artist.
get a cameo.
That's so nice.
And it went straight to blackjack.
Yeah, you contributed to his
Man.
addiction.
Well, hopefully he won back a little bit at that point,
I paid $50 to get a cameo done by William Hung,
Right?
which was incredible.
and I have it.
Thank you.
Haven't played this in a while. This is a message for King Scott.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we got to
From
post this video.
From the William Hung.
This is his wedding day?
This is shortly thereafter.
Yeah, like a week after
a
maybe.
week
Okay.
after. Here's
Nice.
William Hung.
Hello, King Scott. This is William Hung.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
my
hi.
fault.
That's okay.
Congratulations for losing your virginity after 39 years. Thank you for being a big fan. I want to wish you a happy new year, and here is a song for you. King Bangs, King Bangs, oh baby, when he moves, he goes crazy cause he loves like it flop, but he stings like it bee. Like every guy in history, you bang.
Yeah.
Big bang.
Isn't that awesome?
That is really cool. I love
That's
it.
a number 1 artist right
He
there.
immediately took that 50 and put it on black.
That's right. One day.
You want to post it? I'll forward it. To
Man, that is that is one of the most touching things that's ever happened to me.
King
I
Bangs.
really
That's
appreciate
really
it.
sad.
King
and great
Bangs.
all at the same
He's a hero. Hero forever, man.
Neve Campbell said she would bring back her role of playing Sidney Prescott in the Scream 7 sequel if the offer was respectful. She bailed on Scream 6 because of a salary dispute, but she's open to returning to fans. She says, I made a strong statement a few years ago, which is I did not believe that the way that I was treated would have happened if I would have been a man.
Okay, I wonder if it was I'm holding out and you guys ain't me. There's no Scream without Neve Campbell.
Well, apparently there's not.
And then they said, we're making a Scream without Neve Campbell.
They did.
Called her bluff.
And it wasn't, who cares about that? Nobody watched it. And then now they're trying to make this other sequel, and everybody keeps dropping out of that for different reasons. So there's hope that she could save this Scream 7 experience
What
if
about
they pay her well.
or not Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
You know what I'm talking about.
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah. Am I a few screams behind?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going to ruin it for you,
Okay,
but
forget it.
He's not
dead.
coming back. He's not coming back, nor is hot ass Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich.
Wait.
that's right.
Was he
I'll
dead in the
sign on.
first one?
Dude,
Yeah.
you can
Matthew
get
Lillard
Lillard and
was?
Yeah.
Skeet,
Oh, hell. it's
$30
bucks.
all in.
Dude,
Yeah.
Skeet Ulrich back from the dead would be hot.
Oh, he's dead too?
Yeah, they both died. They're both the killers in the first one. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh, I forgot.
He's dead too.
Come
Did
on,
David
man.
did David Arquette survive?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Oh, heck
Went on to
yeah. Is
marry
he coming
Courtney
back?
Cox.
Dewey?
Dewey,
That's his
Captain
best
Dewey.
character I
Yeah,
think he's ever
Deputy
done.
Dewey. So
He's
hot.
really good.
Box office totals this weekend. Mean Girls the musical smoked the competition at the box office. They brought in $32 million. Jason Statham's action movie The Beekeeper finished in second place, making $16.8 million.
Boy, that really takes away from the Mean Girls achievement.
I want to see it.
The Beekeeper or Mean Girls?
Yeah.
No,
outta
the
here, dude.
Beekeeper.
The Beekeeper
because
looks
you know what
awesome.
they said? I read a review on it. They said it is what it is.
Does he save
It
the
is-
bees?
It is action-packed. No apologies for being action-packed. It's just one
It's just crank all over
action
again.
scene after
Yeah.
the next.
It looks
I
rad.
watched one of those yesterday. Netflix is just insistent that I watch The Equalizer 3. So
Yeah.
I was like,
With Denzel?
fine. Yeah, that's kind of cool already.
That's what I heard. It's great.
I kind of like it.
Well, Antoine Fuqua or whatever. Like his films are right to the point.
Isn't
Yeah,
Queen
it
Latifah an
was.
Equalizer?
She's on CBS. On
I don't
the
know.
show,
I didn't make it that
Oh,
far.
there's a show.
Oh, that's a
The
show.
series is Queen Latifah is
Oh,
the
my
Equalizer.
Oh yeah, this is
So the series is based on the movie?
this is a movie that Netflix must have paid.
Well,
okay
it was
money
actually
for.
a series first in the 80s. The Equalizer was like an old British guy, kind of like Michael Caine back in the 80s. I forgot the actor's name.
I was talking to my wife this week, and I said, we got to watch that Oppenheimer.
Yeah, we
got to watch it.
It's great, man.
It's good.
I'm like, but it's 3 hours long, so we got to
plan.
We got to plan accordingly.
What do you got to do?
And she's like, well, why don't we just watch part of it and then, pick it up later? I don't
that.
like to watch movies that way.
Same.
Dude, we started Yellow Jackets over I don't know who's in on that, but man, what a great show. Yeah.
Oh, Christina Ricci?
I saw the first episode.
Unbelievably good.
Is it Paramount?
Showtime.
It's on Showtime, and it was one of those things, and I don't want to derail anything, but it was one of those shows where the tone of the preview does not match the show. It's very much like Lost. I think you would love it, dude. It's very much like Lost and kind of
Girls?
Yeah, like rolled into one.
Interesting.
But it's like it's dark in some ways. It's like
it's the soccer team gets stuck in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the first episode, then we canceled Showtime. But
was it good?
It was intriguing enough for me to.
You like soccer and you like the woods.
Yeah, well, you like rugby? Watch Alive.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that, but anyway, it's really good.
Hey, speaking of Oppenheimer, Robert Downey Jr. put his haters on blast last night with his acceptance speech at the Critics' Choice Awards. He won for Best Supporting Actor for his performance as Louis Strauss in Oppenheimer. And he began his speech by reading poor reviews from critics. He says, I was thinking this morning, I love critics, they've given me such a beautiful feedback, really just so many great moments, and some of it is so poetic, he joked. I just want to share some of their thoughts with you over the years. And he pulled this out. He goes, the first one is kind of like a haiku. Sloppy, messy, and lazy. The next one is more metaphoric, like Pee Wee Herman emerging from a coma. This was from a Brit. He says, a puzzling waste of talent. And lastly, and this one lingered, amusing as a bed-locked fart.
Wow.
And so anyway, he...
about his performance in Oppenheimer, which he's winning all these awards now.
Right. And he's Robert Downey Jr. He's the freaking best. Kevin Hart said that he'll never host the Oscars again. He was supposed to host the 2019 Oscars, but stepped aside after offensive tweets came to light. Hart told Sky News that the award shows like the Oscars are very cold and not for everyone. Here's a little bit of Kevin talking about it.
I'm still ready for you to host the Oscars. It's not going to happen. Yeah. You say it's not going to happen. You're done. Right.
Again, kill the idea of it. It's not
right. Kill the idea.
In this case, like even with Joe, there is no return of good. There's no upside at this point.
So he will never do that.
Own Andy Cohen.
There you go. He's the best too.
Weren't they like, well, if you apologize, then you could host the Oscars?
Right.
And Kevin Hart was like, no, not going to apologize for 10-year-old tweets.
No, and I agree with him. I think it is such a cold room, and we're kind of finding that out with Joe Coy's performance. I mean, he kind of took so much flack the next day, and then over the next couple of days, he came out and was like, look, the room was just not into what I'm doing, and for a stand-up, it's just a completely different vibe, and I understand any comedian not wanting to do it.
It is, and he also didn't have this, I mean, he's a great stand-up comedian, he's amazing, but he didn't have the skill set some other people had. He found out like a different, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler have a different skill set, Ricky Gervais, these are all actors and have improvisers and sketch and can kind of improvise in the room. Like stand-up is very much.
I almost felt like he wasn't one of them, so they're not laughing at his jokes.
Yeah, they didn't know him or something.
They didn't know who's this guy, this bald-headed comedian who I've never heard of.
Even though he sold out arenas. I mean, the guy's
listen, I know of Joe Coy. I think he's big in the comic world. Not a household name.
Not a household name.
And it seemed like a very cold room. Nobody was in the mood to joke around that night.
Sure.
I don't know, though. I think it really is delivery. I think Rafe hit it. It's a skill set thing. And some people think they can, like bands. You got a set, you built it, you rehearsed it, you do this, you go play a show, people like your record, so you can sell out an arena and you crush. But then you put them on a late-night TV show, and all of a sudden they sound like crap. Your favorite band, and you go, oh, God, that wasn't a great thing.
Well, also,
because that's a different sport.
When you sell in an arena, it's your fans in there that are laughing.
Yes.
Sure.
Right, and you're used to that, and you're playing
It's a voluntary room.
I think you hit it on the head, man. It's
Just have a year to prep as opposed to 10 days.
Exactly.
It's different skill set.
And I do remember the Kevin Hart stuff. When the Kevin Hart tweets came out, I forget what they were. It didn't seem like a big deal because it was...
Something homophobic about his son. Like if his son was gay. And I don't even think it was really... It wasn't like super hateful. It was just kind of like...
No, it was like taken out of context.
Yeah,
10-year-old tweets.
They were 10 years old, for sure.
And they're like, well, if you apologize, then you could come back and you could host the Oscars. And he's like, nope.
Right.
Is that the one that they had no host?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he bailed?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of award shows, the Emmys are on tonight, live from the Peacock
What?
Theater in
Oh,
LA.
I gotta get my hummus together.
Anthony Anderson is going to host. Laverne Cox will manage the pre-show like she normally does. The nominations came out back in July, but the award show was postponed because of the strike. And so if you're going to watch, you can watch it on Fox, FXX, Hulu, Sling, DirecTV. There's 27 nominations for Succession. And I pulled just a
Going up
couple.
against football tonight.
Yeah, I know. Well, Bills fans won't be watching until, I guess, tomorrow on Hulu. I want to get your. I pulled 3 of the categories, and I want to just read the room to see what you think's going to win. Okay.
Is the Bills game early today, or is it the late one?
3:30, I think.
3:30 for the Bills game.
So for Best Talk Series, these shows are up for Emmys: The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Kimmel Live, Late Night with Seth Meyers, Late Show with Stephen Colbert, or The Problem with Jon Stewart from Apple TV.
I don't watch any of them.
No, but you've seen clips of all of these shows. Which do you think could win?
I think it will be one of the last 2, and my guess is it'll be The Problem because Jon Stewart
It's not even on anymore.
fell on his sword. Well, they tried to control his content, and he said no. They tried to tell him he couldn't say.
It'll be John
He's
Oliver.
like, this
I bet
was
John
the.
Oliver will win.
John Oliver's not listed.
He's a shoe-in.
I think it'll be
Money
Colbert.
on it, too.
I think it will be Colbert.
Dark horse.
Trust me,
Huh?
William Hung said to bet on him.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it would be The Problem with Jon Stewart, but also Colbert is so well liked. I could see him.
You know,
as
it's
well.
funny. I think that the John Oliver show is nominated in a different category
Oh, you
because
do?
it's only once a week.
Oh.
British.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't watch any of those shows because I'm asleep.
what about these? Best Structured Reality Program: Antiques Roadshow, Diners, Drive-In and Dives, Love Is Blind, Queer Eye, or Shark Tank.
Listen,
What?
my heart says Diners, Drives, and Dives. I love Shark Tank, so if either one of those won, I'd be okay with it.
Shark Tank is like the only network television show I could just leave on all day and
love
go,
it.
And just
oh,
let it.
this is great. All day.
What about you, Scott?
I think just for the history of it and how it's still awesome as Antique Roadshow needs to win. It's
Sounds
so good.
Rafe?
I'm going to go Queer Eye.
Yeah, I love Queer Eye too. I cry at every episode, dude. Jonathan Van Ness
That'll
is my
probably
person. And finally, we're going to talk about the best female front women in rock history. Ultimate Classic Rock ranked 25 of the greatest. There is a number 1. And they do this every year, and it's kind of
You know
interesting to
it's gonna
see the lineup change. So who do you think made the top 10?
Number one's got to be Stevie
It
Nicks.
is Stevie Nicks, number 1. Very
Debbie
good.
Harry.
Debbie Harry is number 6.
Ann Wilson.
Ann Wilson is number 2. Keep going. Look at you. You're on a roll.
Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox is number 5.
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett, number 8.
Okay, wait, number 3.
Kate Bush.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin is number 4.
Ooh, number 3.
Dolly
Dang.
Parton.
Dolly Parton did not make the top 10.
These are front
She
women
didn't
for
front a
bands,
band,
or can
though.
they be solo artists?
Number 3 was in a band and also was a solo artist.
Who's the lead singer?
Who did you just say?
And
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Wilson.
Who did she front?
She was
I don't know.
number 2.
Janis Joplin and Janis Joplin and it's Janis
Big
Joplin
Brother and the
and-
Holding
yeah,
Company.
Big
Does
Brother and the Holding
Blondie
Company.
count?
How many
Yep,
words
Debbie
can we
Harry
get
was
on
number
this record?
6.
Okay.
What about Bjork?
Bjork, not top 10.
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love, number 9.
Oh, number 3. God.
Number 3, 7, and 10 are up for grabs right now. Who do
Okay,
you
so
think?
this person was a solo
Gwen
and
Stefani.
Yeah.
She was in the top 25, but
Oh,
not
sorry.
top 10.
Wow, surprising.
Alanis Morris.
Let me give you the eras, okay? So we're talking 60s,
Mama Cass.
60s, 80s, 90s.
The gal from Heart.
She was number
was
2.
Ann Wilson.
Ann
Oh,
Wilson.
sorry. Okay,
That's
sorry.
okay. Think local.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, number 3.
Oh,
You're
well,
welcome.
I thought that was solo.
Well, she was in Ike and Tina Turner.
You're right.
Tina.
You're right. Cher.
Cher.
No. No. Think 60s. Prolific 60s, like 1967, huge band out of
Jefferson
Haight
Grace Slick.
Ashbury. Grace Slick from Jefferson Airplane, number
Ah, we
10.
both got that.
And
Yeah.
then number 7, I'll just give it to you, Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders.
Chrissy Hind.
Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be
Same
here
time.
with Guns N' Roses. So, anyway.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Well, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., born in 29, died in 68. Dove Cameron.
Would this have been his actual birthday?
That's what it says?
Yes.
Oh, today, actually. So his birthday would have been today.
Yeah.
Dove Cameron, a big deal on Disney Channel. You know her as the twins, Liv and Maddie. Also, Maleficent's daughter, Mal, in the Descendants movies, is 28. Skrillex is 36. Ben Shapiro is 40. Pitbull is 43. Howie Day is 43. Drew Brees is 45. Eddie Cahill, that's Sam, the EMT on Under the Dome. Also, Rachel's man-boy assistant on Friends is 46. Regina King is 53. Shane McMahon is 54. Chad Lowe, Rob's more talented brother.
Agreed.
Is 56.
Agreed.
Lisa is 57 or 58. That's what it says. James Nesbitt, that's Beaufort, from the Hobbit trilogy, is 59. And Mario Van Peebles is 67 years old.
Wow, Van Peebles.
John Hewlett's birthday is today, too. I just want to say happy birthday to you, man.
He's going to join us on Thursday, by the way, John Hewlett.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, he's going to call in.
John Hewlett's joining us on Thursday. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Kobe Ty. And today's birthday girl has been in 140 fine films, including All Anal on the Western Front, Anal Palooza, in a movie called Band in Kentucky, The Butt Hut. She was in China Vagina, in a movie called Clam Bake, which I'm not sure what that's about. Love Hurts, Saturday Night Beaver, White on Rice, and Who Could Forget a Role in 2005's Great Wall of Vagina.
What was the Western Front one called?
All Anal on the Western Front. Kobe Ty is 52 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with your Sexy Time Fun Facts, the sex toy of the week. Which, sex toy of the week, huh? It's fitting for a day like today. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Cold as ice.
Arctic Blast.
Arctic Blast. It is 7:52. We'll talk about the sexiest accent in the USA. There's a list of the top 50. And controversy, guys.
Yeah, big time.
Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. All things clear. Your point forecast, bitter cold temperatures and wind chills continue. Watch them for light snow this afternoon and evening. High of 12. Right now it's negative 2.8 at the Point Studio.
So specific.
It's Lux, and I'm joined by Josh from Bad Flower. Dude, what's up?
Cheers. How are you?
Cheers. I'm doing so well. I'm so glad we're getting to chat here.
What is that? You got like stickers on your cup.
Oh my God, I got so many stickers. My vaccine sticker. I got my Canada sticker. I got all my good stickers.
Nice.
I'll hook you up with some stickers when you come here because we'll be seeing you in less than 2 weeks at Point Fest, which is very exciting. Wow. And then after that, you got a record coming out, so we got a lot to chat about today. I'm excited.
Yes.
So yes, where are you in the world right now? Because I know you guys are currently on tour. Are you like in a bunker somewhere?
No, we're not on tour. Road, right? I mean, we've just been doing like weekend festivals.
Well, you start on the 10th or 9th, right? You start this week.
Yeah, something like that. I'm in a barn. This is where I live. This is my home.
Still on the farm. How's farm life?
Farm life is great. I mean, it's been like very sparse. Like we've been doing shows over the weekend.
Over at Alton Toyota. In Alton. That makes sense, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. I've been a customer of the Munganast family of dealerships. I got my Acura from Munganast to Acura. I will never go anywhere else. This is the God's honest truth. I've been treated so well by Munganast dealerships that if you are somebody who is in the market for a new Toyota right now, I want you to go see Jamie and Erica and all the ladies up at Alton Toyota to get yourself a new Tacoma. How cool would that be? It'd be like Michael J. Fox in the year 2024. Just, I don't know how do you get all the different lights and stuff and the cool wheels on it, but they can help you figure that out at Alton Toyota. They have a great inventory right now. If you go to altontoyota.com, you can check things out. Let's say you just need some service, all right? Their service department is top of the line. It doesn't have to be a Toyota to go there, by the way, whatever your needs are, okay? And there's also a special dedicated Lern line, 618-539-2288 for our Rizz Show audience, all right? altontoyota.com for everything.
Check this out. There's nothing. Nothing. It's a blank canvas.
You see that? The plants are coming in nicely. Come a long way since last year. Oh, hey, you want to come in? Let's go. It's night and day from what you guys saw before. I mean, this is an actual house now with rooms all framed at. But here's the cool part. We kept basically the frame of the old garage. I mean, that's all old garage. So this is going to be a bedroom, huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? I'm going to be sleeping right over here. Oh, let me show you my favorite part. The bathroom. And I'm going to be right here, you know. Let me show you the kitchen. Yeah, washing my hands at the sink. Let's see what's in the fridge. Nothing.
Opportunity for you or somebody that you know. Maybe, tell a friend, tell a relative that you know is looking for a career, a good opportunity. Become an install floor layer with the Carpenters Union. An incredible career awaits you, not just a job. We're talking about hands-on, real-life work that's lucrative, creative, meaningful. It's going to provide you with the peace of mind knowing that you have the most competitive health coverage and pension for you and your family. If I'm speaking your language, go to carpdc.org, CARPDC.org. There's a careers page. You can see exactly what it takes to just, apply to become an install floor layer with the Carpenters Union. And once you get started, you start making money right away. As you learn, you earn, and that is a beautiful thing. A huge opportunity. And like I said, there is a need. There's a need right now. So this is a massive opportunity to leave a job behind and actually get started on a career. A career as an install floor layer with the Carpenters Union. It all starts on the careers page at carpdc.org. That's CARPDC.org.
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky, and I know I'm nervous because my hands are sweating like crazy. I got Pete and Sam from Chevelle. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's really great to see you.
Hey, it's good to be seen. Good to be here, Donnie.
Well, and it feels like there was a number of years where we were running into each other a couple of times a year, but now it's been, I would say, probably 3 years, and it feels like forever, but you're back with great new music, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it does feel like forever.
So let me ask you this, the break between records was the longest of your career. I'm sure you're going to get this question 6 billion times and have already, but it was a long break. What was going on during that time? Was it just a record that took a little while longer to make?
Yeah. We were doing records almost every 2.5 years, roughly. Yeah. And I think I hit a wall and I just needed a little more time. I think I kind of we don't learn very quickly. We learn by mistakes mostly. So we decided, hey, let's add another year. Well, that year turned into an extra year and because of COVID and all that. So we wrote a ton of music. And then in 2019, we went back to the drawing board and wrote another 6 songs because
we did a long tour in 2019 too.
Yeah, we had
from writing.
A good opportunity that came up that we didn't want to pass up. And then so we kind of had a collective thing where we came together and say, hey, I don't think half of these are good enough. So our producer pushed us and we came out. So anyway, I wrote Self-Destructor at the end of 2019 and a host of other songs. And we needed to record those in March of 2020. That was right when COVID was kind of hitting, right? I guess everybody has their own time frame of that. But for us, we were in LA and it was March 5th.
All right, Blues fans, Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill is your go-to spot for St. Louis Blues hockey in the heart of St. Louis. Grab a seat, soak in the excitement, and savor every Blues game at any of the 9 incredible Hot Shots locations.
That's right, but guess what? The thrill doesn't end there. Picture this. Every Tuesday at Hot Shots, you can score a pair of tickets to witness the Blues live in action. That's every single Tuesday. So join us for the St. Louis Blues Ticket Tuesday and elevate your game day experience.
And mark your calendars for an epic event. You're not going to want to miss this one. The I was going to say the Booze Light. The Bud Light Blues Bash and Hot Shots, O'Fallon, Illinois, coming your way Tuesday, January 23rd. So that's a week from tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Brace yourself for the ultimate blues party featuring appearances by Louie and the Blue Crew, a special guest blues alumni bartender, autograph raffle items, and ticket giveaways every period, plus game-winning food and drink specials throughout the game. That is next Tuesday, Hot Shots, O'Fallon, Illinois.
Be there. Don't forget. Come catch the boys in blue, the Bud Light Blues Bash of January 23rd, and dive into all the Blues game day scoop at hotshotsnet.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh!
All right, so
Talking during Sex Time fun facts about Travis Barker and his daughter, Alabama, I guess, interviewed him on her TikTok page or one of her social media things about his parenting style. And she had asked him if she brought a boy home and they shut the bedroom door, what would he do?
Right. And you check on him.
And he said, I'll come check on you from time to time. What were some of the rules on dating, when you were younger? You were able, I think we talked about this before, you were able to bring boys home?
Yeah.
No problem?
No problem.
No checking in?
I'm sure they did. Like the bedroom door thing, I remember my dad was different than my mom, obviously. My dad was like, no boys in the bedroom with the door closed. I'm like,
yeah,
whatever, Dad. But my mom was like, she knew how freaked out I was. My mom literally made me watch my sister her birth. I cut my sister's umbilical cord, and it scarred me so good to not get pregnant until I'm not doing anything. So my mom knew. She was like, she's all good. I was boy crazy, but I wasn't like doing the nasty. Back to you.
So you did bring boys to your dad's place?
Oh, yeah. Like, I used to sneak boys in. My dad's house is the best because he had these old windows, the little casement windows that crank out, and the old 70s screens could come out really easily. And, there was a chair. Literally, the guy didn't stand a chance. There was a chair outside my bedroom window that the boys would, step on to come climbing into the window. And Greg didn't know.
He didn't know a chair was outside his daughter's bedroom window?
Total
And you were on the first floor?
Yeah. It was awesome, dude. I had a great time. Boy, crazy.
Man. Yeah, there was no way I was having a door closed.
Kissed half of West Frankfurt.
I did.
No way I was having a door closed if I brought a girl home.
That's smart.
With my parents.
Yeah.
No way. Not even the door had to be fully open. I'm surprised my mother didn't take the door off the hinges.
Me too.
That's how open that door had to be. No way. What about your house?
Lockdown, dude. Sucked. Didn't stop me. Found other places. I was banging. I was the opposite of her. Could not have anybody I wanted over, but found ways. It's just strict. I guess my dad. I guess it was my dad, man. They're just strict. They were just I don't even think they really liked me going in there with a girl. If I had a girlfriend over, a lot of times they'd want us to hang out in a common area. I could go in there, but definitely doors open. And I got two little brothers who would weren't having it.
Oh, yeah.
We're not good wingmen. They're coming in, they're popping in, no privacy, door open. My mom's a nosy Parker, too.
Yeah,
popping in.
I most of the time I went over to the girl's house knowing that,
That was brave. The boys, being at a girl's house and the guys that would come over, especially my dad's house, those were brave guys who met my father and stuff. I remember the guy I was dating before my dad died in 2006. His name was Andrew. And he took Andrew out back and made him chop like wood. And was like, Greg wanted to know. He was like, because he was like skinny, like lean guy, and my dad was like, let's go out back, and he was like wanting to make sure that like Andrew could take care of his daughter.
Yeah.
That he could chop wood. I was like, and I apologize. I'm like, dude, I am so sorry.
That axe is sharp. Ain't it, boy?
Yeah, his gun's out.
Nice.
Dad,
I mean,
stop.
if you brought a girl home, Moon, not in the bedroom.
No, the door was not allowed. Dude, it was the greatest thing for my brother was me and my high school girlfriend getting pregnant. Because then he was like, "Ha, I'm the golden child." Yeah. And what do you know? There was plenty of times where I was like, "Is so and so over?" Like, yeah. I was like, "Well, Clark's door is closed. What is this? What is this?" And they're like, I had a kid, so I get to say nothing. So he got away with everything.
Yeah,
but for
like,
me,
what do you got to say about it?
Same.
Yeah, no doors.
I think it's like, which surprised me because you're the eldest.
Yep.
Usually we have it. Usually it's super strict, and we break our parents down for the next generation. Like by the time I got around to my brother, my mom was like, "Don't smoke weed in the living room."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I had broken her down, where she's just like, "You know what? Just keep their bongs in the basement. I don't want to see them."
Yep. I guess being the
For me, it
youngest.
was like I had to be. If I was home at 12:01, grounded.
Yep.
I was grounded for half my childhood, dude.
Yeah, being the youngest, I got away with everything. My parents didn't care, and the good thing was I couldn't get a girl to come over, so didn't have to worry. Yeah, it was nice. But if one came over, they'd have been excited.
At the end of that, I'm glad
They'd
you
have
said
been excited for me.
No, and there's going to be a time where I'm going to be faced with this, where my kids are going to be bringing home.
I look forward to knowing you in those years.
Boys and girls, and doors will be open.
It's going to be happening sooner than you think.
It is. You're going to be an open door guy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your daughter is going to be able to bring boys into her room?
The door better be open. I would recommend her not bringing them over.
I would as well recommend that to her. Auntie Lern
I would
says,
recommend
go to their
them
house.
not coming over, be honest with you.
Oh, but it's going to be such a great show note when we do find out.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Doors will be open.
I can't wait.
In fact, I may even
Uncle Rafe's coming over. Can't wait.
The doors may be off the hinges, and I may actually widen the doors. I don't know.
I'm going to be like Greg. I'm just going to come over to your house and make your daughter's boyfriends go chop wood with me in the yard. Like, who is this guy? And be like, we didn't invite him.
I had a high school girlfriend whose dad showed me his knife collection and wanted to give me a ride on his Harley.
There you go. Cool, Dad.
And he made you sit. Weirdly, he made you sit in the front.
No, thank God.
Face him on the tank while he drove.
No, thank God the girl stepped in and no, Dad.
See, all the moms that I met through boyfriends I had, they were all cool. I fell in love with all the moms. Like, I still talk to some of their moms. Like,
Yeah, my moms would have been cool. It wasn't you that they didn't trust.
Yeah.
Now, listen,
It was me.
I'm not going to be the cliche, dick dad goes, see this shotgun over here? I got, two shotgun shells. One's got a daughter's name on it. I'm not going to do that.
Can I be honest, man? I think you're going to cave. I think you think you're going to be one way, and you're going to be a lot.
Probably.
I was blown away as a kid in high school, as strict as my house was being a boy, because you always hear, like, boys do whatever they want. My house was locked down, but every girl I dated's dad, they were a pushover. The girl ran the roost. Like, they would just be like, I'm going in my bedroom, Dad. Don't come in here. And it's like, I won't, and it was like.
I could do that too. Like, my dad, I was his only daughter. And so,
it's weird.
He was a pushover sometimes. Like, I actually got coffee with an old friend of mine who I dated, and he was like 8 years older than me. But at the time, whenever I was dating him in high school, my dad didn't know how old he was. And they were great friends. And like, my dad thought he was 16 years old too. And this whole thing. And, but I was like, Dad, he's like a really nice guy. And then he started talking guitars with them and hunting and stuff. And then boom, they're friends. And
well, Moon was faced with, his daughters bringing home boys, right?
Yes.
So what did you do? Doors closed? Was there any rules?
There were definitely rules. There was never really dudes coming over all that much. I do remember a couple of the first meetings. One was one I had to pick up the kid, and my daughter wasn't able to be there with me, so it's just me and this dude.
For the first time?
oh my God.
That's the best.
Yeah, and
He's told the story probably 1,000 times to his friends.
No.
Yeah, and he wears the soccer jersey of like my most hated team. So I tried to chat him up about soccer, and he was fine. There was another guy that was like really looking forward to meeting, and my buddy and I, we were going to do like a whole bit, and that fell through. But he took my daughter out on a date. He never really like was over. They didn't hang out. But he was actually very cool, and that was fun. But man, I tell you what, I think Rafe made a point with the gals getting away with everything, and the dudes not. Listen, every teenager is a manipulator. All right, to whatever degree, to whatever degree, it depends on the kid and some other things. But like my kids are in like their test and manipulation zone for sure. And I've already noticed, and I've been told that it's been noticed that my son gets away with way less than my daughter does, and my daughter is in the zone, shall we say, right now. And I have to I have to stay aware of that when this kind of stuff comes into the dating world,
right?
Because I think you're right, dude. Like for me and every dude that I knew, there were like strict rules about this stuff, and the gals there wasn't so much.
No, dude,
there really wasn't, and I think it's because like they're such a powerhouse.
Yeah, my house was way more strict than the girls I dated.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get there, man. I hope. I know in your head you have a vision of the dad you're gonna be, but I
know, like even like my wife now, like when we were dating. And I have to go over to her house. Like we were allowed, like to sleep together in her basement.
Oh yeah,
that is crazy.
That's at my house too.
And like, I should say to my father-in-law, like, you know what was happening down there, right,
dude?
Crazy,
Michael.
Michael,
you know.
Let's level with me.
Did you know?
Did you know? I did know.
Dated a girl whose brother was like 2 grades above me, and he walked in.
Oh God!
On us having sex, just straight and like not under the covers. He was like coming in. He came in to ask her questions. Like, "Hey, could you have seen my bed?" Oh, sorry. And he closed the door, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm toast. This dude's gonna. He already doesn't like I'm dating his younger sister. He's definitely gonna rat me out." Nothing, dude. Nothing happened.
Never even a word.
Nothing. Never. Not a cross word from mom or dad.
Well, because he's blocking it out of his brain.
Even the brother never said anything to me. And I thought for sure, this dude was like 6'4". I'm like, I'm going to have to fight this guy.
Yeah.
You know.
It's going to have to happen. I get it.
It's going to have to happen. He's going to, nothing, not a word, not a big deal. And I was just like, man, this would never fly at my house.
Dude, speaking of blocked out, I blocked out something until you just said that.
Oh, bring it out. Let's hear this.
We got caught by her dad.
Oh my God.
By her dad. And it wasn't full on, but you know, I mean, it may as well have been. And totally busted. I totally forgot about this.
Never a word said about it.
Never a word. No, it was her dad, and he walked in the room, and it was a
terrifying.
And it was blankets. I'm going to say it was couch. And he came around and just sat and watched whatever we were watching.
No, he sat next to you.
Oh my God!
There was another couch on the other side of the table.
He didn't walk out of the room.
Nope.
Wow.
Came in.
Gangster. That's a G move, dude.
Came in. Never said a word.
What if he just sat down and been like, continue?
Oh, dude, no. I remember for months we discussed like, do you think he knew? Do you think he knew? And of course, at that time. There was hope in our young hearts, and we thought, maybe he didn't. You know, he never said anything.
Was
or
he a
that
big
kind of
dummy?
Stuff. No, he's not a dummy,
Was
man.
he a big dummy?
He was pulling a bit on you guys.
No, listen, I'm just saying, like we weren't sure if he knew, thought, you know, whatever. He never said anything, and now that I'm thinking about it, like 100% he knew, and we were just fools to think that there was a chance he didn't. But he did. I'm not going to get into details, but he knew. Like, I mean, oh man,
good way to shut it down, though.
I forgot we got busted. Oh yeah, he came in and watched the show.
Just to plop down and put on CSI. Be like,
and just hit the remote.
Oh my god!
Just hit the remote.
Yeah.
All right, you guys all right? Okay.
I love David Caruso.
Whoa.
Oh man. Whew. Man, blocked that out.
Yeah, you guys mind if I change the channel?
No, sir. Whatever you want.
I don't miss CSI. Caruso's a genius.
We weren't very engrossed in what we were watching anyway.
All right, say something fun fact sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
January is a big month for online dating. Experts say it's a mix of New Year's resolutions, post-holiday breakups, Valentine's Day ahead.
Ooh.
So a new trend in 2024 is called dry dating. I would like to guess. I got a couple new terms for
Dry
you guys
dating.
today. Dry dating.
No drinking.
Where you don't have sex.
No sex, no drinking.
It's called dry dating?
Dry dating, yes.
Ugh. I'll probably go with Lern. I think it probably means like a pre-agreement that we're not having sex.
Abstaining.
We're abstaining.
Like no
makes more
contact, no physical contact. I'll say like even the kissing and all that. Whatever.
Okay, so dry dating. So you guys are all going
Like, hey,
the sex
we're
route.
gonna go to
Scott's
dinner.
going the alcohol route.
No foreplay.
Scott is correct. Dry dating
Wow.
is where you go out and meet somebody without any alcohol. Boring.
How are you supposed to fall in love?
You're catching a buzz in each other.
Oh. Young people aren't drinking as much, I thought the stats said. So that maybe that's...
No, we're just going to take a handful of pills instead.
Oh. Well, every generation's got
That's
their
right.
thing.
That's right. I don't want to sound like a boomer. That's what dry dating is. We talked about breadcrumbing before. Do you guys remember what that is?
That's when you're like leaving like little clues, so somebody's kind of
Lingering them on.
Yeah. So they're always just kind of behind you, just in case you want to lead them to you.
So they say, move over, ghosting and catfishing. Breadcrumbing is the latest toxic relationship trend. A University of Illinois professor explains breadcrumbing involves intermittent attention or affection that leaves the victim continuing to hold on to the hope of something more. The breadcrumber is able to maintain the victim's focus while simultaneously avoiding investment or commitment.
I know somebody that went through this. I think it ruined the dude's life.
Someone may leave you relationship crumbs because they fear commitment or want to keep their options open. It could also feed their ego.
Yeah, and this gal was married eventually.
Oh.
And she still kind of strung this dude. And I swear it ruined his life. Now, I mean,
While
it's
she was married to somebody else, she was breadcrumbing this guy?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, from what I knew, the things that he would say, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man. He steered clear of this gal, even if she was somebody you love.
So what was she doing? Like, so they say like making vague plans and playing like hot and cold with communication. That could be a sign of breadcrumbing.
It was just like the level of contact and conversation I thought was inappropriate.
Like flirty.
Yeah, real flirty, and you're
but
like,
then
wait a
pulling
second,
back.
I thought, yeah. Kept this guy single for, I don't know, better part of 20-something years.
Whoa. On
Yeah,
the
dude.
hopes of maybe
20 years?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's still single. And it's because he was holding out for this one gal. And I've seen it twice, too. And one guy even said that eventually, like he got into, a particular age and just said, oh, no, I'm asexual. And everybody around him was like, no, you're in love with somebody that's been stringing you along.
Right.
wow. He didn't have a conversation with her? Like, are you ever going to leave your husband? Because...
Man, I think it was just one of those things where this dude was beaten down, where there was no conversations left to be
that's
had,
sad.
and it was just a holding out hope. Holding out hope. It becomes such a dream, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like people just like put these people on a pedestal where no matter how much they're manipulating them or dragging them or breadcrumbing or whatever term, they can do no wrong. You know?
Well, it's kind of sad because it's like he just had so much hope. Kind of romantic. And I mean, like, I understand what you're saying, but like, he was really holding out hope that he was going to be with her one day.
It's like
so
it's
really
like the
sad,
movies. Like
yeah.
there's like one or two movies that are just they're stuck in that script, except for the ending.
Man.
They never got to the ending.
Yeah.
People
Where you-
fall in love with unavailable folks all the time.
Never got to
20
the
years,
ending.
a long time, though.
That's a
That's
long
a long time.
I mean,
Never
that's
got
a
to the
lifetime.
ending of him, stopping her before she got on the plane.
Right. I mean, think of movie after movie, show after show. It's the watching them date the jock or watching them date the bad guy and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But
Eventually, she'll come to her senses
there's
and
always
realize the good guy's here.
there's always a cute
Nice
ending.
guys
and,
finish last, you know?
Yeah, and I'll be here when she gets divorced. Oh wait, no, you won't.
No, you won't.
Oh, no.
Because she moved on. And then
Did he ever find another woman?
No, not that I know of. No,
Wait,
He's still single to this day?
both guys I'm thinking of right now are both single. to
Wait,
this day.
so she did get divorced and didn't go with the other guy?
Yes, multiple times.
Wow.
Whoa, she got
What a player.
divorced and
Yeah.
then didn't get with him?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Another guy.
Come on.
Who's this lady? My gosh, she had
Yeah.
everybody.
Come on.
Yeah, I hate
Was
to
he
think-
did they ever like have encounters?
No.
I hate the victim blame.
He
here,
stands no chance.
But I'm about to.
He stands no chance, and
Hold my
everyone,
beer. Yeah.
and everyone
Well,
knows.
it's got to be on him at some point.
That's what I'm saying. But in all honesty, like, why would he? Why
It's
would
that
she be
puppy dog.
attractive? I mean, why would she be
I
attractive?
had girlfriends
to
that
him?
had that guy. You guys ever date a girl that there was the guy that's like, this is the guy
in the wings,
waiting around for her to realize
Benson?
real love's been under her nose this whole time.
Yeah.
It was
Forever
always
friend.
like kind of never cool to you.
Yeah.
I've had to I have
My high school
girlfriends.
girlfriend, there was a guy that was, I forget what the hell his name was.
Probably Chad.
Ephraim or something like that.
Was it? No, it wasn't Chad.
Thatcher.
Brad.
Sure, that's why you hate that name so much.
Thad.
Thaddeus.
Brock.
No, he was always around.
Yeah.
Because he went to our school, and I was like, this guy, why is this guy
The Pretty in
always
Pink
here?
thing.
We
right?
all know these guys, and I guarantee you, everybody listening right now is starting to realize, oh yeah, that guy is this guy.
I have close girlfriends, lots of them, and there's times that when one of my best friends, Laura, when she would start dating a guy, I would have to make it clear up top. I'm like, hey, I'm not that guy. I'm not waiting around. She's my friend.
Yeah.
She's cool. Don't be weird to me.
I'm not a Chad.
I'm not waiting around for her to realize that true love's been like we're pals. So don't be giving me cross-eyed looks across the bar.
I
And
have
like,
You would
guy
have to
friends like that
announce?
too, where I had to be like, I'm not a like I'm literally just a dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like,
Yeah,
I've
we're
had
buds.
my guy friends will start dating somebody and maybe they don't know me, and then they're like, what's up? Like, finally when I got married, people stopped treating me like trash. And I was like, no, I'm just a good friend. Like, I'm funny and like I have a cool job. Like, we're friends. We've known each other for 20 years. Get away from me.
Are there ever girls just waiting in the wings like guys are?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Very rare.
not as much, I don't think.
It's rare.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure
because
there
the girls are
are.
usually
I don't know,
smarter.
man.
about
There
it.
are. I know
Wait
a couple
second.
of girls
Guys
who
are so dumb.
Guys are just like,
You guys are
"Duh,
dumb.
I've
Just
seen
big
the movies.
dummies.
No,
Dude, I
you're
know
not.
of quite a few girls though that have like hung out. I know girls that have like waiting in the wings for married men to like pull the trigger and leave their wives. That happens a lot. I think it happens more than you think.
But the people we're all picturing are all young, right?
Yeah.
In our heads,
anymore.
we're only picturing young people. I am.
Everybody's old in my mind now. Everybody's 40 pretty much in my head.
Whoa,
No matter what your age
Who you
is.
calling old?
I'm always thinking. I put myself into the shoes of like a younger person.
Yeah. I think it's more common then.
Oh yeah, it happens in high school. 1 in 4 guys. I'm sure. But I mean, eventually.
Well, it's like the last time I dated was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the ones you're talking about, Rafe, that are like, waiting for somebody to get divorced. Chances are that they're in a relationship at least or something.
I've been out of
Maybe.
the dating pool for 25 years.
I know, man. It's bizarre.
I don't
to
know
think
what's
about.
going on.
Yeah.
You'd be so lost
This-
if you
I don't know.
came back
I don't know
there.
what's happening.
The same thing, just different modes of communication.
Now I hear that this new term, another one, avalanching. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh, this is
avalanching.
just
Wait a
this
minute,
is the
is
new
this
love bomb.
where-
Avalanching.
This sounds sexual.
It does sound sexual.
Burying
so-
them in snow.
And I'll say this, Valentine's Day is a divisive subject. Some love it, others hate it, with many viewing it as another day of capitalism.
I love
the man
it.
to my left.
What?
You don't like
Valentine's Day is just another
Oh,
big
no, I love
chocolate
it now.
day of capitalism.
I love it now.
Well, get ready for
When
this.
did you make the turn? I thought you were my anti-Valentine's Day buddy.
No, he's on my
listen,
side
I'm
now.
still your buddy. If my wife is listening, and she might be, I love it now, man.
Oh, man.
As of 2.5 weeks ago, I really love this stuff.
Your wife
Way to
texted
go,
me.
man.
You know what? She loves this crap, and I'm trying to do my best to support. And I hate it with every fiber, but I love her more.
Your wife texted me this weekend and says, I'm fully invested in the armpit experience that's happening with me. She goes,
Your wife's growing out her pits, too?
No,
I don't know.
And I have an update. I got so fed up on Saturday that Tim has not noticed my 2-week-long armpit
told
hair.
him? Ew.
I had a moment of weakness and I go, are you for real? Like, I've been in the nude a lot and I've been like lifting my arms a lot and like showing them off, and they're 2 weeks long. And I go, are you for real not seeing how hairy my armpits are right now? And he goes, oh, I didn't know about. And so then he looked, he goes, oh my God. And he was completely
did you
astounded
tell him?
because it was
You
getting
ruined the whole thing. You ruined the whole bit.
We had money on this.
You guys owe me
guy-
$50.
Now everybody gets their money
Some
back.
guy
Everybody gets their
messaged
money
me.
back.
Some guy messaged me and said, I think he's playing a bit on you. I think he does know and he's not telling you. And for real. Like, I was literally like, hi, welcome home. And like, it was like this.
We're in tank tops.
No, not like that.
It was
Get
like
out of
that.
here.
Yeah.
Did you shave your hips?
I shaved him last.
Oh, God, what a disaster.
Well, did you save
What
the
are you
hair?
doing? Golly.
So anyway, it's over. I'm sorry.
Man,
I can't
The
hang.
liberation's done.
Great.
The whole time you were in the Bahamas, my pits were huge. They were like,
Man.
anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
No,
Valentine's Day.
I formerly detested Valentine's Day, but my wife made a good argument for the kids. She's like, dude, she's like, it's miserable weather. It's January. We got nothing to look forward to until a couple birthdays from now. At least give them the something to look forward to. Just let me do this for the kids. And you know what? When she made it a kid holiday, I'm all in because you know what? That's the last time I enjoyed it when I was a kid. You remember you made the
box?
Yeah, the boxes. And
They
you
don't
take
do
them
that
in.
anymore.
Well, now everybody has to you have to get a Valentine for everybody or nobody or something like that. But back then, remember, you'd go around and you'd
Yeah, that
see
was
everybody.
Your crush gave you
I
a
choose
Valentine. It
you.
was
Oh, it's a little
nice.
message.
Oh,
I
guys.
choose you.
Guys, I got a pencil with hearts on it from Shannon in 5th grade, and I lost my brain.
Yeah,
But the
man.
whole thing, see, you got more. Now when everybody gets a Valentine, it's meaningless.
It does. Yeah, I agree
lost
with that.
my brain.
My brain spun circles inside my skull.
Yeah.
I still remember the feeling.
And you and me.
Yeah, and now kids won't.
Yeah, you're like Jonathan Brandis and Ladybugs with the girl.
You're just dancing with a pencil
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
of class.
It's a red pencil.
only one.
I still remember
And you, baby.
what it smelled like. It was the greatest.
Yeah, now kids won't experience that because everybody gets a Valentine.
I know.
Right. So, like, it's a kids' holiday that we've of course hijacked and totally ruined. But yeah, for the kids thing, I'm having fun. I love it. I'm in, man.
Well,
I'm in. I'll spend money.
You guys ever fill out a Valentine as a guy?
You better
Like
have.
3rd or 4th grade, you're a little
yes, in
Winnie
school?
the Pooh or whatever, Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit, whatever it was, whatever the Walmart stock little
Yeah.
Valentines. And you were like, in your head, you were like, whew, when she sees this.
yeah, Michelle Cormier, who had no tear ducts.
When Catherine Linscott lays eyes on this, it's game over, boys.
Oh, I would write it out. Gabe Yordi. He was my crush in like 4th grade.
His name was Gabe Yordi?
Gabe Yordi.
Oh, Gabe Yordi.
Gabriel. And
Gay Jordy, yes.
You wanted to be Lauren
he was
Yordi?
the coolest, dude. The bowl cut on that kid was awesome. And so I remember being like, I love you. You know, I was like, such a
Oh,
nerd.
I love you.
Yeah,
Holy
I gave
smokes,
a
I'm
Valentine
not
to
sure I
Michelle
was-
Cormier. She had no tear ducts, and she rejected me. So
I love you.
That's so good.
She had no
Cry?
tear ducts?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How did she emote?
I don't know.
Wow.
Wow.
She farted when she had to cry.
Anyway, avalanching. We're back to avalanching.
Yeah.
Despite the opinions, you know, that's a capitalist thing. It has birthed a worrying new dating trend with screen times and app swipes surging through January. So in a recent study, 79% of people admitted to swiping right more and agreeing to dates ahead of Valentine's Day. So it's like desperate, like, okay, yes. 64% of people think Valentine's Day is the most depressing day of the year. So in an attempt to turn that around, again, people admit to swiping more right in January in search of a Valentine, fearing being alone on the 14th of February. Their dating non-negotiables are out the window.
Oh.
So normally I hold firm on these certain things. It's a definite no. They're non-negotiables that go out the window.
Wow. The deal
Looking
breakers
for a
are
match.
out.
So
a rush to find a match in time for Valentine's Day could be counterproductive, as singles may fall victim to avalanching, meaning you feel overwhelmed now and buried under masses of new messages and interactions on the dating apps.
I'm overwhelmed.
Can I go ahead?
Overwhelmed.
I'm gonna
Boo freaking who.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm gonna put this out there. The
Go to
people-
a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to a bar in the 90s and feel that rejection heat.
I'm probably going to catch heat for this, but
Do it.
I'll put this out there. Maybe the people that are finding themselves single for all the wrong reasons are the same that are so dramatic about these particular, like feeling like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you're not finding the right match because of the way in which you're searching.
Because you're preoccupied with the wrong things.
Yeah, like what? So a silly holiday is coming up that you can't just be happy that somebody else is enjoying.
Right.
And I
Your
understand.
priority's in the wrong spot.
I'm the wrong guy to say that, but So you can't enjoy it for somebody else or just let somebody else enjoy it. You're so preoccupied with the fact that you don't have somebody that now you're going to change things about yourself in order to find somebody. Perhaps these are all symptoms of the underlying issue and why you're finding yourself so unhappy. Perhaps maybe focus on being happy single, and that will in itself attract the mate you are supposed to find.
I'm over. Look at all these messages. I can't. I can't
even deal.
I'll date this bald guy, I guess.
I can't.
Meanwhile, Moon's still dancing with a pencil from 4th grade.
Oh, yeah. Fifth grade.
And Michelle Cormier with no tear ducts ain't calling me back.
Poor thing.
And also, by the way, this could also lead to other depressing issues. The additional risk of feeling disappointed if those extra efforts of swipe, if those things don't come into fruition, now you're depressed because even though you did all that stuff, you still can't find anybody.
Right. Now your negative self-talk comes in.
Now you're in like a negative,
rumination.
loop.
Yep. Negative self-talk is out, guys, for 2024.
Yeah, let's be
Everybody else
so
can
not
talk
hot
crap.
right now.
It's so not hot.
Let's be positive. All right, let's talk about accents. Let's talk about the sexiest accents the USA has to offer.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Now, there was I don't know if you saw this whole list, Lern.
I did.
All 50?
You did?
No, I'm sorry.
There's 50.
For each state? For each state, or each city is in... what happened?
No, there are 50 different accents. 50 different unique accents
What?
that America has to offer.
Okay.
Like New York's got a couple. Like there's the New York accent, there's the Long Island accent.
There's Jersey.
Well, that's not New York, that's Jersey. That's its own thing.
That sounds like a kid. Jersey.
Jersey. Well, that's how I say it.
That's its own thing. I mean, there's everything from like the Colorado accent to, Minnesotan.
Minnesota.
What's the Colorado accent? Just
Colorado accent.
stoner?
They don't have a distinctive sound, but there's definitely an accent, despite what people say. It's recently been influenced by the Californian vowel shift.
Yeah. Vowel.
Yet holds on to dropping the T's, so mountains become mountains.
Mountains.
So like they would drop the T, so instead of mountains, it'd be like mountains.
You want to go climb those mountains?
Mountains.
It's just hot people.
Like it's
what are you doing here?
Like it's subtle, but it's there. So that's like a Colorado accent. You drop the T's in certain words.
Okay.
But top 10.
Go. Yeah,
Top
let's hear
10
this.
sexiest accents. Can anybody guess? Can anybody give me some guesses?
Chicago.
Now, these are only United States accents?
Chicago's the 5th sexiest accent.
What?
Really?
In America. Chicago.
You want to come see the rat hole?
That taints the list. Chicago, the greatest city on the planet.
Some hate it, but it turns out a lot love it. Words like butt and cut sound more like bought and caught.
That's right.
Hump.
And you're not, looking at a picture. You're looking at a picture.
At a
You know
picture.
what the Chicago accent sounds like to me? It sounds like Canadians trying their best to do a New York accent.
That kind of checks out a little bit.
Like if you're from BC, like you're from way West Canada, and somebody says, "Yo, do your best New York," it's Chicago.
Chicago.
I'll say New York is number 3.
All right.
Is Chief of Police Peterson there?
What about like Alabama?
Yeah,
Roll
Southern.
Tide.
This is
Alabama,
not on those.
didn't make the top 10.
Is there a southern?
Probably on here though.
Appalachian.
Appalachian is number 40.
Oh wow.
Alabama, number 17.
Okay.
So St. Louis is we mumble, we keep our mouth closed a lot, but I think John Hamm has helped us put a.
I think St. Louis did well because I think the Midwest is almost void of. We have a little bit in St. Louis, but I think the Midwest in general is kind of void of accent.
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis is the 9th sexiest accent.
Farty far.
Heck yeah.
The 9th sexiest accent in America. And they say St. Louis, Missouri has some unique features of its own that make it different than the rest of the Midlands.
Like?
Native speakers swap the AR sound for the OR, as in Farty
Farty.
for 40 and Karen for corn.
Karen.
Missouri.
So get ready to make the joke. I Farty fire a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
It's got to be John Hamm.
Ornament.
I Farty fire.
Influenced
Put us
a
on the
little
map. Did we do
What's the
Minnesota
number?
yet?
Minnesota is number 48. Jersey's 49. Long Island is number 50.
Oh, Okie.
What is that?
The Oklahoma.
Okeechobee.
The Okie accent.
Oklahoma.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oklahoma is number 24.
All right.
Oklahoma
you
accent.
haven't said Boston.
Boston's number 2.
Oh,
Second sexiest accent
You're
in
wrong.
America. And this was a huge poll done by this enjoytravel.com.
By Boston.com.
Enjoy travel from Chicago to Boston.
One of the most imitated and parodied accents. Boston almost comes out on top of the country's sexiest accents. And yes, Mac Wahlberg.
Hell yeah.
Locals really do say packy car in the Harvard Yard.
I like him in what's the movie?
Ted?
What's the one where he's the bad cop with
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell?
No.
The other guys?
No. The series movie with Leonardo DiCaprio,
Basketball Diaries.
The Departed. I love Mark Wahlberg's where he's just
really
bad and he's Boston and dude, he's got his gun and he's working for the wrong guy. Like I love that, man. I'm into that.
Missing number 1. What is the sexiest accent?
Well, based off that being
We're missing
2, I feel
1,
like
4, 6, 7, 8,
it could be
10.
Cajun.
San Diego.
Cajun is
I mean, if Boston's 2,
Cajun's
could be
15th.
Okay, see, this is starting.
gosh.
We're starting to lose some credibility.
San Diego.
San Diegans.
Hey there, boy.
Yep.
Nolans.
San Diego has some pretty
Ooh, New
interesting
Orleans.
ones.
Nolans
San
accent.
Diego.
Nolans is a
San
sexy
Diego
accent.
did not
Yeah,
make
it
it.
is.
Does Huntington
Siri.
Beach?
Oh, it's a lot of French.
San Diego.
Huntington Beach kind of has its own.
Seattle?
Seattle's a good
Seattle
choice.
didn't have one.
I'm going to say New England, like Maine.
Portland.
Clam chowder.
Maine, 4.
Really?
New Orleans isn't on here.
Mainer.
That's Lip put that on the
New
map.
Orleans. New Orleans number 25.
Okay. That's too low, but
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of French, a lot of that French.
So Mainer,
That Maine accent's actually pretty noticeable now, actually hanging with Liv. And you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like a New England accent where people care what they sound like.
so they say for Maine,
You know what
the
I mean?
accent is...
I do know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's like
It's
they,
almost like an aristocratic Boston.
yeah, it's like they have that New Englander accent, but they're very aware of it, and they don't
What
want
would
you
be,
to
so
be
you'd be like
offended.
so they said for Maine you'll drop your R's, you'll go to yoga class instead of yoga class, and add in wicked to make every adjective a little bit extra powerful. So it's kind of like a Boston thing.
Where would you attribute the highborn Southern accent to? Would that be Tennessee, where it's like, very, very debonair?
Oh, I feel it's a bit more. I feel like that's a bit more
The
Georgia.
foghorn leghorn, if you will.
Georgia and old
That
generations.
is on here.
I can't imagine a world where it's not included on this list.
See, I feel like that's just outside of Atlanta, like
Atlanta's number 31.
Maine justice.
Very dapper.
in South Carolina, so certain parts of South Carolina.
Ma'am, I must insist that I step into your parlor.
Oh, do you declare?
I do declare. What would that be?
What would that be? Is that a regional or is that like
That's
a class?
Southern.
You
Yeah.
wait here in the foyer.
Oh.
I invite you to fan yourself in my parlor.
Because there's
I'll
like
take-
Charleston.
I must
I
take
will
respite.
not go hungry ever again.
South Carolina, or that's Virginia, West Virginia?
Sounds Virginian. That's probably right. I would say
Charleston?
Virginian. That sounds very.
Charleston, Kentucky,
What?
No.
What about Arkansas?
Kentucky's is pretty interesting.
Virginia,
You just hear
Piedmont.
banjos behind anybody speaking in Kentucky.
Have we said Arkansas yet? Because they kind of have that. Someone once said that you can't tell if they're laughing or crying the way they talk.
Mississippi was number 6.
Mississippi Queen.
That's your classic Deep South accent.
Deep South, Mississippi.
The only thing I've ever heard anybody say really from the Mississippi accent is sorry about our highways. Because,
Oh.
God, they're the worst highways in the country.
Californian
The
is
worst.
number 10.
California is?
California.
Bryce! Dude, what are you doing here?
Sick. California.
I used to love that sketch.
California.
The Californians.
How can there just be one accent in California?
Californian. I mean,
It's a
but there's
small
like
place.
San Francisco.
It's so different. It's bigger than most countries on the planet.
They say the typical Californian accent sounds similar to general American, meaning to American ears, it isn't an accent at all.
Hawaiian?
But they say, we're here to tell you, vowels are super long. So you have dude really does become dude.
What are you doing here?
The Philly accent is number 8.
Philly.
The Hawaiian accent is number 7.
Yeah, I was like, that's like probably a cool one.
Somebody goes trash this list.
And the number 1 sexiest accent in America is the Texan.
Oh.
Texas is enormous.
Just
Who
because
can
of
resist
McConaughey.
a slow Texan drawl?
All right.
That's so funny, man.
Howdy.
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 Rooster.
So they say the typical
Green
Texan
light.
accent is a Southern accent with a twist.
Yeah, it's
with strong
McConaughey.
R's and plenty of howdies.
Bring it. Yep. Matt, and you know what? Rafe's doing McConaughey, and he's probably the reason that is top
That's what I
sexy.
think too.
Because it is so good when he talks, as we know on this show, when he calls them.
There's the
walked into a
Ozark.
cold stone
There's
creamery.
Ozark. Like that's close to here. The Ozark.
What's
Yeah,
that?
that's my my father-in-law.
That's Ruth on
It's just when someone
Ozark.
asks you for meth at a gas station.
Like calm becomes calm,
Missouri.
It's a
and
southern
sheer
accent.
becomes sheer.
Yeah, it's the southern accent where you're moving your lips a lot more. It's like you're actually speaking with your lips.
So also, anybody not from the Ozarks would be a foreigner.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it almost feels like you have to twitch your lip here and there when you're
We're gonna go to the Walmart.
Like no, so instead of a foreigner, be a foreigner.
you know, do you understand what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know what you mean.
It's like you start using muscles on your lips you
Right.
didn't realize were there.
Yeah, did you see Winter's Bone? Because that is a good example of the Ozark
Winter's
accent.
Bone?
Yeah.
Midwestern is 16th. The 12 states that make up the Midwest have some of their own unique accents, but generally speaking, the Midwestern accent in, say, Iowa and Nebraska is subtle and sweet. The words marry, marry, and merry all rhyme with each other.
Dude, it's amazing. You go down to Springfield and you like hear that Springfield accent, or like cattle. Like we have a cattle farmer family down in Springfield, and they have like a real Southern accent. But you go just a few miles into the Ozark, and you basically take that, and it's almost like they're thinning their lips, like they're intentionally thinning their lips when they're talking. And it's the same Springfield accent, but with thin lips.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was also weird was number 12 was Chicano.
Thin lips out.
Chicano.
Chicano. And you know what that would be?
No.
They'd be like Cheech Marin in East L.A.
Right on.
Nice.
Mexican Americans. I love that song. But is that?
Hey.
I guess that's a U.S. accent.
See here?
Hey.
Hey, oh my goodness,
The
Cheech Marin
dialect
is here.
from many Mexican Americans from Texas to California, Chicano is so much more than just a Spanish accent. Most common in East LA, Chicano English uses Spanish words mixed in into English sentences. And
Totally.
it sounds sexy to people.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
into
I'm
it.
really surprised the French, the more highborn New Orleans French.
Aren't higher
Mon
up.
cher.
Oh,
Bon
yeah,
appetit.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, now they mix French words, and I mean, it's sexy. It's a sexual language.
It
It's hot.
Like Pepe Le Pew.
What's up, S.A.? Como you doing?
Como you doing? Muy bien.
We'll take a break. We're going to come back with the sex toy of the week. Got something special for you. And we got some of your emails. It is 8:43. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. All things are clear. Your point forecast, bitter cold temperatures and wind chills continue. We're watching for light snow this afternoon and evening. High of 12. Right now it's negative 1.5 at the Point Studio.
Oh, 1.5. Nice. Getting hot.
All right, we are backstage at the pageant. Big time club show with 311. We've got Peanut and Mr. Nick Hexum joining us. Gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to have you back in St. Louis and playing the pageant. It's great to be able to be so close to you tonight.
You love seeing us in small places.
I do. I can't. I will not ever deny that.
It was a
Peanut.
little off-camera, little banter we were doing. Yeah, it's good to be in small places. This is where we cut our teeth. You know, you were saying Mississippi Nights, and we did the same thing in town. But pageant, I walked in this morning, first thing, like groggy, 9 in the morning, like, we're gonna destroy this place.
Okay, now this is a question.
People that have been here too, like there's this Wall of Fame, and
Oh, yeah.
the owner has got a photo with all the biggest people in the world. Like, they get some great names.
It's
here.
incredible, and also
Sent off MSRP on the 2023 Compasses. They got that kind of deal. Gladiators, 15% off. The super sweet Gladiator Mojave version that I am driving right now from David Taylor Ellisville is 15% off at David Taylor Ellisville. On Manchester and online at TaylorSt.Louis.com. They got so many incredible deals going on right now for a short time. We got Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. All things at David Taylor Ellisville. 10% off the 24 Grand Cherokee 2-row and 3-row models. Wagoneer deals, Grand Wagoneer deals. See their pre-owned division. And on the same campus right there on Manchester, they have an auto body and a service department. It's just beyond the sales department and down the hill. A lot of people don't know that they're there, but they're incredible. True service. This is the new David Taylor. Been under new management for almost about 2 years now, and this is the experience that we deserve here. Experience it for yourself like I have, with the sales, with the service, with the auto body, the entire thing. And their service department right now can get you service appointments within 3 business days. That's unheard of. Tell them Moon sent you, whether it's sales or the service department. Tell them I sent you. I'm friends with all those guys now. David Taylor, Ellisville, on Manchester and online at TaylorSt.Louis.com.
Yeah, I gotta say once again, thanks to Herb Equipment for bringing some toys up here to Rizz Farm. And we gotta do some mulching. So Mike and Chad here brought a tractor with them. And check this out. It says Captain Rizz on the side. All right, so we're gonna use this to get the mulch from and it's gonna go into the trailer. So I don't know how to use this thing. So who's gonna show me how to operate this fine piece of machinery?
I got you covered, Rizz. This is a 3046R John Deere 46 horsepower tractor. Hop on in, man. I can give you a little rundown of everything.
Where's the air conditioner?
That's as fast as you go. It's as wind in your hair.
Okay.
Hey, the first thing you got to do is give it a crank over.
If I turn the key.
Whoa! At that point, that selective control valve, which is that lever right there, that'll operate that front loader. Pull back, that'll raise up. If you pull it towards you, it'll tilt it in. There you go. And it'll do the opposite if you push it away from you. It'll dump. This will allow you to go forward, reverse. Very simple nowadays. But
even I can figure that out. There's arrows. So the arrow pointed this way means go forward, and the arrow that way means go backwards that way. So where's the stereo?
The stereo, the next thing we're going to put in for you. Yeah, but right here, that's where you get all your RPMs. So when you want to hit it and get it, push things forward.
Oh, boy.
That's where all that horsepower comes.
So I would assume the rabbit is fast and the turtle is slow.
That is correct.
All right, mulch. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Bombs away! Now we gotta get that mulch onto that field. So I need to put that mulch in a trailer. So let's get the trailer down here. All right, so I need to hook this onto that. Thank God I have Chad and Mike here from Herb to help me out. So I'm gonna back up, and then you guys help me hook the trailer up to the tractor.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. To the field. Not that one. So, time to start mulching. Well, not me. I got some friends. I got some friends helping. So, listen, I'm just going to drive the tractor and they'll shovel the mulch out. Put it on the plants. You guys done yet?
We're waiting for you to pull forward.
Oh, I got to pull forward.
Sitting up there chipping.
right, so here we are, way back Point Fest, the first interview of the day. It's Real Big Fish, everybody. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you. Great to see you.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey.
Thank you. No, don't stop. No, more, please. More.
It's really great to have you guys back. We have, over the years, done so many different things, so many shows. I did legitimately the worst stage intro I've ever done in my life at a Real Big Fish show and Mississippi Nights through no fault of your own. I came up on stage too late. Your cue music that night was Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. I'll never forget. And I'm getting up there and I'm doing my spiel. And Aaron, you came up behind me and were like, "Are you done yet, Donnie? Are you done? Are you done with the intro?" Yes, I am. Thank you. And then you guys went out and rocked it. But it's really great to have you here, man. Thank you guys for coming out. No, it was not your fault. No. Somebody probably told me wrong. But do you remember any of those, older shows here? Like, because we've had you at the amphitheater. I mean, Mississippi Nights. All over the place.
I was just telling you guys a story about first time I tried like really hot sauce. I wasn't into it.
Home, and the second floor is not getting as hot as the first floor. Your entire second floor is not properly getting airflow. And my God, it's -1 out right now. Yeah, you need to call Hoppin Brothers, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. They could come out and take a look to see what solutions are available to help better distribute heat to your second floor. Now, have you done maintenance on your heating system yet? It's not too late. There are many safety issues that can arise, including, carbon monoxide and gas leaks by not properly getting your system maintained each year. Schedule your maintenance today and ensure you are safely heating your home. And when was the last time you actually changed your furnace filter? Probably time to do that. Here is a friendly reminder from your buddy Rizz and Hoppin Brothers. Get that furnace filter changed out. Hoppin Brothers also hiring, looking for HVAC professionals. More details on the website, hoppinbros.com, HOFFMANN bros.com, hoppinbros.com.
All right, so here we are, backstage, the Stiefel Theater. Mr. Nathaniel Rateliff, how you doing, sir?
I'm great. I've heard there's been some going back and forth about the pronunciation of the theater.
Yeah, Sex Toy of the Week. Huge swaths of the U.S. have been dealing with very heavy snowfall. But there's also something else falling from the sky in Oklahoma.
Oh, no.
Yep. Someone near Oklahoma City has been using a drone to drop and attach sex toys to streetlights and other hard-to-reach spots.
I'm standing
and there are pictures.
Outstanding work.
There are pictures. And
just dongs everywhere?
Dongs everywhere.
Wow.
I love it. Anarchy.
So the first sighting was last Wednesday when somebody called the cops about a dong stuck to the top of a traffic light.
I would rather see that than the sneakers, because doesn't the sneakers hanging from a light post mean murder?
That's a gang thing.
Oh.
I always heard that. I think that's signs, or somebody just got their shoes jacked and then they put them up there. Or, we've been watching Better Call Saul, which, by the way, we stuck it out because my wife was like, I'm not thinking about this throughout the day. I don't think we're into this one. By season 3, you're like, damn, this show is so good. So good. But they were hiding drugs in it.
Oh, and the sneakers? Mm-hmm. Well, somebody else, the person who's doing this dong drop also put one on a water tower, stuck another to the side of a Walmart.
I am here for this.
And it sounds like
it's Bangsy?
It's mainly happening in nice Scott, in a suburb of Oklahoma City called Moore, and police are not amused.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I was.
Give me more.
Dong drops. Won't find it. I was searching for that.
So they put out a statement saying the Moore Police Department does not condone the actions of this individual, finds the prank inappropriate. They're trying to figure out who's doing it and whether to arrest them or just issue a fine. Okay,
arrest them.
Also, that's
key
expensive.
To the city.
Yeah.
Okay,
sex toys are expensive sometimes.
Not only they're expensive. Okay, don't fine, no jail time. Just okay.
a warning. Stop being a prankster.
Okay, stop.
Right.
We're done.
We get it.
Maybe it's a jealous husband.
Well, it's funny to watch these maintenance workers go up into these cherry pickers.
And have to get a penis out of the.
Think about the strategic placement.
That's pretty good.
That's great, man.
Look at that one.
I love that they're blurring them out.
They're blurring them out, but I
In
mean,
between the red
they're
lights.
huge dongs.
That is incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we get it.
That's pretty. Oh, look at that one on top of the water tower. Hey, Bill. There's something on top of the tower.
Yeah, now you gotta go up
What
and
is
get it.
that?
What is that?
Can you zoom in?
And that guy's got to go up there and
Trying to put ding dongs in our water supply.
I love it.
That's great.
That is fantastic.
the guy that the maintenance worker or like the city worker and the cherry picker's got to go up there and try to like pry it out. It's really
Yeah.
Tug harder. Tug harder, Bill.
Here's one of the headlines. Drone delivery prankster drops sex toys around Moore, Oklahoma. Arousal ensues.
All right, speaking of sex toys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Rafe, freshly back from the Bahamas. What do we got this week?
Brian Bahama got something right up your alley. Speaking of winter's bone and the Arctic blast, I wanted to put something in line with what we're experiencing today, and I chose Icicles number 6 hand-blown glass massager, $39.95, 3.4 stars on Amazon.com.
3.4 stars? That's pretty low for you.
It is low, but I think I got to the bottom of one review that might be dragging it down. We'll get to that. Oh. But first, let's talk about what Icicles is. Cool down that hot spot with the frozen frosty fun of the Icicle 6 glass massager. Elegant, upscale, and handcrafted with exceptional attention to detail, this luxurious line of glass massagers will leave you breathless. Each hand-blown Icicle glass wand is sleek, unique, and made to play hard. If you're looking for a quality, well-priced glass dildo that has texture and even more texture, this one's for you. The nubs and swirls will provide all sorts of extra sensations and fun. The bold end is designed for spot stimulation. The extra-wide bottom makes handling easy. The hypoallergenic glass is non-porous and body-safe, and when cared for properly, is designed to last a lifetime.
Wow, good investment.
Run the wand under warm water or place it in the microwave to heat things up. But we recommend you chill it under cold water or in the freezer for a cool sensation. Once you've experienced glass, there is no going back.
Man.
Wow. Rhyming.
Right?
That's cool.
Nubs on here. All right.
The nubs are serious. These nubs are like if you had these nubs on your actual wiener, you would go to the doctor.
Yeah,
You're past trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to Dr. Past trouble.
Yeah. You've let things go.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Let's get to some reviews of the Icicle 6. And yes, there are all the way up to 19 versions of the Icicle.
Whoa.
Just so you guys were wondering and why it's number 6. They didn't stop until they got it right. Reviews, just entitled, Wow! This thing is truly amazing. I've never been so excited to receive a package. I was a little worried at first that the product description had this particular one at 6 inches long and the $46 one at 9 inches. Well, let me tell you, I paid $26 and got 9 inches of pure bliss. I've never had this much fun alone. I tried it first at room temperature, then ran it under hot water, wowzers, and then stuck it in the freezers. Oh, yes. Then I introduced the little fella to my boyfriend. Hello!
Hi.
It's a real long, solid, girthy kind of incredible. The little nubs are so perfect for the stimulation, and the rings around the bottom could not be more perfectly placed for the in and out, make you want to scream kind of recreational use. I've never made such a mess. I mean puddles, people. Puddles.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the most wonderful, disgusting thing I've ever seen.
God.
I could not have been more pleased with this product. The only thing I was initially concerned about was the bottom. It's circular flat base so that it can stand. Makes it a little strange to hold at first, but then I found that solo mission, it's actually sort of easier, and when you're done and too ravished to put it away properly, and you will be, I promise, you could just stand it up on the nightstand. It doesn't have to touch anything. Ew! See you tomorrow, my little friend. Smiley face emoji. 5 stars, Betsy Boo.
Oh,
that is a good review, dude. Mm-hmm. That is a thorough review. Now, this is the culprit, I think, on the low reviews.
Okay.
Bait and switch product Product was sold as pink and clear. The one I got was not pink. Was buying for the color scheme.
Oh.
Waste of money and time. And 1 star EDM. And I'm like, That was your takeaway of the Icicle 6. You're mad about the color scheme. Not just mad. 1 star,
1 star
mad.
mad. Okay.
Dude, that's a lot. That's someone who really cares about what color their dildos are. But this guy brought it back up. We'll end on this one, and it's a good one. Absolute best, 10 stars. This was the first and best glass dildo I gave my GF. She loves it. It's big and thick and heavy with lots of bumps and rings around the shaft. The size is very important, but it must be emphasized that the weight adds so much to the feel of this toy. Temperature play is made easy by immersing in warm water or freezing. My girlfriend likes it cold, but I hated it. Cold, wet, slick kitty is not very appetizing.
Oh.
All right. The shaft is long, straight, hard, and rigid. Glass. But for our purposes, it was awesome. One of the 2 best toys
for that number,
for $69.
yes. For that number.
For numbering. Icicles. My GF has quite a collection of glass dildos, and without a doubt, the Icicles brand is the best for quality, feel, and look. 5 stars, Al.
Oh, thank you,
Way
Al.
to go, Al.
Okay.
A collector.
For every EDM, there's an Al.
A collector, yes.
That's right.
For every person that's mad about the color scheme, there's an Al that sees the beauty in all
of what it is. All right, thank you, Al, and thank you, Rafe.
No
the
problem.
Icicle, the sex toy of the week. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to come back. We'll give away some stuff. We're going to play 3 and 5 as we do every Monday. So Moon's going to run the game here. He's going to give you a category. You name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right. You win your choice of prizes. No ums or ahs. Start your answer. We've got tickets for Point Fest. Point Fest 2024, May 18th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now. Now through Friday, get select reserve or lawn tickets for just $20 plus fees to see Bad Omens, Wage War, Grandson, Avatar, and more. We got tickets to go see Third Eye Blind, special guest Yellow Card, June 29th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And we got tickets to go see Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, the early show, Saturday, May 11th, over at the Pageant. Your favorite Disney songs, punkified, courtesy of the Punk Rock Machine, and tickets for that are on sale now. If you want to play, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. 3 and 5 is next. All right, 9:03, Monday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in those NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. All things clear. Your point forecast, bitter cold temperatures and wind chills will continue. We're also watching for light snow this afternoon and evening, high of 12, but right now it's -1.5 at the Point Studio.
All right.
He is kind. He is supple. He is magical. He is stainless. He is sensual. He is raw. He is power. He is limber. He is untouched.
Well, you probably didn't know that First Community is actually the #1 lender for new and used autos, according to Experian Auto Count, and not just in Missouri, but in Illinois as well, which is amazing because I love going to First Community. They are truly phenomenal over there, and you will get the best of the best. And this is what's awesome about that is they have incredible rates right now, and they have a really convenient loan application. I've used it a couple times now, and I love going through that process because they'll walk you through every step. And they're not afraid to help you. If you've never gone through the process before, this is a great place to go. But if you have and your experience, it's even better because the time frame is absolutely amazing. It truly is convenient. And you could do it right there on your mobile app as well. And there's more. You can actually just walk in to any dealer in the metro area and get your loan with First Community without even leaving the dealership. So if you're in the market for a car, tell your dealer you're with First Community and get yourself set up for victory and save some money and put your dollars to work for you. Go to First Community. That's firstcommunity.com. JAN.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and Kevin from Candlebox joined. How are you, sir? Great to see you, man. Great to see you. So there is so much to talk about with you, and had the great fortune of being a chat with you a few weeks ago. But there's some things that I wanted to talk that we talked about then that I'd like to talk about again today. 25th anniversary of the Candlebox debut. Isn't that an amazing thing at this point? How do you, as the guy that did it and was the key element in this, how do you look back and see the staying power of this thing? Because it's still a very relevant record.
I know, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. I wake up every day and I pinch myself that I've been fortunate enough to have this career, you know? I mean, it's a wild thing to turn 49 years old and know that I've been doing this for 25 years and that people still listen to the record, and you know, the royalty check comes in every April and every October, and you're just like, wow, this is crazy that this record still sells like it does, you know? I mean, I'm lucky, one of the bands that was able to make money off of albums, you know? So I don't know. It's paid my rent for a long time. I'm very happy about that.
Absolutely so. Now, let's go back a little bit to the beginning of this ride for you. I would assume at that particular time in Seattle, Washington, there was a feeding frenzy for bands because that first tier had already signed and blown up and all that sort of thing. How did the courting of Candlebox happen, and how did you settle on Maverick with Madonna?
Well, that's an interesting story. Our bass player wasn't 21 when we started the band, so you weren't able to play in the clubs in Seattle. You had to be 21 in order to play in a bar. So we played a lot of like the all-ages festivals or shows around town, or you know, friends' house parties, something like that. So when he did turn 21, June of '92, we were invited to play a showcase last minute for BMI in the city. They asked us to go on at 7 o'clock. Doors were at 6:30. They're like, you got 20 minutes to impress whoever's here. And back then in Seattle, of course, like you said, everybody was looking for another band. Nobody really knew about us because we weren't on the radar yet, other than the friends and family and fans that had found us at other shows. So that really kind of blew it open for us. We were seen by somebody from EMI, and she flew us down to LA. We played in Los Angeles at the Club Lingerie in October of '92. Guy Osiris stumbled into that show, who of course now manages Madonna, and everybody's got a huge U2. He was the A&R guy. He was an intern at the age of 20 and took us to the label and said, this is the band I want to sign. They flew to Seattle, saw us play a show in Seattle, and that was it. And that was the fall of '92, and we signed that Christmas and made the record in the spring, and it came out July 20th of 1993, so pretty quick.
Unbelievable. That is such a, I mean, was there any time, I mean, I'm sure that there was a lot of enjoyment in that time, obviously, you know, but I mean, when you guys were, when that was sort of happening, and maybe even before the label started knocking, I mean, were you thinking with the other bands around you popping, why can't we do it? I mean, these are our neighbors. Why can't we be the next one to go? Was that at all in the thought process?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, look, we knew that, you know, being in the right place at the right time was going to be very beneficial to us. But we were such a different type of band, more blues-based rock and roll band, and of course about 5 and 6 years in age younger than the guys in Alice and Soundgarden and whatnot. So we didn't have that kind of history of playing with Green River or playing in other bands around the city. We kind of fell together as a band. The only person in the band I knew when we started was the drummer. The bass player went to high school with me, but he was in Europe doing a foreign exchange program. So I didn't know him, and the guitar player Pete was introduced to us by Kelly Gray, who was in a band with Scott way back when. So we were kind of a happy accident, if you will. But of course we thought, you know, we had something special musically. We had something that was different, and there weren't a lot of bands.
Bath Authority. Now, if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you got to call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Their modern, durable tubs and showers are designed with an exclusive high-tech polymer liner. That's right, polymer liner. Now, what does that mean to you? It means low maintenance. It's resistant to mold and mildew, easy to clean, lasts for decades. Plus, it comes with a lifetime warranty. Walk-in tubs, replacement showers, tub-to-shower conversions, and more. Every unit is custom built. You pick the premium accents and accessories, including, safety features like low-profile showers, grab bars, shower seats. All Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by certified factory techs. Call today, get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. You are their priority at the Bath Authority. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com, TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits. I'm seeing your bucket list here in front of me, Lern, and some of these are definitely achievable.
Yes.
Some of them I'm not sure about.
Sure.
Yeah, some of them are going to be tougher than others. The first one, let's just get into it.
Yep.
And, where we welcome feedback. If anybody can help us, put us on the path to make these happen, please let us know. Because it's all about love and helping each other, lifting each other up, checking stuff off.
If I do recall, last week we played 3 and 5. People were horrendous.
Yeah. It
wasn't the best show.
Oh, I think it was the worst.
It was a valiant effort that did
I think it was the
succeed.
worst ever.
I think we had one winner.
Yeah. Oh. Let's turn that around today. All right, today's contest is sponsored by...
The contest is brought to you by Flynn Landscaping, specializing in lawn landscape, irrigation, and arbor. Now hiring. Call 314-243-6784.
All right, so Moon's going to give you a category. You name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right, you win. No ums or ahs to start your answer. And we have Point Fest tickets, we have Third Eye Blind tickets, and we have Can You Feel the Punk Tonight tickets.
Judges? Judges?
Yeah. Judges.
If you could get the Googie machines prepared.
Yes.
You may need to search.
I'm already on Google.
You need to be on it.
I'm on it right now.
You got to be on it.
I am Google. I'm AI. Hi.
Get those Googlies ready.
I'm AI. Hi. Okay. Let's go to the phones, and let's go to Dylan. Good morning, Dylan.
Good morning, everybody.
All right, Dylan,
Hello.
here we go. Let's play 3 and 5. Let's start off with a winner. Here we go.
Dylan, name 3 movies from the 1970s.
I got nothing.
Damn it, Dylan.
All right, so far off to a terrible start. Okay,
Taxi
Dylan, come on.
driver.
There are a lot of movies in the 70s, yes. What was the first
I'm on
one? You know what
Google.
the first one that came to my mind?
What?
Jaws.
French Connection. Oh. Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right, Dylan, come on.
Okay, name 3 St. Louis places designed for children.
The
No.
Science Center, City Museum, Grant's Farm.
I think he said the.
He said the.
I think he said the.
Okay. All right.
He said the. Way to power through the premature.
The heckling from the judge.
Learnization that was happening. Sorry, buddy. All right.
the premature X from the judge. Okay. Good job, Dylan. Comes down to this. Here we go.
Name 3 things you put on a burger.
Cheese, lettuce, tomato.
Very good, Dylan.
I'm trying, man.
Oh, I know you're trying. I thought you were going to do the number 2 there.
Well, yeah, right. Well,
Come on.
I could have.
You could have. All right.
But I'm feeling
Winner.
generous.
Winner. Melissa, hello.
Happy birthday, Rizz.
Oh, thanks, Melissa. Let's get another winner here. Here we go.
Name 3 professional tennis players.
Serena Williams, Venus Williams, Federer.
Oh,
That's it.
Got it.
That's right. Outstanding.
Got it. Good job, Melissa. Next.
Name 3 types of insect.
Ants, beetle, bee.
Yep.
Ants, beetles, bees. Congratulations.
Beetle bees.
Terrible phone connection. Was her phone in her pocket?
I think she had her window open
I
for
think he
some
was running
ungodly
outside.
reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the heck was that?
Kevin.
Hey, morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
Hello.
Let's play.
Name 3 St. Louis area churches.
St. John, St. Stephen's, St. Philip.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay. Googles to the
All right,
Googles.
here we go.
I don't know any St. Stephen's.
Now,
other than
Kevin,
the one in Vienna.
Were you just throwing
Stevens.
names out there?
Church.
Yes.
St.
Okay.
John, St. Alabaster.
St. Stevens.
Saints, I'm going to screw this up, my agnostic ass. Saint Stephen Protomartyr.
Okay, count it.
Where's that?
That is in
What's the address?
city of St. Louis.
Okay,
Okay,
got it.
and what's
It's on Dover.
St. Philip.
St. Philip. St. Philip.
No, I think I got on that one.
St. Philip's Lutheran Church, St. Louis, Missouri.
Got it.
And
Boom.
St. John's. What was it?
Do you say St. John's first?
St. John's Wort.
Yeah.
St. John's
We'll count it.
Church.
Of course, there's got to be 4,000
Hey, I'm
of
just
them.
checking it out.
Of course. What if there's not? What if that's the one?
Hey, it's a quality, affordable men's sweater brand. We'll count it.
Everybody gets, all the Saints are represented. Thank you.
Congratulations, Kevin. That was a good one. Next.
Name 3 bird mascots in the NFL.
Cardinals, Falcons, Eagles.
Yeah.
Wow, way to go.
That's done.
People
Kevin
on
just killed it.
You did.
Whooped it.
Because there's only
I whooped it.
5, I think.
Falcons,
Seahawks.
Seahawks,
Seahawks,
Cardinals, Ravens.
Seahawks.
We said the Seahawks.
And the Dolphins.
Oilers.
He said, what did he say?
Eagles.
He said Eagles.
Eagles.
He said
Cardinals.
Seahawks.
Falcons and Cardinals.
Cardinals, Ravens,
Ravens.
Falcons.
Blue Jays.
That's fine.
Wow.
Oh,
Now
you
you're
said
just throwing-
MLB too?
No,
No, I'm just-
he's just throwing things out.
Just playing.
He's trying to confuse. Justin, hello.
Well done.
Hi.
Hey. All right, Justin, here we go.
Name 3 songs about love.
Love scenes. Love the way you lie. Love yourself.
Nah,
Man.
ran out of time. Next.
Name 3 cities in Canada.
British Columbia, Quebec.
Nope.
We are not good at
We're
geography.
in geography. Really, we're not good at.
region.
BC is a province, yeah. And he went, BC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bummer.
Okay.
Tough.
Bummer.
Jake.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, let's play.
Name 3 things you might see in the military.
Guns, trucks, and tanks.
Yep.
Guns, trucks, tanks.
Trucks, tanks.
Man, he
Holy
got
Trinity.
got away with one there, but I'm going to give it to him. He said, guns. I thought he was going to say, a gun.
I thought that was a kind of gun.
Guns.
And a gun.
I'm giving it to you.
All right, give it to him.
guns.
All right, next.
Name 3 characters from the show Cheers.
Lucy, Steve, Scott.
Nope. That's a hard no for me, boss.
Making your way in the world
Lucy,
today with Lucy,
Ethel,
Steve, and Scott.
Ricky.
I think you misheard the
Norm?
song lyrics, dude.
Where everybody doesn't know your name.
All right, yeah.
I'm not a Cheers
Jake
man.
knows nobody's name. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Last one.
Name 3 brands associated with tennis.
Nike, Adidas, Under Armour.
Under Armour tennis. Let's take a look. Under Armour.
Bound to be something Under Armour, right?
Well, I didn't say.
tennis?
I didn't
There are
say-
tennis shoes of Under Armour descent.
Okay.
Under Armour. Should we just give it to him?
You were thinking like
Don't give
pen.
me a-
Head.
Pretty cheap there, Conehead. Yeah, Pinnacle. Penn, Penn. But listen, man, I don't know anything about tennis.
Technically-
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes.
To be honest, if Under Armour's there, then
Yep.
you guys are the judges. I'm just the host.
I got to give it to him.
Okay. One final contestant here. Let's go to Tim in Maryland Heights. Tim, good morning.
Happy birthday, Rafe.
Thank you.
All right. Happy birthday, Rafe. Let's go.
Name 3 movies directed by Steven Spielberg.
Oh, my God. Jurassic Park,
No.
Jurassic Park, Independence
Oh my
Day.
God. You
He
can't.
didn't
Oh my
direct
God.
Independence Day.
No, he didn't. It's Jerry Bruckheimer. No, I don't know. To the Google.
No. Okay, no. No, Roman Emmerich. Psh, look that up. Boom.
That's who directed Independence Day?
Yeah.
Look at
Look
you.
it up.
That
Look it
brain,
up.
man.
Look it up. Look it up.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Yeah, I was guessing.
Yeah.
Name 3 things. 3 things you see in a library.
Books, people, tables.
Yes, you do. Yes,
Love a
you
table
do.
in a library.
Yep.
It's hot.
Final one, Tim. Here we go.
Name 3 famous people named Sarah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, Sarah Gilmore, Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Gilmore.
Sarah Gilmore.
I
From the
think you meant
Gilmore
Sarah
Girls?
Gilbert.
Who's Sarah Gilmore?
Who's Sarah Gilmore?
Explain.
Who's Sarah Gilmore, Tim?
Yep. Who is she, Tim?
She's in that movie.
No.
She's in a movie.
Tim, you should have said Gilbert because, hang on, hold up. Sarah Gilmore has been in Night Sky.
Gilbert.
Dumb Money.
Oh.
Boom.
If he can't name
Confidence alone makes me want to say yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. She is a camera and electrical department worker. She's a
Boom.
cinematographer. Sorry, buddy.
Boom.
No.
I mean, I thought he had it.
Yeah, Sarah Gilmore from Dumb Money. Yeah.
He went with the longest
She was
one.
behind the camera.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No. Hey, I think we did all right today, guys. We did okay.
Good job.
Funny.
2 out of 3, though. That's a pretty tough one. So
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
We'll take a break. Lots going on in sports. Oh, did you pay attention this weekend, Lern?
I did. I had a lot of questions for Tim yesterday. I was like, my questions included why are some teams on the AFC and some are on the NFC? And then I had other questions. I was driving him nuts yesterday. He was like, please leave the living room.
Please leave me alone.
What are the yellow handkerchiefs?
9:21.
Why do they keep throwing him so much?
Monday. Traffic and weather, one final look, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. It's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. Clear. Your point forecast, bitter, cold temperatures and wind chills will continue. We're watching for light snow this afternoon and some this evening. High of 12. Right now it is -1 at the Point Studio.
So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You have this incredible career with Everclear.
Right.
Made all of these records. You've had, I would think, multiple opportunities to do like a solo record, but you're going to put out a solo record for seemingly the first time in your career.
For not seemingly the first time.
The first time in your career. Why now?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that Everclear has been my baby from the beginning.
Let's talk about more choice jewelry, ninjabling.com. We were talking about Valentine's Day earlier on in the show. And, yeah, fellas, Valentine's Day.
It's a good time.
Jewelry, huh?
It's a good time to make your return to Morris Royce. Or maybe it's your first time. Maybe you've never been in this predicament.
We got a first-timer, huh?
Yeah, maybe you've never found yourself in the scenario where you're looking for fine jewelry and you need a personal jeweler. You need somebody, you need a friend that says, hey, I got somebody. I know somebody that I trust, that I continue to go to, and that's us. And we're going to send you to Morris Royce because there's nothing more important than confidence, knowing that you are working with the very best and the most knowledgeable and somebody that's going to look out for you, take care of you, and isn't working on commission.
Well, I think that's a huge point. As somebody you could trust, because, man, there are a lot of vultures out there. A lot of vultures looking to take advantage of your ignorance, Moon. And when you go to More Choice Jewelry, they don't work on commission. Everything is on the up and up.
That's right. I am ignorant. I am. But the integrity and the expertise of your jeweler really does matter, and that's where Moritz Royce comes into play. I mean, read the reviews. I mean, check them out on social media. Go to the website. See for yourself. Just go up to the 15th floor private showroom. Schedule an appointment, of course.
That's right. Been in the business for 40 years now. More Choice Jewelry, ninjabling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show.
All right, so the lead-off interview for Point Fest 2019. My guy Claudio from Coheed and Cambria. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I believe the last time that you were here, and I so wish that I could have talked to you while that it was happening. Coheed was playing a show at the pageant, and oh my gosh, the hubbub about your hair was on that day, man. Like it was so fascinating to watch some of your fans completely lose their minds about that. And I'm curious from your perspective because, you know, I mean, I know that the music is so important and everything that goes involved in this is such a big deal. And the hair thing to me seems like it would be something that you would be a little uncomfortable with as far as like the direct attention of it all. How do you take it? Do you just think it's kind of a goof and move on with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was just having a good time. You know, doing this for a living, you don't want to take yourself too seriously. And I know that that's something that a lot of people think with Coheed and its whole like concept and, it's just so inflated. But at the same time, it's like we're really just out here to kind of have a good time, and that was just a way to kill time and just have fun. So
what was amazing to me was that you had made a social media post about it, and then like an hour later, like all of the websites picked up on it. So it was just like social media crazy for a few hours. Like it just really caught fire, and I was like, this is about this man's hair. So I think today, if I'm not mistaken, even though Mastodon is not here, this kind of sort of begins that trek with Mastodon. And when I was reading an interview with you kind of talking about both of you guys going out, it was really cool to read and really kind of feel you a bit fanboy out about being able to be on the road with those guys. So this is nothing that's ever happened before. The first time that you've been out on an extended run with them.
Yeah.
But they've been friends with you guys for a while. You've been mutual friends, kind of thing.
So, somewhat. I mean, we've just kind of been in the same circles, and we've seen each other's bands on tour, like whether it's in a festival situation or at NAMM shows or just sort of gatherings. So it just kind of made sense. I mean, both bands being these like kind of progressive rock, things that like, why not? So.
Yeah, one of the things you kind of alluded to it a little bit before. Do you obviously have this intricate storyline that's laid out for these records, but I feel as though that you can love these records even if you don't exactly know the ins and outs of the storyline. Are you okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the songs are really written from like a personal experience. So right at the creation of them, they're all very real songs. It's just I kind of take them and then kind of translate them into this other piece of fiction, so people can experience the music and the stories in another way. But yeah, it's very personal stuff. If you actually like kind of dive into Coheed's music and actually read the lyrics and get in there, I mean, it's really. They're basically love songs,
right?
That's all they are. It's like so yeah.
I really appreciated the last time that we had a chance to sit down and talk. You guys had just released the record that broke out of the storyline, and kind of did like the one-off because your kid had just been born and all of those kinds of things. And I think that it was very remarkable to see your band to be able to kind of do that. Like kind of jump off, do that record kind of in and of itself as an anomaly, and then come back and kind of get back into things. And I think it says a lot too about the fan base that they are along for the ride, kind of in however you want to do. That's got to be an amazing feeling to have that kind of trust of the fans.
Absolutely. I think they respect us and understand that, again, like the concept stuff was really just a creation. It came about because I had a hard time, singing about myself. You know what I mean? Being the front man of a band and having to sort of wear your heart on your sleeve. That whole sort of idea about telling my own story. I mean, I had a hard time just accepting that, and that's what the concept was there for. It's basically a curtain to hide behind. And, at that moment in time when my son was, all those sort of feelings about him coming into the world, and, it was like, okay, this makes sense. Let's just take a step away from the concept and really allow that experience to sort of take center stage in the record. And to see everybody sort of jump on board and be very accepting of that. I mean, it's so great. I mean, to be allowed that flexibility.
It's pretty impressive, and I've never met one of the things about your band is I've never met a guy or a girl that like are kind of into Coheed. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like it seems like they are, because I remember the guys that introduced them to me very early on when I worked at a record store, and they were in it to win it and still are to this day. And I think that it's, you do have fan bases that you see kind of ebb and flow, and it seems like you guys just continue to build and build and build. And for a band that is not necessarily super easy to kind of pigeonhole or whatever.
Systems, a lot of people are worried about pipes bursting and all that and all the trouble that it can create for your basements. Wood's Basement Systems, they are the absolute pros when it comes to all things basement tea. They are the all things basement tea experts. But did you know Did you know that they can actually fix settling like front porches or driveways or any of that? That's exactly what they did for me last month. And man, has it made a huge difference, especially since right now my front porch is frozen. And before it was slanting down. My roof was kind of coming down. It looked bad. It was terrible curb appeal. It was a safety hazard. It was bad. But I knew that Woods Basement Systems, I had heard that they had raised a highway slab. And if they could do that, they could do that for my driveway, for my sidewalk, and for my front porch. Not only that, but they installed piers to make it, not a temporary fix, to make sure that it was fixed forever. That's exactly what I needed. I talked to Woods Basement Systems, found out about all of their expertise when it comes to the basements and the concrete stuff, the mold prevention, the crawl space repair, the foundation repair, egress windows. If you need any of that kind of stuff, there's a special offer for you today at moonloveswoods.com. Don't wait any longer. Prevent further damage. Problems aren't going to get better with time. They're only going to get better with Woods, because the problem will be fixed forever. Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement experts. Special offer at moonloveswoods.com.
It's 105.7 The Point. Donnie Fandango backstage, way back Point Fest, Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you guys doing? It's great to have you.
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well,
It was a local story out of Franklin County, Union, to be specific. And I wonder if they ever caught these kids. Union police are trying to determine the identity of two young men who've been driving around firing an airsoft gun at people.
Oh, God.
And we know how that feels.
Yeah.
At least 5 separate incidents have been reported. I guess one woman says she was standing outside with her dad Wednesday morning when they were shot at.
Were they getting hit in the same spot twice? Because I think I know a guy.
Was it Moon?
What? How dare you?
I know. I'm sorry.
Shooters went a red Ford Ranger. Others have reported being shot at by an airsoft gun pointed from the window of a pickup, matching the description.
God.
Spokesman for the police department said officers are following leads that might help identify those involved. Some might think the shootings are a dumb prank, but there's worry that somebody with a real gun might fire back in self-defense.
Sure.
Oh.
And lead to a very bad ending for a couple pranksters. Yeah, I don't know. If somebody knows, let me know if they
Caught the kids.
You're assuming they're kids. Sounds like a kids thing.
Right.
But that's out in Union. All right, here's sports.
You know why? You know how you know that it's not me?
How?
I'm not going to Union.
You ever been to Union?
It's too far.
Yeah.
You ever spent any time in Union?
I have. It's
lovely.
Fun. But if I don't have a reason to be there, I'm not going. Listen, if I'm doing something silly like that, I'll do it in my own neighborhood.
They have a Walmart.
That's what you want us to think. Sounds like you've been getting airsoft gun out in Union.
Divert.
Yeah. What? Hey, Union. Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
they
Union.
got a Walmart out there.
It wasn't us.
College, right?
Well, yeah. East Central.
Yeah, East Central College.
Yeah, that's out there.
Yeah, I know.
Lovely little town.
I love it.
Jeff's brother is, higher up there in the police department.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, Sports Moon.
Sports brought to you by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, dine at DraftKings at Casino Queen. The Lions beat the Rams in Detroit last night, and the win was a long time coming. Here is the final call from Mike Tirico.
All right, here's Detroit Lions winning.
Detroit.
All right.
This will be one of the most memorable nights in Detroit football for that 89-year-old and the 62,000 others here. One more knee and business is done. And Detroit, for the first time in 32 years, your Lions have won a playoff game.
Well, and you could say goodbye to the Rams.
Yeah. By 1 point, by the way. It was Lions 24, Rams 23.
That was a good game.
Such a good game to watch, man.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Tomorrow, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Tomorrow, the UFL, United Football League, our Battlehawks head coach, Anthony Becht, will be in studio.
No way.
Tomorrow, yes. Tomorrow, Anthony Becht, head coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks, in studio.
Right on.
The Green Bay Packers handled the Dallas Cowboys yet another. They handed them another devastating playoff loss. And every article that I see on all these things it's time for Belichick to save the Cowboys.
Well, I mean, they were the third seed in the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. Devastating loss, and they got their asses kicked too.
It was bad.
Like 48-7, wasn't it? Something like that.
I can't get enough. Jerry Jones, I just test him. He's part of the reason the Rams aren't in St. Louis, because when they originally voted to move the Rams, they voted no. And Jones asked to have a private meeting with the owners. They did a revote, and then he flipped the room, and everybody voted to move the Rams. So anytime he gets his comeuppance like that, I can't get it. I can't be happier about it. They were all the pretenders lost. I think Miami and Cowboys were pretenders, and they're out, and I love it.
Speaking of happy,
McCarthy, head coach, will be out probably within the next couple of days.
Speaking of happy or unhappy, NBC made streaming history last night or on Saturday. The Kansas City Chiefs' 26-7 win over the Miami Dolphins in their wild card matchup at Arrowhead was the most streamed live event in U.S. history. Wow. NBC said the game, which was streamed exclusively on Peacock, drew an average of 23 million viewers Saturday night. It reached about 27.6 million viewers in total and peaked at more than 24.6 in the second quarter. Saturday was also Peacock's largest day in the service's history. It set a record for 16.3 million concurrent devices streaming. Now, which a lot of people don't know, especially us over in St. Louis that are bitching that don't have Peacock and all that, is folks in Miami and KC did have it on their local NBC station as well.
Irrelevant.
So, I think that's relevant to know. It
is, but man, I mean, how do you guys feel? I feel like you're pricing out your middle-class audience. Like, there's so many. We got games like NFL is already making so much money in advertising, and now they're pimping out streamers. Like, you got to have Prime to watch the Thursday night game. Right. You got to have NFL Network to watch.
And this is what makes you upset at the NFL pimping out everything.
I'm just saying, like, where does it? At least make it. I understand you're going to make your money on advertisers and deals and promotions, but like.
I will say they'll switch this up because if it's like the MLB where they made it impossible,
TV, man.
If they've made it impossible to watch games in MLB, and people like me who would watch all the time, I've quit watching.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what happened really last year with the Cardinals. I didn't even pay attention.
This is, like you said, this is the pattern. This is the NFL's pattern. So I mean, this is no surprise.
This is the way it's going,
and it was a huge success. So imagine, like, the numbers. People were saying, "Oh, more people were tuned into the Lions game." Well, maybe on the TV and things.
Sure.
But when you add who was watching in KC on local, who was watching in Miami on local, and then 24 or whatever it was, 26 million people elsewhere.
Well,
that's
they're
a
also going to
success.
say
They don't
it's
care
a
what you
success
think.
too. I mean, it could be, maybe they didn't get as many, but they're going to spin anything as a success.
I know what you're saying, but it is the numbers.
It's like we're sitting in an
and I'm not defending the NFL. You guys know.
And they
I've
were
had
pimping it
issues.
out during the game before the Cleveland game, which was on which was on NBC, but they pimped the hell out of it. Hey, watch Peacock. It's an event for the ages tonight.
They're scared to death because local TV is slowly deteriorating, and people are going to be giving up cable and giving up all these different. Like, the TV industry is changing, and so they're getting ready. They're getting ready for whatever's coming next, which is going to be we're all going to have to be streaming just to get local television later on in life too. So it's going to be a big old mess, and they're just setting the ground for that.
That's the problem I have is your target audience for the NFL. Same thing with like Super Bowl tickets, like how much they cost now. If you've priced out the average fan of all of these things.
But they don't care. They're still making the money.
I know, it just sucks, man. Because like even in the airport, I was traveling Saturday and I couldn't watch the Cleveland game because I went to every bar in the airport, all these restaurants in Charlotte, and I go, hey, can we get the game on? And they're like, we can't. We can't put it on the channel. We don't get Peacock.
Wow.
And I'm just like, that sucks, man.
Browns fell to the Texans 14-45. The NFL has officially postponed the wild card round between the Bills and the Steelers. Matchup was previously scheduled for Sunday. The decision came after the governor up there announced that the historic upcoming snowstorm would complicate safety protocols. And then what do you know? A whole bunch of stuff happened with delayed flights and groundings. It was just a mess.
Ridiculous up there.
Total mess. So the Bills and Steelers will be played today, 3:30 Central. At this moment, the Orchard Park remains as the venue. Here's how the NFL brackets. I'll just put the brackets up there on the blog. I don't need to go through that. But also look at this video. Minor league hockey fans in Hershey, Pennsylvania broke a world record last week for the most stuffed animals tossed on the ice at once. They tossed 74,599 of them. You guys have been to minor league hockey games. There's not that many folks there a lot of times.
Did you see the video?
It was crazy. Incredible. They did it after the Hershey Bears scored their first goal of the game. All the stuffed animals were donated to charity and handed out to kids. It's pretty cool, but the video looks wild.
They do it every year. The teddy throw or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But it was 74,000.
Wow, that's awesome. World record, 74,599. The Blues are going to host the Flyers 7 p.m. tonight at Enterprise Center. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up.
House of Pain on 105.7 The Point. You are live with Liv, and I am backstage at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with Breaking Benjamin, getting all of our swears out so we don't do that on the air right now. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're good. Great. It's good to be here.
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And I'm going to start off by saying something I said to Brent Smith a couple days ago of Shinedown. I'm a fan before, being a DJ and having a cool job. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that too, that you're a fan first with so many of these acts. What does it mean for you guys to be out on the road with Bush and Alice in Chains?
Well, we grew up with them, you know, so it's like surreal, They go back before our musical endeavors into our real life as
Mountaintop Motor Company, mountaintopmotors.com is where you need to go right now, because I know you're in the market for a new car and you want to get something that is truly trustworthy and something that you're going to be thrilled with and that's going to last you a long time. And that's why you go to Mountaintop Motor Company, because they search all over the country and find the absolute best vehicles. They bring them in here and you're going to find an incredible ride at an incredible price, because that's what they do over there. They've been absolutely amazing with finding these incredibly priced cars, and the savings are coming on to you. And what I love about them is they're the good guys, and they have over 1,000 5-star reviews for this very reason. And folks keep coming back to them because they truly are the good guys. It's a no-pressure, easy-going, wonderful experience when you're out there at Mountaintop Motor Company. And if you're in the market to sell your car, go to mountaintopmotors.com, and you can check it out right there on their main page. You can actually sell your car right there, and they're paying top dollar for vehicles right now. So go to mountaintopmotors.com and get your vehicle fixed. If you're selling or if you're buying, this is a place to go to. And again, they're the good guys, and I love those folks out there. Check out Mountaintop Motor Company. It's mountaintopmotors.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Jeff Burton from the Rizzuto Show. Thanks for tuning into the Facebook takeover with, my goodness, Taylor Momsen. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm going to get the geeky fan side of this out of the way first, which nobody watching is going to be surprised about. But I've been a fan for a while. You and I have chatted a handful of times. And the last couple of times that we did it, I'm sure you don't remember this, but we do a picture together, and I started collecting them. Can you see that?
Oh, shit.
Look at you. I think you're 17 in that first one.
Baby. I am a baby in that one. Look at you. Is that the
I know. You were a baby. I'm still an old man. So.
No. That's great. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's get to talk again, man.
I don't know how we're going to work this one out. We'll try to turn it sideways or something. But hello, and thank you for taking the time for doing this. I know it's been a very, very long time since you've been to St. Louis to play a show. What have you, the $2 question, what have you been doing during all of this downtime, this quarantine? What have you been up to?
I have been, well, we just released a single. We just released Rock and Roll. So I've been doing a lot of promoting from home and figuring out how to work from home, which is different. I'm adapting. That, and then when I'm not doing this, I've been playing just a ton of guitar.
Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing that you have that to fall back on and to do. And talking about working from home, I broadcasted from my house for like 7 weeks, right? And so 2 weeks ago, I guess 2 Mondays ago or whatever, was my first day back. And then so I've been quarantined in this what we call a producer's room, right? So when I go in there and I start show prepping, I get to listen to the radio station. This morning, I get there at 3 a.m. on the day that I'm going to talk to you on Facebook Live. I turn up the monitor and Death by Rock and Roll was jamming on the point.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. That's kismet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I had listened to it a handful of times, on Spotify, had yet to hear it on the radio. And Donnie Fandango, who's our music director, said that song sounds great on the radio. And I agree. What are your thoughts?
I agree. Thank you so much for playing it, man. That song was a long time in the making, almost 10 years. So it's very cool that it's out in the world now and people can hear it. I've been keeping it all to myself for the record's finished, so I've been listening to it ad nauseum. So it's nice that it's finally out and I can share it.
And share it, yes, is one thing, but then to do this and get out and talk with the people and talk about the process of the record and what you've been doing. And you said, I think right before we went live, that this is your first ever Facebook Live.
I believe it is. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
We are honored.
You're popping my Facebook cherry.
Yes. So a person in your position and what you do, how come you're not the multimedia mogul? You got somebody do that for you, just not interest you, or what?
It's just, I mean, when I have to do it, I've always had people around me who are a little bit better. I've got techs and
full weekend over at Byerly RV. They had the Byerly RV Expo. Let me tell you about Byerly RV. If you haven't been down there or haven't been down there recently, they are serving the greater St. Louis area RV community and have been for 75 years. And they have added some incredible stuff. They just completed an expansion just late last year, a 16-bay service facility that is so beautiful, state-of-the-art, absolutely incredible, 88,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled storage building and new outdoor storage lot on the property, all right there at Byerly RV. You got to check out the website, byerlyrv.com. You're going to find out why they call it the center of the RV world, not just for the sales and the incredible stuff that they have options-wise to get you into the RV lifestyle, but also because of that service, the service department, the storage, and they even have a YouTube channel with tons of tips about how to take care of your RV or tips for going out there camping. Their jingle is famous, it says for the rest of your life, and they really are there for you for the life of the RV, for the life of your entire lifestyle with RVs. You got to be there is another one of their famous slogans, because they really do help you get there, and they're helping me and my family with their rental fleet get down to Disney World coming up on spring break. We could not be more excited to be working with Byerly RV. They are absolutely incredible. Check out all the information and the deals that they got going on at byerlyrv.com.
All right, first big summer show of 2018. We've got 30 Seconds to Mars and Wellesley Arms and Walk the Moon and K-Flay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's really great to see you. I got to tell you this, though, kind of changing up the interview from where I thought I was going to go. I want to know about the fitness regime in which that you have, how you do it out there when it's 105 degrees, because I need to.
Okay, so we've just started something. We're calling it Witness the Fitness.
Okay.
It's good branding, right?
Right.
We're off to a good start. But basically, like, with a tour like this too, we have a lot of downtime.
Sure.
So we're trying to take like times when we could do bad things and do good things.
Oh, very good. So you're just kind of keeping yourself busy, more or less.
Sort of.
But then also doing something very good for your mind and for your body as well.
Exactly, because I feel like one of the things, there's like a weird cycle that can happen on tour where you get locked into this like never changing like Groundhog Day thing.
Sure.
And this is a good way to disrupt that potentially damaging cycle.
Absolutely so. But I mean, and also too, though, I mean, you're kind of able again to do something for the body as well as
and it's good for the mind.
Yeah.
It's very good for the mind.
You don't do well with downtime, I'm assuming. Like as far as like
Right.
you get bored, probably super easy on that.
I do get pretty bored, yeah.
Well, what do you do like when you're not working, when you're not touring? I assume we've had this conversation before where I know you write a lot, where you're always doing something, but I would think downtime would almost be your enemy to a certain extent, just for you personally. You know what I mean? You probably don't dig it.
This is like a therapy session.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm good at that.
I have trouble with quiet. So yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, for the most part, honestly, this last like couple of years has been pretty much work stuff.
Right.
Pretty relentlessly, which is, I mean, I also just like making music pretty fundamentally, so that feels like it's always worthwhile, even if it's not going to be a song.
Of low T or low vitamins or anything that's making you feel off. Fight the symptoms of making you feel off by going to the best of the best when it comes to men's health. They specialize in men's health. It's Mentality Health. Mentality Health. Mentality Health. It's in the name. Mentality. They are a men's-specific clinic designed to help men feel better, look better, and perform better so we can do, exactly what it is that we want to do day in, day out. If you're feeling off for any reason, maybe it is testosterone, maybe it's vitamins, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I don't know. Your testimony is going to be different than mine. Your blood's different than mine. And that means your customized treatment program is going to be different than mine. For me, I was feeling off. I knew that I wasn't sleeping enough, but I wanted to make sure I was getting as good a sleep as I could and performing my very best. I went in, had the blood draw, talked to the pros, the board-certified physicians, and found a life-threatening thing. that I was able to catch with Mentality. Mentality caught it for me. I wasn't even looking for it with my primary care physician. That's part of my testimony. Yours is going to be different. Get into Mentality Health today. Make a change. Call them. South County and a West County location. And get the info at mentalityhealth.com.
By the one and the only Brent Smith of Shinedown.
I forgot how that song goes. All I heard was ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what are the actual words?
I don't think anybody actually knows.
Is that Girls?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
There we go. That is some 80s.
You know what? We
That
got
is
to bring it back
hardcore.
for the weekends, right?
Okay.
The holiday weekends. So we got Brent Smith, Shinedown. It's a Point Big summer show. Couldn't be more excited to have you guys, Jelly Roll, back in St. Louis.
Yep. And John Harvey for the first time.
And John Harvey. It's going to be insane. So this is the Planet Zero World Tour.
It
and,
is.
You know, I'm not supposed to play favorites, but I'm a little obsessed with the album.
Cool.
A little obsessed with it. Now, what I think makes this album so interesting and so cool is that every few songs, there's a Siri type AI
Siren.
voice. Siren.
That's her
Okay,
name.
can you tell me a little bit about Siren?
I can tell you how it was born, the dynamic of this album, because our last record was Attention,
Mm-hmm.
which was a story album and was always meant to be conceptual. We did not set out to make a conceptual piece again with Planet Zero. It just kind of fell into place. But, you know, we wrote this album in the midst of a pandemic.
Sure.
And there was a lot of things going on in the United States. There was a lot of things going on in the entire world. And I just remember getting to Charleston with Eric Bass, our bass player, who's also the producer, engineer, and the mixer of Planet
The
Zero.
brain.
Yep. And I remember it was like June of 2020, and he just looked at me, and it was pretty early on in the writing process, but he just said, it feels like we're on Planet Zero right now. And so it just opened up a floodgate of emotions and very, very thought-provoking ideas, and a lot of the subject matter were things that we had never tackled before, but very rarely does an artist and an audience and a world, not just a country, experience something like a pandemic for the first time. At least in our generation, the last one was 100 years ago. And so we're all in the same playing field. And we had to write about what was going on, but we also needed to make sure that we talked about the road forward. And the only way, I don't care who you are, the only road forward is together.
Amen.
You can have opinions, you can have disagreements and all those types of things, and nurture those elements with each other as human beings, but we are much stronger together. So it's a very ferocious record, but it's also a very triumphant record.
Absolutely, and I think that Siren voice it says the quiet part out loud, what we're all thinking,
Yeah.
and it really puts it in the forefront. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Daylight is Shinedown's 19th number 1.
It's insane.
How does that feel?
Not real. Well, the other thing that's crazy about it is, Daylight is actually the 29th single that we've released as a band. So it's the 19th number 1 at rock radio in the United States. We actually hold the record for that. But that all goes to you guys and girls. And honestly, I've said this before. I will continue to say it. Shinedown Nation is the most incredible fan base on the planet. We only have one boss. It just happens to be everybody in the audience. So all that is because of you and the station and the public, not just in the United States.
Extra money to, do it like a home improvement project, pay off higher interest debt, finance education, or pay for other major expenses. Whatever you need the money for, a home equity line of credit from Kevin Putney can get you the money you need using your home's equity. Kevin Putney and Equity Express, it's simple, it's fast, it's secure, it's fully automated. 5 minutes and get 100% of your loan amount in as few as 5 days. Now, Kevin also wants to help you get into a house. He wants to put homeownership within your reach. Kevin Putney and the Community Promise can provide $6,500 in down payment assistance if you live in a qualifying neighborhood in select cities. Give Kevin a call. Let him help out. 314-862-0123. That's 314-862-0123. Kevin's online at 123mortgage.com. It's Kevin Putney, Equalizing Opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and we have the absolute pleasure for the first time of speaking to Ash from New Year's Day. Welcome, and it's great to have you at Point Fest.
We're so honored to be at Point Fest today. It was so much fun.
You had that crowd going. You know what I mean? How do you handle the challenge when you are coming into a situation where you know, there's a headliner, we're playing a little bit earlier on in the day. That is not an easy thing a lot of times, but a lot of bands enjoy that challenge.
We are one of those bands.
Yeah.
Obviously I'd love to be the headliner eventually and play at later time slots, but I really do enjoy being one of the openers, even though it was hot. Even though it was so hot. But we enjoy opening the crowd because, one, they're energetic, they're ready to start the day, and I feel like I can really get them to rock out.
Yep.
They're not, 5 beers deep and have been in the sun for 8 hours yet.
Right.
I do enjoy that. And I like a challenge. I grew up, I love wrestling. So I always love the idea of being the heel and having to go out and turn the crowd. And I let the crowd kind of look at you like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
And then have them in the palm of your hand by the end.
Absolutely.
Even if they're booing. Just kidding, but they weren't.
But the power of you know what I didn't understand when I was a kid and watched wrestling so much and get
Are you
it
a
now.
wrestling fan too?
I am a wrestling fan, absolutely. The power of the heel. You know what I mean?
I would rather be the heel than the baby face.
Right. But when I was a kid, I would have never thought that, never got how cool that aspect
Earlier in
of
the
it.
show, we were talking about buying a private island, or we're investigating that whole world, and it seems so fascinating. And I did my investigations, and I found out that I need some cash in order to do that. And maybe it's time to sell my house. And I know that my home is worth a small fortune right now, and I know you're thinking the same thing. You could sell your home right now, and it's worth a small fortune. But are you really going to swap your 2 or 3% current interest rate and pay 7 or 8% on a new house or a new island? I don't think so. And you don't have to. With the Get Paid Stay program from Truehold, this is ingenious. With the Get Paid and Stay program, Truehold is going to buy your home now at its best current value, and you bank the cash. You stay in the home until interest rates come back down, or as long as you like. So that means all that hard work you put in that house, you get to keep enjoying, and you get to take advantage of this cash. It's your call. So you want to pay property taxes, insurance, or upkeep anymore? Truehold pays those expenses. Absolutely incredible. All you got to do is learn more about it with Truehold's Get Paid and Stay program. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash your home's value without having to move. That's Truehold.com.
Oh, hey, just sitting here checking out all my awards. There are many ways to reach us in the Point Studio. You could call us, you could social media us, I think you could even fax us. But there's a new way. It's called Mic Drop. Yes, download the Point app, click the Mic Drop feature, talk into your phone, and your message goes right to us. Look, I just got one from Jeff Burton.
Hey, Rizz, great show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I f***ing read this stupid f***ing thing that head told me to read.
That's right, the new Mic Drop feature. Download the Point app.
Is this thing f***ing recording still?
So here we are, our very first Ho-Ho show of 2017, our Christmas show. You will be our first band that we will see, 2/3 of Biffy Clyro. Gentlemen, how are you? It's really great to see you.
Really well, and after that introduction, we're very excited to be opening up the ho-ho party.
The
ho-ho party. Ho-ho party.
And I feel like, even if, I don't know if you know the Rise Against guys, and I know that musically you guys might not necessarily be in lockstep, but I feel like this is a really great rock and roll show from, rock bands are a little bit different. Do you know those guys?
Yeah, we don't know them.
Not personally,
We've shared many festival bills in Europe with them. Those guys have been around for such a long time, and we hold them in the highest regard. So I think to play a show with them is a real honour for us, and you maybe not musically akin to each other.
Sure,
but I think there's a little bit of a crossover there. And
we don't fit bang on with anyone really. There's always like a slight discrepancy going on in the music world. So Rise Against are about as close as it gets, to be honest.
But I would think that would kind of work for you as well, because then you can kind of be on a lot of different lineups, on a lot of different bills.
We find ourselves playing in heavy rock festivals and almost more mainstream pop festivals and kind of everything in between. And we either kind of stick out like a sore thumb for the right reason or not, but we quite like that. We're at home whenever we play.
Very good, very good. Well, it's really a pleasure to have you back in town. We were supposed to have you a little bit earlier on this year. Unfortunately, that was not able to happen. But from what I understand from my sources inside of your camp, we've infiltrated it, by the way. You're big Guns N' Roses guys?
Oh, we love Guns N' Roses.
And so you were excited to go to where the riot in '91 happened?
Oh my God! no, that's it. We've been kind of reliving some of our youth this year. We played some shows with Guns N' Roses in Europe, and we were going to go to the shows anyway, just as fans, but to get a chance to share a stage with them was amazing, and to be here is double special.
I remember a bit of that day, or the following day, because I had to go to summer school that year for math. It was bad times in ninth grade. It was awful. And I remember this kid that sat next to me in this math class who was like seemingly 6 years older than me. Like, he looked just huge. And he was like, I was at Guns N' Roses last night, and there was a riot. And I was like, you're nuts, man. Like, you're nuts. And like, nah, man, I'm a freshman, but I'm not an idiot. And so then I get home, and my dad is just like, son, did you see what happened at the amphitheater? Guns N' Roses, they tore it up, and ba-ba-ba. And that has just legitimately been a consistent storyline here, you know, since I was in the ninth grade. But they came back this summer, they made it up, and you know.
Did they talk about it from stage at all? Did they mention the riots?
You know, I did not. He did.
He did, yeah.
He did, yeah. If anybody would know, it would be. When you're on a bill like that with a band like Guns N' Roses that you hold in such high regard, you know, I'm very guilty at my job when I meet bands that I really like. I definitely get nervous. I definitely talk faster. I'm sweaty. You know, it's real kind of unpleasant. But you know, that's what you guys do. You know, you're pros like they're pros. Do you get those same kind of butterflies if you run into Slash or whomever? Is it like a big deal, or is it just like?
I think when you see that top hat coming towards you, you don't feel the same as when you're, you know, like meeting other guys in bands. You definitely get nervous if it's your heroes. Like I've kind of.
You can't think of anything to say.
No.
Suddenly you can't think of anything to say. Your mouth goes dry.
You're
trying to act cool, but you're
definitely. How are you today?
You're definitely not relaxed. But I have to say, we played a few shows with Duff over the years, and all of the guys really welcoming.
Yeah.
They really made us welcome. They really made us feel like part of the show. And I mean, you know, as a band going out there to play for that audience, they've been waiting 20, 30 years to see Guns N' Roses.
Sure.
The last thing they need is three guys with their tops off shouting at them. So you're kind of there, as long as you don't start throwing...
For the Bath Authority. Now, if your bath or shower is old, it's outdated, it's got the mold and mildew, it's gross, it's got broken tiles, you got to call the Bath Authority. Now, their modern, durable tubs and showers are designed with an exclusive, high-tech polymer liner. What the hell does that mean to you? It means it's going to be low maintenance, it's going to be resistant to mold and mildew, it's going to be easy to clean, and it's going to last for decades. Plus, it comes with a lifetime warranty. Walk-in tubs, replacement showers, tub-to-shower conversions, and more. Every unit, custom built. You pick the premium accents, you pick the accessories, including, you know, a ton of safety features like low-profile showers, grab bars, shower seats, which I'm thinking about doing in my own shower. Just want to sit down. And all Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by certified factory techs. Call today, get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. You are their priority at the Bath Authority. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com. That's TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
All right, so here we are, way back Point Fest.
All right, that is it for us. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Moon.
Yeah.
Today's blog, what do we got?
I'm not going to be the cliche dick dad.
Okay.
All right.
That's what that's what on the podcast, that's what we'll be looking for.
That's right. That's what you're looking for.
I'm not going to the cliche dick dad.
And I'm not. I'm not.
You're definitely not. All right, Moon, what else? Anything else?
Yeah, so a new episode just came out yesterday on the Story of the Gear page. It's one of my most important guitars. It truly is. It's the one that I played the most shows over the the course of the career and over the course of the planet. So check that out on YouTube. There's a link up on our socials and all that kind of stuff. And don't forget to
And this is your, by the way, if you don't know, that's your new YouTube series on
new
you know,
YouTube
music
channel.
gear.
I got some friends that are going to feature some of their most famous gear. We're talking everything from amps to strings to pedals to guitars, all that kind of stuff. Just some gear nerding out and a lot of fun tour stories and memories and kind of how it all connects. Don't forget, Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? Tickets are on sale. The early show is going fast. 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show. So make sure you check that out. It's on the Pageants website, Point website, Ticketmaster, blah, blah, blah. Get your tickets.
Learn.
Yes, see my band open up for Celebration Day for the Soundcheck Party on February 22nd. It's $10. You can go to thepageant.com. February 22nd, Lane Arrows is the band. Follow us on the socials. Thanks.
Tommy Bahama.
Yeah, follow me at TommyBahama.net. That's TommyBahama.net. And if you can't find me there, I am Rafe Williams on Instagram.
All right. And everywhere pineapples are upside down. That's right. Rafe will be.
Ow.
King Scott.
Yeah, make sure to follow Free the 2SG. Mark sent over more songs this weekend that he's pretty much done with, and they sound absolutely amazing. It's our greatest work yet.
All right, well, when are we going to hear some?
I know.
I know. Well, hopefully, maybe this week.
I know.
Let us have it.
Maybe.
We're not going to tell you, though.
And then also, again, follow me on Venmo, the first guy to reach 1 million. It'll be great. It's just $1 to follow. It's a good deal.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz member today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, St. Louis's home for Blues hockey. From Edwardsville, Illinois, Sarah